wind. Like, what the fuck wind do you
Must have been the wind.
know? I don't hear wind gunshots. Like, what the fuck is this? Must have been the
we're
wind.
in the middle of one of those moments.
What?
What? Are we?
We're playing.
Are you
we're-
currently
we're-
hearing gunshots?
No, we're playing Phoenix Wright.
Oh,
And
Phoenix Wright is a whole
in Phoenix
circus
Wright,
show.
the people are mixing up the sound of a hypothetical Nessie cresting with the sound of a gunshot, and it's like,
Yeah.
why is this confusing?
Why would any natural?
Why? How is this the point of
naturally occurring
confusion?
animal create a bang sound?
Yeah, I'm like,
kind of
Didn't you
Pokemon
know
is
Nessie
this?
is known for shooting bullets out of her neck?
Pew, pew.
Just blap blap. That's why she never pops up. She only pops
Ooh.
up to kill people.
She'll
Pops
like-
up, blap
she'll
blap,
like
goes.
you
Pops people in the head.
leveled up,
Pop,
didn't
pop.
you?
Well, I did what we needed
Yeah.
to, or what I was
We
supposed to do.
We unlocked the Halls of Lightning, the Oculus, the Utgard Pinnacle, the Culling of Strathholm, the Trial of the Champion, Shadow Labyrinth, Shattered Halls, the Botanacula, the Mechanar, the Steam Vault, Magister's Terrence, Opening of the Dark Portal, and Alcatraz.
What Alcatraz?
Did you say Alcatraz?
No, Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
I wish it was
Oh.
Alcatraz.
That's just.
That'd be cool.
I was like, I don't remember Alcatraz. That'd be kind of a fun dungeon.
Alone, we unlock 5 instances at level 67 and 3 at level
Fly
68.
up, you dummy. Why are you waiting for an elevator?
So we just got 8 achievement. We just got 8 new dungeons there and 5 in the other place. That's absurd. We're never getting to all these.
I also
Are-
turned in my leather working,
are you
so
talking to
now I
me?
can finally. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't
just
waiting.
standing there.
I wasn't waiting for
Oh.
anything. I was just pacing in circles, reading the list.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
wasn't-
waiting for the
I wasn't
elevator. I was
aware
like,
of my surroundings at all.
You
well,
maniac.
say you can fly.
Here's a quarry to add to my quarry database. No. Maybe one day. That's like the next thing to add when when I run out of basalt columns.
You'll never run out of basalt
Or
columns.
I did get 3 more today to add my backlog to post later. But for my birthday, Minecraft is adding a basalt column zone.
For your birthday, I'm
Well,
sure.
the news was synced up with my birthday timing.
I think that's on purpose.
But they're adding a basalt column region to the Nether in Minecraft.
Oh no.
There's just so many. But but this is a quarry, and quarries are also really popular in video games because you get to have like this really cool, distinctive, but also low polygon area. It's an excuse to have a bunch of squares everywhere.
If you start arguing about quarries, though, it's like, where do you stop? Like,
Yeah.
there's also valleys. There's also mountains in video
No.
games.
Mountains and valleys are natural. Quarries are
I was gonna say
man-made.
yeah, some things are naturally
quarry
forming.
is a
Some
place
things
where
are.
people are mining stone, and they always do it in these distinctive square patterns. So it's a good video game setting that people use a lot. There's one in Fallout 4, and there was
This
one.
place has
and
it?
there was also one in yeah, we're in one right now. That's why it came to mind. This is a
No.
quarry.
What? I didn't know
Yeah.
what a quarry was.
Whoa! And there's one in
I'm just kidding.
in Control, and so on. It's just another trope to just rally on. It's like, hey, look at the 500 of these.
Hey, y'all want to hear a Snapple fact?
Ooh.
I didn't think they still made these because they make the bottles out of plastic now, which I think is like kind of a sin. But
Yeah.
apparently,
That's less eco-friendly than glass.
Yeah, but they probably lose less product from dumb kids dropping them all day.
I mean, that's kind of just the risk you take in being a dumb kid.
Yeah.
I rather have the glass bottles. I think there's like a certain taste.
We say
I feel like
dumb.
they
We
taste
say
different.
dumb kids when people in this house broke glass yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah, I got
Yeah.
a text message that one of our housemates broke my glass.
Yeah.
Like someone
I-
narked on him to me, and I was like, I don't care.
No, it's because we live with a narc.
Is it you?
No.
Is it me?
Just the person you're talking about. Like, whenever anything happens, they have to say that it was somebody else's fault instantly.
I'm
Even
just
if
like-
nobody's mad and nobody's accusing anyone, it's always like
I love it.
Blame has to be assigned instantly.
I'm that person in the house that's like, it's cool, dude. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I got that cup for free from a Dave and Buster's, so it's like, it's
What
fine.
Hey, wait a second.
Fuck am I looking at? This is
Oh, these are a
horrific.
bunch of
Cousin It's.
It's a
Oh,
whole
I thought-
farm. It's like a farm of wheat people. Oh, he trapped me. I was wondering how I fight him. I guess I have to
Haha,
stand here and the
fool.
story happens.
I'm not trapped. Wait, who's this?
Is it because you already did this?
No, I joined you on this quest.
The Lich King cannot be stopped. Accept it. Bitch, that was like 7 expansions ago. You're the past.
Hey, where'd you get
I
these
hate-
crap macaroni and cheese
I
people?
hate to break it to you, but this is 2010, and now it's 2020.
2008.
This quest is old as
2000 and
fuck.
late.
Well, he's
So
been waiting all this
2008.
time.
So 2000 and late. That was even older.
Oh yeah, sorry. No U.S. president has been an only child. That's my sample fact. I almost
Oh.
forgot about it. I was looking
We
at
need
the
more
macaroni
orphan
people.
presidents.
Wait, Obama has a brother
Apparently.
or a sister?
Imagine.
Oh wait, we're talking about siblings.
Imagine
is
how
what only
sad
child
he-
means.
Yeah, not parentless, Keith.
Obama has
not
siblings?
Baudelaire
They all have
children.
multiple children. That's really that's
Holy crap,
weird,
he's
yeah.
got like 8 siblings. Never mind, I lied.
Dude,
Wait,
imagine-
Nixon had siblings?
Oh god.
Apparently, they probably look just like
Shameful.
him. He probably had all sisters.
They
that looked just like
probably
him.
look just like.
They actually do look all just like him.
Oh
What a
god,
terrible
I'm
thing.
dying. What was I supposed to do besides die? Because I just died immediately.
Hot jokes on you, fake death.
Was
Oh wait, they actually killed me through it.
Were we supposed to do something else during the mission?
So you're supposed to wait. Good job, you have to wait again. You're supposed to wait, and those things will kill him. And then, or sorry, they'll try to kill him. He will kill all of them, and then you fight him.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
it's
didn't
not very.
happen.
No, this happened to me last time too, and I forgot to mention it to you.
Foolish
first time I
endeavors
also did that.
failed.
Where I was like,
fair enough.
haha, multi-hit, and then they just smacked me.
We have
killed
to
me.
like sit through this whole conversation we weren't paying attention to again.
It's fine.
World of Warcraft.
Wait
how
a
it's done.
second, they don't have a picture for one of Nixon's brothers. I don't believe it.
Imagine
Wait,
if
do
your
I have
if your sibling was. Like,
Oh, you
the
have to talk to the
president.
guy up here.
Your mom would always
So-
like them better.
I have to like reacquire the mission.
Yeah, he's up here. He's invisible and hanging out.
Invisible.
not see him?
I think I have to abandon the mission to reacquire
You
it.
do. Oh, there he is. He's down here.
Oh well.
Oh no,
Shadowstalker,
someone
get
started the
free.
mission, so we have to wait until they're done.
Oh,
Yeah, it's one of those kind.
fuck it.
Okay.
Fuck that guy and his weird little legacy. He thinks it's important. Have your weird piece of cliff and pretend that you matter.
Oh
Oh,
damn!
you went-
Don't. That's his whole life right
Yeah, it is. Fuck him.
Keith is just
How's it
no
feel?
holds barred
How's
today.
it feel to be fucking matchmaking fodder? Your life's so unimportant that we only engage with you as a side task while we matchmake for the thing we actually care about.
He's getting
I mean-
dark. I'm scared. I'm scared.
It is
I
kinda-
live
Your
It
in
is
whole
kinda
life,
mean.
your whole life amounts
He's
to
gonna roast
this.
me.
Where is my spider?
Fucking nothing.
Oh no.
This is
That's
starting to
it's
sound like my school counselor.
It's extra fun.
Oh,
It's
no.
extra fun to shit on him because the first thing he says when you start the mission is pathetic, and it's like, excuse me, this is I'm pathetic.
Ooh.
I have the ability to grow as a person. You're an NPC. Have fun being here forever. Forgotten content. You're a fucking theme park prop.
Detroit become humans.
That's what he is. That's what World of Warcraft NPCs are. They're fucking theme park animatronics. They just sit there and say the same thing over and over again every day, as the park around them decays and is forgotten and is replaced by newer, better content.
Oh no, I don't like that part. That part makes me sad.
We don't like change. People. We don't like change. Don't tell us things.
Now
like
you're starting to give me Tomorrowland flashbacks. I don't like it.
that. Ozymandias. Nothing I do matters. Oh no.
Target something.
So sad.
That's the real power fantasy of video games.
You know what the sad part is? Is that
I
like,
have agency.
the worst part is that I actually watch 2 different channels about theme parks, and the majority of
the
their
Fun
content is
Plan.
like, look at this theme park that just died. It's like, oh,
Oh, not
so
Defunct Land.
sad.
Is it I watch a bunch of those too.
Is it the guy that walks around in like ruins of places like malls and stuff?
Oh no, that's
No, I watch the people who are too cowardly to do that stuff. The guys who just make like long history videos about theme parks.
Oh, because there's
I watch
Defunct
Offhand
Land.
Disney and
There's
I
a lot
watch.
of
Yep,
Defunct
I watch
Land.
that guy. Offhand Dizzy's pretty good.
I know there's like
watch
a whole
Kevin
There's
Perger.
like a whole
I like that
conspiracy
one too.
about the fact that there was like this is it Bubsy or something? Like there's like a
The
there's an
fucking
anima-
animatronic that's missing.
yeah, there's an animatronic boy that's like been in this discontinued thing, and like he
Well,
went
someone stole
and
him.
like he went missing one day, and everyone's like, "Where the fuck did he go?"
Oh, you're talking about the
The guy
The-
with the goggles.
yeah, the kid from shit, I forget the name of the ride. It's the Body Wars. There you go. Body Wars kid.
Wars?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
they-
it was
they
a
go
and
inside
it was an
the
attraction at
person's body.
Epcot. It taught you
Like
about taught you
Osmosis
about the human body.
Jones.
Yes,
Sort of, but
kind
you know, Disney.
Yeah, not Chris Rock.
I used to.
Was that Chris Rock?
I thought it was it not?
I don't know. It's been a while.
Bad to the bone where the
Why is
metal
this
to
death
the
pit here?
hands. Word on the lips, keeping it. Fuck, I don't remember the words anymore.
Was it?
I used to know the
Body
Ozzy and
Wars
Drix
and,
theme song
Oh
in my
my
head.
gosh.
I used to watch that show as a kid. It was the fucking TV spin-off of the movie that with completely different voice
The
actors.
Men in Black TV show was so cool. And then the
With
I watched
with like hard to identify blonde woman who appeared from somewhere just for the show.
It looked like Scully from like
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was like Scully. It was like we need a woman, but not any of the women from the movie
No.
for some reason.
Oh.
So they made a new woman. Or maybe
So they
just-
made it to keep
yeah.
it.
Just
Like
pop those
people
things up.
exist.
Or maybe it was supposed to be the woman from the movie, but they just changed her design because like cartoonists want to make diverse like appearances so you can tell them apart.
I don't remember. I don't even remember. So that's how not important she was. I don't
Yeah.
remember her.
It's like how over
Wow.
time the Ninja Turtles go from being 4 identical turtles with the same bandana to having 4 different bandanas to then also having different skin colors to being like I'm yellowish and I'm darker green and so on. There's like,
I mean-
there's like a
Diversity.
green one, like a blue-green one, and like a yellow-green one because it's just like they're trying to make them all look different. And now
They're
and
different
then-
turtles. They were
then-
being experimented on.
And then nowadays they look like the Sonic Boom thing has kind of happened where they have different body types now too. Like Donatello's
Yeah, now
all,
they kind of
all
like-
skinny and Raphael's all bulky. 'Cause
I'm
it-
a snapping turtle.
'cause
I'm
that's
a
like-
red ear slider.
That's like a
I'm
cartoonist, like character
belly
designer's
side neck.
instinct. It's to, like separate the designs of all the characters as much as possible. That's why like
I mean, if they-
Sonic and Knuckles start off looking like this, like they have the same body, but then you make like Sonic Boom and like Knuckles is this big brutish guy and Sonic's this little skinny fast guy and so on.
And then Knuckles gets dumb all of a sudden.
Yeah. There wasn't always
He's dumb but woke,
There wasn't ever
Yeah.
a ton
Which
of
is-
character to give him though.
which is what we can all
Just because I'm a
achieve to be.
meathead doesn't mean I'm not a feminist. I've seen that clip. and that's, like-
Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum.
I keep seeing out of context Sonic Boom clips.
I like the one where they talk about the shipping, like blatantly, where they're like, I can write some Son Amy. I know people liked Son Amy,
Uh-oh.
and they talk about their shipping as if it was canon.
That sounds way too close to sodomy.
Son Amy, yeah.
The forbidden OTP.
There was a whole city killed for it.
I mean,
No one talks about the other one that was killed for gambling, but whatever.
well,
Yeah.
we
It
haven't
was
found
Sodom
that
and,
one.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're going to retroactively name this whole town after butt stuff.
You
Your
know,
Which is
Your-
odd
Your name
because
will live on.
I don't think the entire town was doing butt stuff. Like that's unreasonable to think of.
No.
that does seem unreasonable.
They were
Like there
vicious-
has to be
the-
like some
the-
old lady who's just like, I came in from the north. Why is this town doing butt stuff?
Admittedly, not what they were like burned for.
Also,
were-
the people who
there were s-
survived were incest.
There were like, some.
what?
Some
How is that
vicious little
better?
Fucks there. That's like the story of the angel rapers.
Angel
The
Raper.
angel
Yeah,
rapers.
the angels.
That
came
sounds like some
down-
cyberpunk
The
shit.
angels came down to talk to someone or whatever, and then like the hordes just went at them, and it's like, all right,
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
there's a lot of stories like
Well,
that.
no,
Yeah.
obviously it wasn't Jesus
It's
Christ.
like if
'cause
you
he
wanted to
wouldn't
have
raped them.
Well,
unambiguous evil in your narrative,
No
I
one
guess
asked-
just have them rape some angels.
No one
It's
asked
like,
Mary if
Jesus
she wanted a kid,
Christ.
so
It's kind of weird too because all
no
the
punches
depiction of
pulled.
angels back in that time were like bodiless, floating heads with wings.
Yeah. I
So
guess
how
those
do
are
you-
the ones that took like a form?
Took
yeah.
a form. That's kind of
There's a lot-
rude.
yeah, because there's a lot of ones where you read about angels and God and so on. There's a lot of like, and seraphims, and you hear a lot of like stuff where it's like it's just formless, impossible to describe things. They actually sound Lovecraftian.
Which
like
they
a-
should be. They're
a lot of-
angels from
yeah.
from another dimension in theory.
BRB kid fell down the stairs.
oh, The kid you're supposed to be watching instead of playing World of Warcraft.
We're about to get one. Oh no, he's being attacked. Tank's being attacked by the patrol. Is this?
Make sure you put him back up there.
We're about to read about our tank on the news. One of the many children that have died to World of Warcraft from neglect.
How many children have died from neglect
It's
from
a
World of Warcraft?
reoccurring story. It's also the ones with
Okay, wait.
the
WoW.
WoW players that get frustrated with their kids and like shake them or whatever because they keep crying and they want to play WoW. There's, like,
What?
Yeah,
That's not gonna make them stop. If you want to make a child stop crying, karate chop it in the back of the neck.
it's pretty fucked up.
Passes out.
I remember like my mall where I used to live had a billboard like in the mall that says something like if you get angry, step away for
Ow.
a second. Like don't beat your child. Like it had like an advertisement on how to like not beat your kid if you get frustrated. And I was like, is that a specific problem here? Because like is that the town that I live in?
Oh, found a news article in 2005. It's a sad story. It's been popping up all over the internet.
Oh,
A
no.
Korean couple went to play World of Warcraft at an internet cafe and they found their child dead from suffocation. Well, you left it at home. Like,
Suffocation? Wait, they left
yeah,
to
because
an arcade and just abandoned their kid for a long
yes,
time?
that's what happened.
Oh,
which is like,
jeez.
okay, that's a little different, guys. They weren't like sitting at home and ignored a child. They literally left the child.
Which one
Yeah.
of those is worse?
I mean,
though?
it's a lot of different stories.
What would
Oh
be
no, I know.
worse?
That was one I found. Oh, here's
Oh,
one.
Oh, we started.
Yeah, this person is starting without the tanks.
I had my
Or
camera
is it-
rotated for dance
or is it
mode.
the tank? What?
What?
Bud, that's your kid. You made it. Like you can't be talking about it
Oh,
like
no.
that.
I need a target.
No. I'm not laughing, you're laughing. Make sure you put him back up there. Jesus Christ. Bunch of mature adults
I
over
don't
here.
have a target.
Hey, look, man.
But you made it. Oh no. No. Having a kid sounds incredibly difficult.
I love this
Then you gotta
article,
keep
by
it.
the way.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it.
That's not true. You can't do anything about it without feeling kind of guilty for putting it in an adoption agency. But you can, if you don't want to be a parent, at the very least, don't abuse your child.
Jeez.
Like, God, there are other options, please.
But what if it's like
Sorry.
you kind of want it, but you're not sure yet, so you're gonna like work your way through your feelings with it and see how it goes. I'm just gonna wing it. I'll decide
Just
if I
think
want
about
it later.
all of the bad dog owners you've had to talk to at work, and then like just translate that to every single person. that
You
has
know
to have
what?
written
The
an
worst
actual
part-
child.
I think the worst part to me is like, I'll see people who are super coddling to children and then super awful to pets, and it's like I don't
Well,
why.
in their head they like
What?
compartmentalize them in different like areas of their brain. They're like they just don't care. They're like, oh, an animal's an animal, a kid's a kid.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I'm like, my dog's like
I
very
get-
well taken care of.
I get a version of that with in video games. It's like, why are you treating that AI character well? They don't look real, and it's like, oh, you just have a strong divide of who counts and who's deserving of affection, or
That's
like, rights
fair.
and so on.
I do pick and choose when it
It's
comes
like
to
a similar
people.
Division, a similar
but
division can happen with pets, I guess.
but I can't see that with pets though. Like pets, you chose that.
Yep.
You can't accidentally adopt a pet. Like that's not how that
Some people
works.
just want to
What if you
collect
don't like the pet you
things.
adopted though?
Some people just
You can
collect
go
things,
back to
and
the
that's it.
place you adopted it from and return it. Adoption agencies don't go or like shelters don't go. Nope, you got it. You could if you don't want it anymore, just kill it. Like that's not the policy here. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there are some states that are like, there's not a policy here in California.
They just flush it down the toilet, you know. Like
I mean,
a-
people do that with goldfish. I remember there was some article about how a lot of people flush live goldfish or other fish down the drain a lot.
And then they live.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah,
Great
they're
little
in water.
ecosystems
They're in their
of
natural habitat.
Suffering.
it's
I mean, it's just
because
nasty water.
A lot
Yeah.
of people will tell you that you should start up your aquarium using a live goldfish, but then the people are like, oh, well, what do I do with goldfish now? I don't want it. And I'm like, well, you should
Keep it or feed it to another fish. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, just get a really cool fish and feed the goldfish to it.
Yeah, you don't like people act as if somehow like fish are this
shit.
weird like
Oh,
weight.
Shit. I'm sorry.
There are always bigger fish. You just have to buy them. I've seen people do that with rats, where it's like, oh, I have a
just
whole thing for rats.
You just got insulted.
Who, me?
This guy's just shitting on his kid.
So he's going to be a hunter main.
Yeah. He's just calling his own child mentally disabled, and then he's like, I guess he's a hunter main. It's like, oh. Oh. Hunters are fun. Also, Marty's a hunter main. That tank is dying. It's
I
nice
mean,
not having the responsibility.
yeah,
to
he's
deal
not a
with it.
hunter.
Yeah, he should try being a hunter. He could have just feigned death, and then we'd all die. Oops.
I found another article that says, in quotations, by the way, sorry, end quotes, mother jailed for 25 years for allowing her daughter to starve, all caps, to death while she played an online video game.
Which online game, though?
Well, it starts with a W, and abbreviated is WoW.
Oh, I wonder which one.
It is the most popular one.
Whales.
By the way, the
on
child was
World.
3 years old. Let's see. They lived on an Air Force base, which is even more confusing. I feel like that's not the place you want to commit crimes, is on an Air Force base.
You get caught pretty fast.
Yeah, like of all the places you're gonna neglect a child, don't do it on federal property. Probably not a good idea.
The darkness of gamers.
Maybe she's
Oh
one
my-
of those people that like had a kid, like she got pregnant and her like significant other went off to war, and then she's like, I have this kid now. I want to play WoW all day.
It's when you cross the line well past any level of like, I'm playing games because I got nothing else to do, and into like, no, I'm playing games at the exclusion of everything else. But like, it's not like, oh, I don't want to go to the movies. It's like, oh, I'm gonna not take care of my basic responsibilities, which in
Wait,
some cases
what
are
the
other lives.
That's scary to think about.
Yeah.
Wait,
They
charge-
Jesus, that looks bad.
Oh, you pulled, bud. That's
That
a lot of
seems like
pull.
a lot of things. It's cool. We'll just keep. We can do it. We can do it. Just gotta spam those heals.
Right.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
That was an alarming amount of names. Maybe they were shitty. Maybe they just weren't. That
No,
tough.
there was a lot of people. That was a little bit more than we should have taken, but we'll be fine. Because we technically have an extra DPS.
Do we?
Yeah, my pet.
Oh, I have a pet.
Then we
Oh,
have triple
That
DPS.
was the gimmick of this playthrough, is we both got characters with pets.
Yeah,
Which
so
had
we'll be fine.
led to those beautiful moments where our tanks quit, and we're just like, I guess we'll just finish the instance without a tank. So we both have tanks of our own that are just our shitty little pets. And then we just like, tanks are optional, fuck them. We just beat the instance anyway. This is really, really nostalgic because this is the first Burning Crusade expansion.
Yes.
So this was back when I was playing WoW. Too much.
Too much.
Too much.
Well, Keith, you don't have a child, so you can play it as often as you
Well,
want.
yeah, I was like 16.
I
I was like bridging from like high school to college when I was playing WoW too much. That was a while ago.
How many hours would you say you put into WoW?
That raises
Oh.
a few questions, including how much attention do you have to give the game for it to count?
Well, if you're playing it,
Because there was
and
How
you
much
can neglect
attention?
a child on it, then it counts.
there was a so at one point I remember that on my rogue, which is my main, I hit a point where when I typed /played, it would tell me how long I'd played so far, and just on that one character, I had played 300 days, which is like an entire year of life, and that was one character. Not at that point, I had already played the game for years before I even made that character in the first place, because that was like our third server we switched to. But there's also the aspect of like that was like I was in high school, so like there was a part of like you would socialize by talking to your friends in WoW. Like that was like the meeting place or so on. So like I would be like doing my homework and just using it as a chat room, and it would just be open. So like that's what I mean, where sometimes the measurement gets like gray of like how much were you playing it precisely. I wonder if played works anymore, or if they remove it because it was depressing.
Still works.
I have played this character for 1 day and 7 hours.
They removed it because it's depressing. Is that what
Yeah.
you said?
It doesn't say /played for
people
your
are
entire
proud.
account. It just says your one character.
Yeah.
I have no idea how long I've been playing since then. But I, back in the day, I beat the boss of that expansion, which is Illidan. The "You are not prepared" guy, and
Were you prepared?
yeah, we killed him. Killed the shit out of him. Then he came back to life though, which is bullshit because they can't come up with new ideas. So they have expansions where they just like time travel and like bring back characters from alternate dimensions or whatever the hell the lore is. But after I beat him, I was just like, you know what? I think I'm done. And so I sold my account to a friend's dad, and
Did you get a lot of money for that?
I only sold it for $100.
Well,
That's pretty good.
yeah. Cool.
It's not. I could have sold it for more. I definitely wish I
Well,
instead of nowadays.
sure,
I wish I still had that account just because it'd be nice to have my original characters and just know they're there. Since I'm playing it again now. Because the $100
It is
is
comforting.
nothing. But the point was not to make money. It was to get rid of the game and
Yeah.
stop playing it. Which
And I mean, at
works.
least you made money technically back on
I
it.
stopped playing World of Warcraft for like probably like 7 years. I only came back a few years ago, specifically for this series. Basically, it was like, oh,
Wow,
let's just, and to this, and
That's it.
Yep, that guy's dead. Up until like
That's the
this
whole dungeon.
year, I've been playing World of Warcraft entirely on camera. So it was just whenever I'm recording a series with a friend, like on a weekly basis or whatever.
That's not true. You've been playing solo stuff.
That's what I'm saying. When I said until this year.
Oh.
This year or whatever, I got sick and couldn't do anything for a few days, and so I made that rogue that I have that's max level now, and I've kind of continuously kept playing him. My Ziplac. I was playing him earlier today.
That was kind of recent. That was like a little while back, huh? That was when you lived here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. It was like earlier this year or something. I got sick for a little while, and I was like, I can't really talk very much, so I'm just gonna just zombie out and play WoW all day until something comes up or whatever.
Don't forget to get your boxes.
So I just sat there and played WoW all day.
I just always looked at like as a kid, I always like looked at WoW and I was like, this seems like a huge commitment. And then also, I never like, my mom was one of those people that was like, oh, you can't have on MySpace because people will kidnap you.
Yeah,
Which-
no,
which
I went
is-
through that.
Which is still like, I think like a perpetual fear I have to this day. I'm like, someone's gonna kidnap me. I always think that shit. But like,
I mean, that's a threat that people still have to live in
I'm
fear
worth
of.
money on the internet.
No, there was a time
could
where
Mhm.
in my WoW guild, I posted when I was 17. I turned 17 and I posted a picture of myself with like the level up, like you know that column of light that spawns over you when you level up in this game. There's a
Yeah.
picture of me with that like photoshopped over me, and I posted that to the guild forum and it said, "Ding,
That's some
17."
dang shit.
Just some dumb shit where you're trying to like interface with people online, and my parents found out and made me take it down.
Oh.
And I was like distraught
Oh,
because these are like my
no.
friends, and I was trying to like feel included in shit because that's what you do as a high school student. And they made me take it down, so and it was like a miserable.
Well, but that is technically like the smart
Yeah.
thing. It's funny
But
because
also, fuck you, I'm 17.
it's funny because my mom had the whole like, oh, you can't have a MySpace because she heard all those bad things about MySpace. But as soon as Facebook came out, she like forgot it was the same thing, and so I was able to have a Facebook. And I had so many creepy encounters on Facebook. Like it's the same.
Boomers.
It's the same thing. It just looks different.
There was, I think the difference was that the media stopped
Caring or
being
things.
as like,
Because everyone,
yeah,
because all the olds got on Facebook and ruined
Yeah,
it.
yeah, they like.
well,
Yeah, that's
also
why I don't go to
Facebook,
Facebook now.
Yeah.
Facebook had like a lot more problems than like
All of
just
our parents
kids
got on
on
it,
it.
and then we all got off it.
Well, we had to.
Yeah, because
I mean,
my my lovely grandma put so many baby pictures of me
Yeah.
up, and it was
I just
embarrassing. So I had to. I
Don't
had to
want to
like.
live with all your depressing opinions.
I had to leave that planet.
I was.
Life
God,
is better when you
I-
don't know your family's political thoughts.
Well, yeah, that would be nice.
That would be
My,
nice.
R.I.P.
I know all of my family's political views, but not on purpose.
That's usually how
Like, they
that
keep-
happens. I think. I think
Well,
most
some
know-
people, I mean, some people do talk about politics with family. Like they say, "Oh man, can't believe this happened." I just avoid. No, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, that
Don't
is a
do
bad
that.
idea for
But then,
me too.
yeah, but then they'll make some kind of offhand comment, and you're like, "Oh no, you revealed it. You took off the mask. I know exactly who you are." It's like
Has-
and I know exactly where you get your news from too, because I heard you just say that.
Like verbatim, you said something that was like the title of an article on like Fox News.
Yeah, that's the.
You can
I'll
see,
be
you
like,
can just tell where they're getting all their shitty
That
opinions
sounds
from.
familiar.
And it's all really disappointing.
I felt really bad because I was doing, I forget what I was doing, like helping my grandfather with something, and I was helping him with some kind of Word issue he was having where he couldn't open a file in Word. I was like, okay, well, we'll get it figured out. And the file he couldn't get open was this weird, creepy file of headlines from news, but without the context of the news. So he just took the headlines and put all of them into a Word document. And they were like,
What?
no, there's no correlation between the things. They were like, one of them was about how Trump was great, and then another one was about how Trump was like the next Hitler. But there's no context to any of these or where they came from, or it's just like, what is this? Like, what is this weird? Or is this how old people deal with news? Do they just like put all the headlines in a Word document and absorb it all somehow? Like, what is
I mean,
this?
if you talk to any old person, it generally just seems like, thanks to Fox News, they live in a constant state of fear.
Why am I walking anywhere? I can fly. Forget this.
Yeah, I forget I can fly sometimes.
I forget I can fly.
Listen, sometimes you gotta stretch your legs, or sometimes you gotta go to the blood furnace.
Yay.
Has WoW changed that much since Cataclysm? Yes.
No.
Considering that the game Cataclysm is now several years older than WoW was when Cataclysm came out.
I mean,
Cataclysm came out like what, year 5 of WoW? Or 6 or 7? And now WoW is like 16 years old. Many
think it
things have
was-
changed. Incalculable numbers of things have changed. I last played in Burning Crusade. Now that I'm a max level character nowadays, I'm straight up confused. Like, I got to the end game and I'm like, wait, what are these systems? Because the game doesn't even explain them anymore. You just expect you to understand what's happening, and I'm like, okay.
yeah.
So in order to enable world quests, which are a thing that exists now, you need to hit friendly with all of your factions, all of your team's factions, reputations for that particular expansion by getting all their plot lines far enough to be friendly with all of them. Then, like, spontaneously, the map gets covered in randomly generated world quests every day. And by every day, I mean, like, at random times of day, they can spring up at any time. And you do those to get rep now, because instead of dailies, which is better than dailies, but it was very confusing to figure out how to get to it. And there's like
Yeah.
those fucking like Facebook, like real-time passes missions you send people on.
Yep.
Like those like when you used to play Facebook games where you send a person away and they're gonna be gone for 8.5 hours with a 40% chance of success at the mission or whatever the hell.
They are Farmville
And you keep recruiting
ads.
followers, and I'm like, this is ew. It'd be less offensive, but what I dislike about it is that they didn't do it because they did it because Old Republic did it. Basically, I think it was the first MMO that I saw that did it. Is Old Republic, you could send your followers that weren't with you at the time on missions to get resources or whatever. But in this game, you can't just like click on the menu and do it. You have to go all the way to like the NPC that lets you do it every time, which makes it way more of a pain in the ass. And but you can also do it on your phone because the convenience there is that they're trying to get you to install a phone app for it. But the phone app takes 3 minutes to load every time you launch it, and you also can't use it while you're in the game. So you have to only do it when you're not in the game.
What does the phone app do?
It just lets you
manage your people.
You have like little followers you send on like these missions where it's like he'll be gone for 6 hours, and if the mission succeeds, he'll get these loots or whatever. And,
the idea is
like,
that you
the more
want
missions
these
you send
people to
them
level
on, the
up,
more
so
they
then
level up, and,
and then when they level up, you can either send
just
them on
another-
better quests, or you can have them follow you while you solo quest, and they count as like a team.
It's more or
So
less
that-
just another Skinner box layer.
Yeah.
Because like because they keep coming up with stuff for you to do at endgame, basically. It's like, oh, I'll hit max level, so like, how do I come up with a series of layered tasks for the player to want to do all the time, so they keep like just feeling like they always have something to do. And they've succeeded on some level, but some of the systems are significantly less engaging than the other ones are. And the follower missions are incredibly tedious and not nearly as interesting as like daily quests and so on, like world quests.
Yeah, but I mean, they came out. I believe those were added in Draenor, and it was.
Yeah, they were added when you had a garrison.
Yeah, the first
Which
garrison.
I hit the garrison. It's really it's funny seeing the skeletons of previous expansions, because like I got to the garrison where they want you to build this giant base, and it's like, oh, this is kind of a cool idea. You get to see the environment change over time as like buildings get brought up around you and stuff. And it's like, oh, I'm making a change in the world. But unfortunately for that expansion, it's like 3 expansions ago, so I burned through it really quickly, in like a few days. But all of its
about to
systems,
die.
all of its missions are based around like things that it takes like this mission will take 8 hours and stuff like that. So like I only got through like 1 tier of progress. Like nothing was happening, and then I'm already like, bye forever. I'm never coming back. It's like there's this giant like roadmap of garrison missions you could do for seemingly weeks or months, because it was for back when that was the modern content. And now that's just like a weird skeleton. There's no use case for it. It doesn't make any sense as content anymore, because you're not trapped in that expansion for 2 or 3 years like you were back then. So
Yeah.
like there's this whole base building mechanic that's supposed to take a very long time, but no one will ever do it again, because you're never going to be in that expansion that long again, because it's like 3 expansions ago. I guess that might be one argument in favor of the idea of them doing the new expansion thing, where they're going to make it so they're making it so you spend the entire leveling arc in 1 expansion instead of hop through them all like we do now. It's like stuff like that might suddenly make more sense again.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Like, oh, I'll actually be here long enough. Because yeah, like the phone app even like just forgets the garrison exists. Like I opened the phone app and it's like, oh, it's the garrison mechanic. But then I hit like Legion, I think, is the one where they took the same mechanics but made it your class hall. Like you're the leader of all rogues or the leader of all priests in all of this region. And so that replaces that system. And then now in Battle for Azeroth, once again, it gets replaced by this system where you're just doing follower missions. So the phone app also just forgets your garrison exists, and it's supposed to be like an entire base dedicated just to you. Just like how in the next expansion,
Proximity bomb.
Just like how in the next expansion you were the leader of like every priest in the entire game or something. And then like you're just like, okay, bye, because you're like a shitty tourist that just moves on, and everyone else is those like sad theme park animatronics that never progresses past the point you left them at.
This metaphor is continuing.
Because it's still true.
WoW very much is a theme park, unfortunately.
Only like chosen
colorful in that
only
way.
like chosen one characters get to like continue to be relevant and evolve as characters, but then they live in a weird paradox where you can interact with all the different previous versions of that character every time you make a new character, and like see like little baby versions of all these characters that have grown up to be these other characters and whatnot, because you see them in like their previous states, or like there's characters who die but like you can see them alive again every time you make a new character, or like
That's weird.
there's places that have been destroyed, but they're only destroyed in a part of the story. So once you reach like a level whatever, you do like an event where that place is destroyed.
I always wondered about like the logistics of playing something with so many other people, where certain like if there are any events or characters that are supposed to have permanence, like how can they, if you play with other people who are also like moving forward at different
Yeah.
paces? I always wondered that about World of Warcraft because it
There's-
doesn't seem like it would make sense logistically.
It's mixed. Because for some things they've done some interesting things with what they call instancing, which is that you can get to a zone, but it'll load a different version of that zone based on what kind of character you are or like where you are in the progression.
Target something.
Like there's a zone in the bottom left corner of one of the regions called Silithid that is this like insect. It's like the fucking. It's like Starship Troopers. It's like these giant insects that burrow everywhere, are like all over that place and
where I
colonizing
wanna
and shit.
Ah.
And that's been Silithid since day one, basically. Is all these nightmare creatures are all there. But in the current expansion, Battle for Azeroth, one of the things is that you have this thing called the Heart. It's not on my character, right? 'Cause I'm not that level yet. We're not because our characters don't exist in that expansion yet. But in the current expansion, you have a necklace called the Heart of Azeroth, and you're trying to heal Azeroth like as a planet,
Wait,
basically.
What's the name of the king in Undertale? Is his name also Azeroth? What is his name?
Azriel.
Azriel. Fuck.
And that's not the king
Oh, like
that.
the- you know,
Wait, is he the
like-
king, or
he
is he
was
the,
a
or is that the
king.
son?
No, well, I'm talking about like Toriel's husband.
Yeah, is Azriel? I think Azriel's the son.
Then what?
Yeah,
I think-
Azrael's the son.
Isn't Azrael
Yeah.
the dad?
I don't think so. I don't know. Who's chat? Who's Goat Daddy?
Who's goat? Dad? I'm just gonna type in.
I thought they were I thought they were dragons for a
Who's
while.
Goat daddy?
I just assumed they were dragons for a while, but they're goats. The
That's a loaded question there, Keith. There's a
who's
lot of goat
who's
daddies.
Goat Daddy, chat. Tell us who Goat Daddy is.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see what happens.
But like that
GoatDaddy.com.
bottom corner is like what happened is like Azeroth as a realm is dying. I think is supposed to be the story.
Yeah.
I don't pay that close of attention.
I mean,
But you're trying to heal
Azeroth is
Azeroth.
always
and level up
dying.
you're leveling up the Heart of Azeroth and shit.
Well, actually,
And when you go to Silithid now, there's a giant mega sword. It's like a giant sword the size of a building stabbed into the ground. And that's what Silithid is now. It's a different zone. It's Asgore.
Asgore. There you go.
Well, when I typed in who is Goat Daddy, he was the second.
Who is
picture.
Goat Daddy?
First one was a giant goat.
What kind of images though?
First one was a giant goat. Wait a second, like a real goat?
Yes, a very large mountain goat.
Who is
Is
Goat
probably
Daddy?
also a dad.
So it's Toriel, Asgore, and Azriel.
Oh, wait, that's the name of
Oh
a
my
farm,
god,
is
they did the
Goat
thing where they
Daddy.
just mix their names together to make their
Goat
kid's
Daddy's a
name.
farm?
That's annoying. I don't like those characters as much anymore.
Wait, what?
Azriel's name is Toriel and Asgore mixed together. They did the
Well,
thing
yeah.
where the parents mix their names
didn't
together
notice
when they
that.
name their kid.
Yeah, that's called first-time parents.
What a fucking annoying thing
So
to
they
do.
named him after their own shipping.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that that's how you created it?
Yeah, their own shipper name is their kid's name.
My name is Stephanie. It's the combination of a person named Steve
Your dad's were
and
your parents were Steven and Fanny.
Oh gosh. Oh no.
Fanny.
Fanny.
Where'd you get Fanny? Like, what are your names to create
I
Fanny?
think Fanny's a real name.
Fanny is a real name.
Yeah, and
Oh no, it is. But I'm
yeah.
saying if that's a shipping name, then how did you come
no,
to
Steph-
Fanny?
No, I said
Stephanie.
Stephanie is Steven and Fanny.
Yeah.
No, I know, but every name has to be a name based on a ship.
Oh, like
So-
every single name is a
yeah.
civic
So
tree.
where did
Oh, so you're Annie and Drew.
Annie and
Yeah.
yeah?
And Keith is
I only have one syllable. Good luck.
Keith and Theo.
I was an immaculate conception. That's why I only have one syllable in my name.
Immaculate consent.
Have fun, y'all.
There's no consent in that, Keith.
Like they just named Jesus Mary. Like,
I was produced.
well, there's no other guy here.
God's name is also Jesus. You don't know.
Oh man, that'd be kind of anticlimactic.
I mean, God is Jesus.
No,
That
God is
is-
not Jesus.
That is the thing.
Jesus is the
that's
Son of God.
That's the
and
that's the dumb paradox thing. Is like God sent down Jesus, who was his son, but also was him. That's
Well,
that's
but
the
we're
lore.
all a part of
That's
God.
the God lore.
no,
We're
he's
all
the
a part of
Son of the
God, though.
Lord.
But he's
God
also the
never came
Lord.
down. No,
He's the son of the Lord
Yeah.
unless you're Jewish.
he's the Son of the Lord.
The Father,
who
the Son,
is
and the Holy Spirit is the Trinity. They're all the same thing.
Well, look,
That's
We're-
the
God is
paradox.
God is
all
everything
of us.
and
It's
nothing.
All of us.
We are all God's children.
I talked-
Jesus was one of God's children.
I
He
talked-
just
Sometimes I
also
want to. Sometimes I want to criticize the lore of like a fake religion, and then I remember how the real ones are, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
define real and fake there, Keith.
video game.
Yeah, I was gonna say
religions.
you can't.
I mean,
you
fictional
can't tell me there's a
religions
real
as in,
religion.
Like they exist in a video game world. Like sometimes I'll have the urge to criticize the weird religion you're telling me about in like Dragon Age or
Christianity
whatever,
exists in video
and then I
games.
remember real life. And I'm
Checkmate.
like, you know what? Fuck it.
I had a good conversation
It's all
with
baffling
a
anyway.
satanic truck driver today.
What?
Yeah, a truck driver
What?
came, and I'm a person who
Was
drives
he
a
openly
forklift,
satanic?
And he had a big tattoo, and I was like, "Hey
Of
man."
Satan?
Actually, I was trying to flirt with him. I was like, "Hey man, I like your tattoo." Well, 'cause
Is that
I-
Satan on your arm, or are you happy to see me?
I usually get like very older truck drivers who don't
Do you have
speak
like
English.
Baphomet or anything?
It was a big snake with like the sigil in the middle of it, and I was like, "Hey, I like your tattoo." I was like, I donate to the
The
satanic
serpent.
church.
Oh, the serpent, original sin.
Yeah, and he was like, "Well, it's all because it's about how it's like." He went on this whole spiel about like the satanic temple and like they're really nice people. I was
He's
like,
like
Well,
explaining. the
yeah,
things
they
you
are
already
nice
knew-
people.
you
They
already
donate a
know.
lot of money to good
well,
charities.
that's what I told him. I was like, I donate money to the satanic temple even though I'm not a Satanist because I do a lot of really good charitable things
Yeah.
for reproductive rights campaigns.
They're just good.
And
Yeah.
I was like, so we had this whole conversation. I was supposed to be working, but I was like,
Yeah,
you get-
that's what I would do when I was working. I would just find people to talk to video games about.
Guys, at once, please.
Yeah, they all shout at the same time.
All of them are
And they-
talking, and they're all
and-
saying
and
different
they-
stuff.
yeah. Two of them said one thing, and two of them said another thing, and then the fifth guy said a completely different fucking fifth thing. And it's just, these guys are
Oh
a
my
mess. They should have
God.
rehearsed.
yeah,
Now,
get
now
together.
they're all dead. What a bunch of losers.
Wait
That
a
was their
second.
one chance to pull off their cool thing. Now they're all dead. Bunch of dumbasses.
Now they're all dead.
But that was long
Oh,
ago.
he's immune.
Oh.
I like those little munchkins.
Well, there's always a paradox where I save a bunch of cooldowns and powerful abilities for boss fights, and then right when the boss fight starts, like right when I
He's immune.
right when I trigger them, the boss fight's like, I'm immune for story reasons, and it's like, cool. But I waited.
Who has the spider?
Was
Me.
the spider? That's Andrew's
I love
pet.
the spider.
I love
He's
the
playing as a
spider.
hunter, and hunters get to tame a wild animal and run around with them.
I like your spider, Andrew.
Are you a Beastmaster
Thank you.
hunter?
Does he have a name?
I am a Beastmaster, and I'm gonna get my real spider, my rock spider.
Why don't
once
you?
I
Do you not have the two pets talent?
I can do exotic beasts now. Yes.
Do you not have
Time
the
to
two
go get a rock spider.
Do you not have the two pets talent, Andrew?
No.
Did you opt out of it, or do they not give it to you anymore? Oh fuck! Did I just leave the instance group instead of teleport out of dungeon? No.
Probably.
Eh,
Dun-na-na.
eh. How do
Are
I?
you trying to get back in?
Fuck! There's no way to go back in, is there? I just don't get to
Uh.
turn any of those missions. Oh well.
You fool.
They're right next to each other.
Hold on, I gotta.
Who's the theme park decoration now?
You're right there.
Just kidding.
I gotta talk to
What?
the people real quick.
I wish I could go back in there. How do I rejoin the instance group? That's stupid.
What is this? Did you just queue us up or something?
No, I can't because you're not back out yet, are you?
Well, here we are. Wait,
You're still in the
where are
dungeon.
you? What is this? Leave instance group. I'm out of here. Bye bye.
Yeah.
It took us to a different dungeon. I'm sorry.
What
Okay,
Level,
I'm
what
back.
level are y'all? The level on the screen.
70.
It says on the screen.
7.
I'm required to be standing on a Warsong jetty. Is this the jetty?
72.
Is it over here? Is it over here? Is it over here? Where the fuck is the end of Warsong jetty? God damn
I
it.
don't know what that means.
The circle's over here. Is this the jetty?
What is a jetty?
It's like a peninsula, but shitty.
Oh, you're on the wrong.
There we go.
All right.
It's you just don't stand where the circle is. You stand all the way over here instead of the circle.
Yeah,
because This quest
the
is an
boat comes
asshole.
eventually. Yep, there he is.
There you go. We have
Fun
to- we have
fact:
to
you can't
blow
land on the
horn.
boat. It's actually a fake boat.
It's pretend.
It's a pretend boat. Look
Yeah,
at
you're
this
facing
boat.
through that boat.
Look at this
It's a
pretend boat.
ghost
I
Oh.
hate this boat. Yeah.
One of your group
Yeah,
members has recently deserted a group and may not yet queue for another. Necalina.
Yeah, because I didn't realize I joined. Because I hate that it doesn't tell you who initiated the
Oh,
instance.
did you just get match made into?
Yeah.
Oh, did you like reflexively join matchmaking on your own?
Yeah, because I thought you did it. I thought you queued back up for. I thought you
No.
queued up for
Yeah.
the dungeon to try to get back in.
Well, I
And
guess
then-
we're not doing dungeons for a bit. How?
Sorry.
Is there like a debuff on you with a time limit or something? We can't play dungeon
30
for
minutes.
half an hour.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
fuck.
It was either that or do a dungeon, which, no thanks. I don't know those people.
How do you, I guess it's up there with like when when we're in Overwatch and I kept joining chat when I wasn't supposed to because it's just a reflex. Is he like reflexively, I guess, queued up your own dungeon matchmaking on your own and instantly got in or something? Or how did
Yeah,
you-
because it was the other team. So the other people we were running with did the queue, and I didn't realize that.
Oh.
Because when I looked, it was just me and you in there because they teleported out.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
then it was
That's
like,
confusing.
"Don't know,
How
no."
the fuck
I
did you
was
get
like,
into a match that fast?
Because it was 3 people queuing.
Was it? I thought everyone else was gone by then.
That's what I thought too.
Weird.
But when I joined, it was like, oh, hey, those are the 3 people we had last time.
And it takes like 10 minutes to get into a match. I don't know how the fuck it started that fast. You got fucked.
I did
But
get
also,
fucked.
fuck you, it's your fault.
Yep.
Now we
Yep,
can't
yep.
play an instance for half an hour.
I'm sorry.
Now I have
But
to
you can
think
get a
more
lot of
about what I'm
quests done.
Doing.
Look at that walrus, Dad.
Yep, that's a walrus. He
I
offers
wish you could play as
necklaces.
a walrus. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I want to play as a walrus. There's also turtles in the current expansion. I want to play as a walrus and a turtle. They make these whole like
I
societies.
saw they
you don't get
added
to play as them.
vampires.
They added vampires? What?
Yeah.
In the new expansion or something?
Yeah. Shadowlands has vampires.
What the fuck?
I'm kind of surprised they haven't had
That's-
vampires already.
That's where they're going with it next.
Isn't it,
Well,
don't
I
know,
mean,
isn't it some kind of
it worked
thing?
for Bleach. Might as well work for them.
Did it work for Bleach?
Yeah, doesn't
that
everybody
what you-
love the Bant arc? It's my favorite arc. The one where they fight vampires and never talk about it again.
Well, I mean, do you want to relive that experience? I think
As
not.
opposed to the time where all of their weapons turned into humans and then they never talked about it again.
That's disturbing.
Was that also a filler arc?
That was also a filler arc.
That seems a little too heavy for a filler arc.
As opposed to,
That
I
seems a
mean,
little-
it was
seems a
kind.
little too impactful.
I'll be honest,
for the
it was a
world.
little upsetting because then the actual story is that the guy that was in the Zombocto that became a human was actually a Quincy. So then how did that guy become a Quincy? But no one in the fucking Soul Society realized it was the leader of the Quincy's that was just hanging out inside of the. It was stupid. It was really dumb, and we never talked
I
about
have
it
to
again.
point out that I just got a recipe. I just got a recipe called Last Week's Mammoth that taught me how to cook last week's mammoth, and it says, "Eating old mammoth makes you sad."
I mean, they're probably not wrong.
Aw.
the fuck is that recipe?
But if you make it right now, how is it already last week's mammoth?
It's always last week's mammoth. That's just where the meat's from, apparently. If we just go through a mammoth every week, apparently, and that's last week's mammoth.
I like the idea that a mammoth just is last week's mammoth when
Strangely
it dies.
upsetting.
That mammoth's death was just for last week's mammoth. That's kind of disappointing. Can't even be fresh mammoth.
Can't even be fresh mammoth.
Ain't even fresh.
Ain't even fresh.
Have you looked into that? Like, are you still allowed to get 2 pets?
I need to hold on.
Because like I had 2 pets when I was playing with Nick and Marty, and I was like level 30. We're like level 70. So unless they changed it, you should already have that talent unless you skipped it. Which why would you? Even if it's not ideal, like on the meta or whatever the fuck, it's like I get to have 2 pets. Fuck y'all, I got 2 pets.
Oh yeah. I changed it to get Killer Instinct deals 50% increased damage against enemies below 35% health.
yeah,
which
you
is
could have 2
weak.
pets.
It's pointless because
You
the
could have
only thing that
2
the second pet can
spiders.
do is use Killer Instinct.
Well, yeah,
which is
it just sits there and auto attacks. But
that's
you get
pointless.
But you get to run around with 2 pets, and then you jump on a mountain, and you got aha 3 animals.
I don't want.
Then you summon your cosmetic pet. And you're like, ah, 4 animals.
I don't want a bunch of pets. I want one pet that does
I'm gonna
really
make
good stuff.
I'm gonna get my Volpera unlocked.
Oh my
where I'm
God,
a
is this
fox
Doom?
person,
What is
and I'm
this?
gonna get
What
a
the fuck
fox
is-
mount and a fox pet, and then 2 fox battle pets.
Oh my
It's just
gosh.
gonna be an army of foxes, where the one with thumbs rules.
Well, that is how it would go.
I like how I'm happy he liked my joke.
By the way,
Kel'Thuzad.
don't do that. Don't do what you're
Oh.
thinking of doing. Go back. He will
He's
murder
soul
you.
flaying me. I'm
Yeah.
getting soul flayed by
If you want to
Kel'Thuzad.
fight him, we need to go all the way back to where the guy
Yeah.
gave you the quest and pick up a tank.
Yeah, I just saw that's 100 kills, so there's it's like a bombing mission.
That guy was cool looking
Yeah.
though.
He is
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Kel'Thuzad. That's a Warcraft 3 design. That's what's funny about that's what's funny about seeing these floating pyramids and that guy and stuff is that it's like, whoa.
It's all WoW design or Warcraft design.
We used to see those as like shitty little character models in an RTS. Like a lot of this is extrapolated from Warcraft 3 visually, but some of these are literally the things you saw in Warcraft 3, but you're interacting with them on like a micro scale, and it's all ridiculous. Because yeah, you can see Kel'Thuzad in like Dota and stuff. Which as a result means that to this day, if you hop into like League of Legends, which is off-brand Dota, where they stole all the ideas and everything, like all of the starting characters were just the Dota characters but renamed, which were themselves just were just Warcraft characters. So you play like old MOBAs, and there's like a Kel'Thuzad stand-in of it would be like a weird floating skeleton covered in flowing robes. Oof.
Are there any cool?
Oopsie. That's not good. There you go. These are always a little awkward to play. They have a bombing mission like this in Battle for Azeroth, but what you're doing is you're defending turtles. There's little sea turtles trying to get to the ocean,
Oh,
and you have to
no.
like kill the crabs
Oh,
and birds that are
gosh.
trying to eat them.
Oh.
And then there's another one that I think might be a rival faction or something, where you play as a crab and you eat all the sea turtles and kill them all before they reach the ocean.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's like,
like-
Jesus Christ.
Crab's
I'm
gotta
playing
eat too.
all sides here, and it's distressing.
Well, you know, you gotta be fair. Play devil's
Yeah,
advocate.
I mean, I'm an equal opportunity mass murderer. If you want to play a Warcraft protagonist, you got to be really fine with the fact that you're gonna kill like 1 million enemies over the course of your career. Like,
That's
like
not,
I'm just killing like
that's
1,000 things right now. It's
Look at
just
all the
not
guts
accurate.
come out.
Yep,
That's cool.
I'm just killing things in mass. You can't even be like they're zombies because like one of the factions in this game is zombies. One of the first races you could play was the undead, or the Forsaken.
Petopedia, tell me where I can get my
Ba-doop-doop.
rocks.
I need more men.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Ugh.
Not enough.
Ugh.
mana.
Meat pounder, go! I got activating the meat saw. These vehicles are
Oh.
incredible. These vehicles are stupid, and I love it.
I kind of run by coal. It
Yeah.
seems like.
Just throw my minds out.
Nope, nope, nope. Shale
I think I was supposed to do
spiders.
something
There
else.
they are.
There they are.
Which one
I'll
do
rescue
I want?
you, injured dumbass. How do I rescue him? Rescue injured soldier.
Well, now you just hurt their feelings too.
Well, fuck him.
Wait,
I'm
where
the
are
only
we
I'm
right
the only
now?
character in this theme park. Everyone else
What's
is
the
fake.
nearest?
That's protagonist syndrome, Keith.
What?
Protagonist syndrome.
Yeah, but I'm the protagonist.
Well, there are other people playing this game, you know. You don't.
Yeah, but they have to do their own version of this mission that's simultaneously canon, but doesn't exist. That doesn't exist in the same universe as my mission. Only I am doing it. That's the paradox of MMOs. We're all there's 1,000 chosen ones running around.
Well, maybe all these people think that they're the chosen ones. All these little NPC babies.
Well, now they're dead.
Well,
They
Got 'em.
They were unlucky.
okay. Where are these things?
There you go. I've
at?
rescued them. They're riding on me. You don't get to. You're left behind for the dick wolves. Goodbye.
Where's the forgotten pool?
I can only carry 3. Sorry, all the other people need help.
Please don't be somewhere bad. Oh, cool. That's by what's it called?
A Solix. Is it facing the wrong? I think it's facing the wrong direction. What does the meat panda look like? I can't even see it. This thing's nonsense. What question am I at? Plains of Nassau.
Look at that, dude.
What,
Is
dude?
it an electric warthog? What is that little thing?
Are you electrical? Wait.
You just tried to shock you.
Unliving swine. It's not nice.
That's an insult right there. That sounds like a Shakespearean insult.
That's a pretty
Yeah.
good one. I like that.
It's not nice to call it. Yeah. It is nice being able to fly. I still can't fly in the current expansion. They made it really hard to unlock. You have to complete every quest line of every faction and then fully explore the entire map. So basically, you have to, like, in order to unlock flying, you have to set foot absolutely everywhere first.
That's the worst part. They started doing that in Draenor, where they're like, flying can't be easy for you nerds. Go do something. It's like, I don't
Yeah, it's like the
wanna.
Demon Souls idea of, like, you can have your health bar as soon as you prove you don't need it. It's like, oh, I really like flying though. But no, they wanted an exciting feature to sell their first expansion, so they added flying, and then every expansion afterwards they're like, fuck, what do we do? We already let everyone start flying. What about level design? What's the point of level design if they can just fly over it all? You can't,
Well-
like, funnel people or make like hallways and like valleys and shit because they can just go like zip. So they're
I
like, you know what?
remember-
You have to beat every expansion before you can unlock flying. You gotta get like a flying license in every region after
Yep.
you beat the zone, even though you're the fucking like chosen one. You're like the superhero with like 12,000 storylines worth of like background now because you've been playing one character for 16 years, and still you have to like grovel at the licensing of that fucking Azeroth DMV to get your flying license every expansion.
Ooh, a Death Knight.
Oh yeah, look at Andrew's pet, or like Andrew's mount.
Oh,
It's just a giant rat. It's the Chinese New Year thing. They added rats as mounts,
I really like
and
it.
it's just, since it's just a rat, it's wearing a weird harness that like makes like it just like conjures wings whenever he flies.
Look at that ugly ass Gryffindor.
He
Get
looks-
out of
He
here.
looks so
Like the little-
just content with it. He's
Yeah,
like,
he's-
whatever.
he's just
I'm
chill.
flying. I'm
He's-
not upset.
He's just hanging out.
This isn't baffling for
Like-
me as a land animal.
This is my life. I really
Run
like my
away
dragon, though.
back to my home planet.
My people need me.
Where'd you go? Oh,
Where'd
the
you go?
Shadowlands.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
this
here to
area is technically instant.
murder some dudes that I guess you probably already killed.
Yeah. But I'll kill them again. They deserve it.
Are you in the like join me thing right now?
What? I'm just killing things.
Oh, I thought these guys like wouldn't appear for you because you beat the quest already.
No, this the beach is always instanced. It's full of spooky ghosts.
That's weird. Why couldn't they just let it be this real zone all the time then? If it never changes. It must change at some point.
There's
you-
probably a quest that you have to do that
maybe you
erases all of the
yeah,
spooky
You might
ghosts.
have not finished the entire quest chain yet. Because I think
Probably not.
eventually it probably goes away. Otherwise, why instance it in the first place? But I was really wowed the first time because I played 300 days plus of old WoW, where it was just the entire world around you was so static. Coming back and playing a Worgen for the first time and seeing like what they can do with instancing was a fucking trip. Because what they do with Stephanie with the Worgen is that you are just in a normal human settlement that's like about to fall in the story, and so there's like the curse of the Worgen shows up. Like there's like it's the werewolves are like showing up and attacking people. It's like set up like a horror movie, and you're playing as a human. Because when you customize your Worgen character to play, you customize a human and a Worgen simultaneously. Because and you actually maintain the ability to switch back into a human temporarily whenever you want to, because they shapeshift. But in the intro, you're playing as your human self, and you're witnessing this entire city fall to the werewolf curse, basically. And they do that by having the world around you actually change and like fall into stages of chaos and war, and like suddenly there's werewolves everywhere, and it keeps getting darker and so on. And like you're only playing with the other people that are in that exact part of the story, but it's all while being in the same location. And
Yeah, so the town of like gradually just gets
Yeah.
destroyed as
and for
you
normal video
progress through the
games,
quests.
for normal video games, that's like not super impressive because it's normal for like a game to be able to like change an environment as you progress through like a single player story. But for a multiplayer game that has other players around you, to have like the environment changing over time was relatively new, and it was weird seeing them pull it off. And there's a thing where like, yeah, like, you could just only see the other players around you. You can only see other players if they're currently in
the same like
the same
state.
part of the story.
they're doing the exact
Yeah.
quest that you're a part of.
Because you're kind of phasing through a bunch of different, separately designed versions of the same location, but they all occupy the same spot on the map.
That's
which
like
is-
That's pretty neat.
Which is kind of what's happening now. Is we're in like a weird ghost-filled piece of beach, and sometimes when you go, like when I flew down into it, you saw Andrew disappear out of the sky, and it's because
Yeah.
he was leaving the instance, so he wasn't in the world that I was in. He actually might only be able to see this. If I'm wrong about the quest thing, he might be able to see what I'm seeing right now because he's in a party with me. Because there's that
Maybe.
thing. And they've
Oh, no.
they've
Got the
done a
obnoxious
few different
mount.
things with that too now. Because now there's the aspect where you can play with people from other servers. Because it used to be you just pick a server and that's just you pick like Horde or Alliance, and then you pick like I'm playing on a Rexar or whatever, and you're just like that's it. I can only play with the Horde on Rexar for the rest of this character's life. I have to make a new character from scratch on a different server on a different team if I want to play with my friends if we didn't pick the same server. But nowadays you just like you open like battle.net, talk to your friend, there's Marty, there's Nick, there's Eric, and you just like join up with them in a party, and suddenly they'll just like warp into existence in front of you. If they're standing in the same location on their server, suddenly you'll just be able to see each other because you'll just kind of join instances across different servers. And it's like suddenly they just all the different boundaries kind of like went away. It was weird.
Well, that's a lot. All of that is thanks to switching from old, like literal old style servers, like racks, to cloud computing. Because now there's no like barrier there anymore.
Being
Because
a
there's no
spider
physical.
looks
There's no.
exhausting. There's like
Oh,
Like my
okay,
hell-
wait
like
till you
my-
see my
like
stone spider.
hellhounds. The skull face always gone.
Yeah, you walk on 2 legs. Imagine walking on 8 legs.
Yeah, it just sounds exhausting.
Yeah, that thing's kind of. It looks like a Diablo creature,
Hey,
honestly.
Yeah, this guy's got an axe face.
Here,
It's pretty
It's
ridiculous.
pretty cool looking, I think.
I'll bring my treasure goblin out.
Your treasure goblin.
Haxorus
killer
gone
rock.
wrong.
See? A treasure goblin. He drops coins.
I'm gonna spy on things with my eyeball, friend. Yeah. Oh yeah, Soulwell.
You throw out an eyeball, but it doesn't like instigate fights.
No, it's like a spying thing. You just kind of float around as an eyeball and look around.
I spy with my little green eye.
A motherfucker about to die.
There it is.
There
I
he
see
is.
it.
Get him.
Take that,
two-
Gamel.
Enjoy several summons coming at you.
This guy's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, the gimmick of this playthrough is that Andrew and I are both playing. Not only are we playing as the pet, the two classes that have pets, we're playing as the ones that we're playing the specific talent tree that increases their petness. So like I've got like 2 dogs I summon. I've got my main summon. I've got the weird axe face guy. And when I'm fighting, just a bunch of random imps just kind of materialize around me and start shooting fireballs.
That's how I play this too. I
Yeah.
love like playing characters where I can like summon things. When I played BioShock, my favorite thing was having the bee hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
the bees.
bees.
Oh, I love the bees.
Which is the most body horror of all Bioshock
Wait,
abilities.
because you have holes.
Yeah,
in
because your hand has holes in it, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
And
it's a
living
small price to pay
creatures
for
are
the
being
bees.
conjured from your flesh.
And I felt really sentimental about my bees. I was like, "Go bees, go!" I love you
What's it called?
guys.
Dishonored had that too. Dishonored
the
had a,
rats?
yeah. Well, no, I didn't Dishonored have a whatever it's called, like a not bees, but they had some kind of
Not the
swarm that you could summon on
bees.
people.
I don't know.
There were definitely swarms everywhere. Dishonored
was
2
that
was
Dishonored
full of
2?
swarm problems, but I don't remember if you could make them. But that was
I
the
thought
thing
there.
where you
Well,
had
no,
to- you
I
kept
thought there
having
was
to-
a way you could like control them.
I remember that just
I know you can
generally
kill them.
that game was just full of you like having to infiltrate these shitty hives that were just like really unnerving. 'Cause they were like blood-sucking wasp monsters that were just everywhere, and like they were really, you'd hear them, and like you'd navigate these like infested ruins via the sound of like the blood flies or whatever. And it was just like the swarm, like that inherently worrying, like swarming, buzzing noise getting louder and louder.
In Fallout, you guys
Also,
have
they
the-
would like shut down districts because of them.
Yeah, I also do not
yeah.
have I do not have a good reaction to those kinds of insects just in real life either. So I'm just like, I don't want to be anymore. Every time.
That's why you burn them.
When I was let's playing that, I was just like, get me out.
I love creepy crawlies.
hate it.
I'd be an entomologist if I could.
No,
I would
nope.
keep my tarantulas that Keith won't look at.
They're a combination of like two of the
That
worst.
Keith won't look at.
They're two of the worst things, which is fucking mosquitoes and wasps at the same time.
See, in Fallout,
like-
you had the cazadors, then you had the bloat flies, and those were like.
I like how
big old
Keith is just
gross bugs.
blathers.
I
yeah.
heard through the bloat fly.
Those are both those jokes in a row are good from both of you.
I don't know what Blathers is.
Blathers is the
From,
guy
Animal Crossing, the owl.
When
Oh.
you show him a bug, he
Oh.
says he's like he gets mad and he's like, although I hate bugs, it's a bane of my existence. I promise I'll get the best care.
I am significant.
I want a man to say that about me.
I am bothered by spiders much less. I'm bothered by spiders a lot less when I see them not at home. I just don't want home spiders. I sleep at home.
With my spiders.
Oh
that
man,
live
these
next
insects are
door.
lucky. I saw a comic that was
Get 'em,
that
doggies.
someone made of Blathers like putting bugs into the room, and he just like walks in, gets scared, trips, drops the containers, and then just runs out of the
You
room.
ever see a skeleton dog with dreadlocks?
And that's why they're like all the bugs are in their natural habitat, because he just doesn't put them anywhere. He just throws them in there.
I saw.
We gotta compete with this boring human player. I'm getting
Oh
interjected.
yeah, joke's on them. I do more damage.
Yeah, they might have just gotten it though. We gotta wait for
They
them to
did.
go away. They're only level 65. Now go away.
I saw a cute comic with like Timmy and Tommy Nook, and it was something along the lines of like them being like, "Why don't we ever have any money?" And then it has like a background. It has like all the bugs that you just sold them. So they have like a room full of like moths and stuff.
Tarantulas and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no.
Our store is going under. I can't figure out why we're not making money, and it's just
So they
we're
keep
just
buying bugs and then just doing nothing with them.
Yeah.
Are you telling me the economy of Animal Crossing doesn't make sense?
Yeah. What are they
mean,
doing?
I just found out the Eye of
The
Kilrog.
animals I sell them.
I just found out the Eye of Kilrog can fly.
Yeah, if you hold space, it just goes away.
Just go up into the sky. I'm like, my people need me. I'm up in the
I
observatory.
love how you're kind of just like dancing here.
I'm dancing. Am I casting? Oh, I am casting.
Yeah. You're just like,
Majestic.
there he is. Get over here.
Oh,
Or this other person comes and takes it.
yeah.
Haha.
Andrew, do you have pigtails?
Did I get credit? Because I didn't get him.
Do I have pigtails?
Okay, I got credit.
Absolutely, I have pigtails. I mean,
Very
I'm a
cute.
Where is inspect?
Yeah.
There. That's what he looks like.
I mean, it goes so well with my ears too.
Oh wait, I thought that was you. Who are you, Keith?
This is me.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Got it.
We're both playing as
Keith's
blood.
the
We're both
man.
playing
Oh,
as
see,
blood
I thought you
elves.
were a girl too, Keith.
No. Just
Nope, he just has long hair.
Those, yeah, those are some cheekbones right there.
Ah!
Don't
Well,
tell
yeah,
Tyra
we're
Banks.
both playing as basically red-haired, ponytailed blood elves.
Beautiful people.
Beautiful people. God.
The only type
I-
of blood elf you're allowed to play
beautiful
as.
people.
They're beautiful on the outside and disgusting on the inside.
It's all relative.
That's just all elves,
They're
though.
all, yeah, all elves are pretty awful, but blood elves are especially awful.
Blood elves are extra bad.
Kill Jade and all that. There's no good. I don't know. I've never heard of any like positive characters amongst them. There's no like Malfurion or something. Which
yeah, no, there's no
wow.
good blood elf.
Which Malfurion's one of those night elves that they keep giving like more and more superpowers till he's like fucking God's chosen one or something.
He is God's
It's
chosen
like he's
one.
a super bear and he's also like a centaur and he's also
I
like
believe in
a tree.
not
he's like
dr-
the most powerful of all druids.
I want
It's not
to.
Draenor, it's the other one.
Whenever you encounter him, he's like 20 feet tall, and it's like, Jesus Christ, why are the named characters all giants now? I don't know what happened.
Because they basically are like gods. They have existed for so long that they are basically deities.
This motherfucking objective was like, yo, go back to where you just came from. Like, great. This what imagine doing this in the original version of this game where you couldn't fly. 4 minutes
That
till
was
we
the
can
point.
queue. Yeah, they just waste your time making you go swim back.
That's what people got really upset with flying originally in the first zones. Was like, wait a second,
Do you think the heads
all
of
this
that
shit
mountain
is just
argue?
mine.
You just did a fucking flip.
Yeah, dude.
Do you think those two heads argue? Oh, we went past.
They do argue.
Do they?
If you don't
They
if you
nab
don't
at
have
each other.
flying, they'll like blow.
Damn
Sometimes
it.
they'll blow the
I killed that
engines,
one
and then
too.
they'll bite at each other.
Oh, that's
What?
cute. I like that.
Oh, look at this guy on his horse. He
Live it
can't
off.
even fly. Come on, man.
Can't
Yeah,
even
fuck off.
fly.
Loser.
Can't even fly. Don't drown your horse. Oh,
I don't
it's all
think
the way
there's a
down
swimming
here.
animation. I think you just fly underwater with flying
Lever
mounts.
Roth. Dun
Which
dun
I
dun dun dun
guess is what
dun.
swimming is like, but it's like wrong.
Can I? My little treasure goblin throws coins, but we're in the water, so they just go straight up and then back down.
That used to be my soundtrack to World of Warcraft.
With Sephiroth's theme?
The Sephiroth's theme from Advent Children, the movie, is like 12 minutes long or some shit.
It is
So I
very
would- I would
long
just
and
have
very epic.
Yeah, and it's like it like progresses through like several different kinds of music basically over the course of it.
What the?
So I would just
Is he
have that
already dead?
running continuously.
How is he already dead?
We throw a spirit in.
Oh, there he is.
Uh,
Get him.
I would just have that looping on my computer while I was playing WoW, and that was what the sound was. And so then now I just actually associate that song with WoW more than Final Fantasy because I've never played it.
I was telling Keith how
Oh.
I found out that Snake Eater is on Spotify, and so I've been at work listening to Snake Eater.
Is it really?
Yeah. And it's such
That's-
a good fucking song, too.
Snake eater.
I like the lines because it's like eating tree frogs and stuff. Like,
Yeah, the dialogue,
Sometimes
all the
you
lyrics
eat
are
a tree
absurd.
frog.
That audio sounded blown out and bugged. That was weird.
That's like the what is it? What's that stupid song from
Brought
Metal
your
Gear
spider
Rising?
underwater.
What's the stupid song from that?
Is it from when you fight Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah, the song that gets like ridiculous as it goes
Is Bill
along.
O'Reilly the final boss of Devil May Cry
Bill
or
O'Reilly.
Metal Gear Solid?
No, you're thinking of, well, the Devil May Cry has that one, like the revamped Devil
Rules
May
of
Cry
Nature,
has
that's
the
what it is.
Bill O'Reilly guy.
Is it that was DMC?
Yeah.
That wasn't Revengeance.
Yeah, where he's like spitting fake news at you.
Because I've heard both of them end completely absurdly,
Oh my
and
gosh.
Oh,
I
I
think
mean,
somewhat
no,
similarly, but one of them explicitly is like it's a Bill O'Reilly.
Well, no,
like, parody.
there's one guy and he's like I'm an American. I played football in high school, and he's like this businessman, but he's all buff for some reason, and he like
It is
kicks
I,
your ass.
Captain
He's a
Business.
buff ass dude.
He's a buff ass dude.
But it was just it's very weird.
And then there's the classic. What is it?
That was in Revengeance, that guy.
Yeah.
But the one that I was thinking of was the one in DMC where you fight this guy who's like
He like isn't he like throwing headlines at you or
yeah
some
yeah
shit?
yeah he
Like,
throws news at you.
it's like what the fuck is this? What have we
That's
done?
fantastic.
And that company would go on to make Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Like next, that was their next game.
Next.
Yeah, and then the next game was that game I played recently, Bleeding Edge. Was that like MOBA style arena shooter?
I heard that
kinda thing.
almost no one's playing that.
I liked it, but I can't get any of you guys to play it because it costs money.
I ain't
Well-
gonna
It'll-
buy another
never
damn.
it'll never get momentum because it's not free. In with our
Well-
group.
Money is a wall.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing to that poor
I'm
dragon?
flying
Oh, we can queue up again, by the way.
gloriously and graciously. As above, so below.
Oh.
He's Wait, how the fuck did that fit? That didn't fit through there at all. That blimp just phased right through those spiky portcullises.
Look. No one notices that.
This poor guy. Assert dominance. Assert dominance.
Is this how you T-pose on a mount?
Wiki. Jesus Christ. Alright.
Oh no, we're gonna listen to this guy yammer on about stupid shit again?
Yeah, we're back to do this piece of shit mission.
Alright.
What mission did we just do?
Uh,
What instance did we do before we got banned? I couldn't remove it from the list because I couldn't use this menu while you were banned. It was
shit.
definitely Burning Crusade.
It was the second dungeon in Burning Crusade.
Was it Blood Furnace?
Yes.
Okay. There we go. Just want to remove that from the list so we don't just get back into it. Although the chances are low, considering it's one of like 20 dungeons were currently available.
Yeah.
And in 8 levels, we're going to stop doing them anyway because we'll be in the next category.
Oh no.
There's so many fucking instances. This is a really fucking distressing hill.
Okay, so stay on your mount. I
guess
would
we
get
should
in the air right now if I were you.
Yeah, I guess we should.
Yeah,
just
and
be
get
on
ready
this
to
side.
fly up.
I guess I happened to be between him and the mob, so they just ate me.
Basically what happens is if you attack any of them, even by accident,
Yeah.
suddenly they all attack you.
So I know this character model. This is the character model they normally use for when you have to save people from webs in like a
Yep.
spider cave. Like
And
this
they
is like
painted
when
it
you gotta,
yellow.
like when you're playing as Sam and you got to save Frodo from Shelob. Like that's the character model they use, but they made it piss yellow, and now so the
It's
implication is
very yellow.
yeah, the implication is that these guys have been like captured by the farm. Like
Is
the
that-
wheat has captured these people.
Is that the implication?
I think that's the implication.
How do you get caught by wheat? You
I
just
don't
walk
kn-
in too slow
I
and
guess-
they grab your feet?
I guess
I'm
it's
pretty
just
sure
that-
this is a
I guess
spell.
it's just this asshole is like his specialty is wheat-based attacks, which is
Whoa.
which like
Whoop.
which I feel like overall like just reinforces how right I was to mock him earlier. 'Cause
Wheat-based
what a fucking
attacks.
loser.
He like fights with like Cheerios and like
Frosted mini wheats.
yeah, frosted mini wheats and bread.
All right, fight him.
All right, come here, genie. There you go.
Time to die, loser.
I'm a loser, baby.
So why
So
don't
why don't
kill-
you eat weed?
Why don't you eat wheat?
Part of a
Sweet.
natural breakfast or something.
It's on the bottom of the food pyramid, but they changed it. And now the
If
food
you eat
pyramid
wheat,
is
it stops you
vertical.
from masturbating.
What?
They used to think that was true.
Yep,
why-
that's what
why
Kellogg
cereal-
said.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
like why
That was
cereal
like Kellogg's
was so
weird-
popular.
Kellogg was on
Yeah.
a weird fucking like gambit to like end masturbation by making a magic cereal that would like, stop
He
people from
did in
doing it.
masturbation. People don't masturbate anymore. They eat Chex Mix.
Nobody told you.
Why is every rich asshole ever like some sort of fucking deranged lunatic? That was
He actually wasn't a rich asshole yet. That wasn't until he, sold a lot of cereal because it stopped masturbation.
Yeah,
The better question is, how come evangelicalists don't seem to lose even though their message is terrifying?
well-known masturbatory aid, Kellogg's cereal.
Okay, so the lady at the checkout stand, what did she think when that kid walks up and like buys like 8 boxes of cereal? Is she like judging him like?
No, she's happy. She's like, oh, thank God, he's
Wow,
getting help.
the
He's
evil's
buying
be-
Kellogg's.
The evil's being purged. This child will be saved.
Boy, this kid needs a lot of help.
Do you think a guy ever ran up to Kellogg's and masturbated in a box of his cereal to spite
Well,
him? That would be fantastic.
Why? Where is he eating the cereal?
That's just
like
a specific
just
image.
at a
No, I'm just
public
saying, like,
park? It's like
the
hello,
guy just
I am
grabbed, like-
Kellogg's eating cereal.
Which
No, I
cereal,
mean, the
though?
guy
Which cereal
grabs
does
a
he
box
masturbate
of
in?
cereal
Which
and
one?
runs to Kellogg's and masturbates
Oh.
inside of it.
Like
And
a
goes like,
a
"Yeah,
Ke-
take
Ke-
that,
a
Kellogg's," and he's
Kellogg's
like, "Oh."
tribute.
But which cereal do you choose? Do you choose cornflakes or do you choose?
That was all that existed. There was no other cereal.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, so, some
What a
might
sad
say
life.
that's still all we have.
Some might-
Variations of cornflakes.
Some people live in a really sad world then.
I like Pops. No one agrees with me, but Pops are my favorite cereal.
Yeah, you're
Ooh,
wrong.
Pops?
Yep, corn Pops.
No,
I like Pops.
Kix is also pretty good.
the best cereal is chocolate strawberry Special K.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, that's not even close.
No, it's great. It's
Thought you were gonna
Special
say
K.
like Frankenberry
Nope,
or something,
nope, it's
but like
special,
what?
It's Special K that has
Blueberry.
actual
That's where
chocolate
it's
and
at.
strawberries in it.
I love blueberry.
I don't want actual chocolate and strawberries in my
And
cereal. If I
because they're
did, I'd
dried-
go buy some and put
And
it in
because-
my
And
cereal.
because they're dried
It'd be better.
strawberries, they like inflate with the milk and they become like milk strawberries.
No, that sounds
Wait,
bad.
what the
That sounds
fuck?
bad. You rehydrate them.
I also really like multi-grain Cheerios,
Terrible.
which is better than
I
normal
like
Cheerios.
honey Cheerios and pumpkin Cheerios and frosted Cheerios, but not plain Cheerios. Plain Cheerios are bad.
I don't like Cheerios.
I don't like main
at all.
Cheerios, but I like multi-grain Cheerios. They
I
actually
like
taste really good.
The Eggo waffle cereal.
There's an Eggo waffle cereal?
There was. I don't know if they still make it, but
There's
it,
al-
like,
there's
it,
also-
it tastes like maple. It was very good.
There's also
Oh
like
my God,
vanilla
sounds
vanilla
great.
almond Special K, which is pretty good.
That sounds pretty good. I would like vanilla almond.
The problem is that it's Special K with its expensive ingredients and shit sells the fucking tiniest boxes. At like, it's like you get a box that's like a third the size of Frosted Flakes
Well,
for double the price.
It is called Special K. It's special. You're paying for the special. Okay.
I hate
Special.
the
because all other cereals practically horse food. So by contrast,
Wait a
like
second.
like the shit going into Special K is like they like ration it out in these tiny boxes because they can't compete with like the
A
fucking
horse
like
would be lucky to eat
they can't
Pops.
compete with like the cattle feed that all the other cereal is.
I would love to see the horse that just brags about eating pops.
I get to eat Pops for breakfast. Fuck
Is that
you.
grain? Just straight grain? This boy eats only pops.
That horse would be so sick. He would not do well.
Yeah, sick as in radical.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
He'd have a backwards cap and he'd be like,
Radically incurable illness.
he would neigh and then get on his skateboard and go.
do it 4-legged kickflip. Oh, that's our objective.
Yeah, the objective isn't to kill bats, Keith.
Well, they're called
Those are
bloodspore
moths.
moths.
And I like
And
them
Okay.
a lot.
our objective was bloodspore carpal, and I couldn't see any objectives around.
Yeah,
so I thought
and
maybe
we have
the moths
African
had-
killer bees.
so I
We don't
thought-
just kill them.
I thought maybe the moths had our objective on them because I couldn't see an objective anywhere.
I used to be
But
really
now I see it.
terrified that those killer bees were gonna come to the
They were
U.S.
gonna come get
because
us,
I saw
and then
that.
you'd have-
I'm
and then-
actually
And then you would
disappointed.
have to go
I-
hide in a swimming pool, but you'd only last for so many minutes, and then they'd swim in your mouth.
I watched that movie when
They'd
I was
fly
a kid.
in your mouth the moment you resurface. and
Why
get
would
you.
anybody believe they wouldn't just fly in your
I don't know. For some reason,
mouth?
that was the go-to example. Is the idea that people would get chased by African bees, and then like they
Jump
would
into the
like
lake.
That's like
jump,
the
they jump
that's
into
like the crappy
water,
advice of like just lay
That
down
was
and let
the
a bear
stereotypical thing.
eat you.
I saw Revenant.
and then you come back up and they fly in your mouth, and then you got bees inside
Winnie
you,
the
like in
Pooh.
Bioshock, and you get superpowers.
Winnie the Pooh steals honey from the beehive, and then he jumps into the water, and it works for him. So.
He's a cartoon character.
Oh, actually, I think he uses.
He's also a
to
bear.
breathe, and
Yeah.
the bees go down into.
Bears
the
are a little more bee-proof than humans are.
a little bit.
They're a
yeah.
little more most things proof, except people-proof.
That's
Well,
not
pe-
true. That's
people
definitely
proof.
not true. Bears can beat a person one-on-one if you're
but
not careful.
they're not human society-proof. That's their ultimate weakness.
Well, okay, so they're not. They cannot stack up against multiple humans with guns. No. But if they walk into like your small little community and no one's got a rifle to take it out, then that bear is gonna run train. That's the new leader.
Run train. That's what bears are known for doing.
It's too far away.
I mean, have you seen the 2 giant arms it's got attached to it? These things are scary.
No, my family used to have a timeshare up in the mountains, and there was every now and then a bear would just break in.
Wait, what? The bear would break into your timeshare?
Yeah, when no one was there, you just see like the door would just be
Did you
open
leave food in
and
there?
there'd be like tracks everywhere and shit.
I had
The
that.
bear
We
would just
stayed at a
break
cabin.
in and just kind of hang out for a while and then leave.
Yeah, I remember I stayed up in a cabin up like not by Tahoe, but on the like almost the way to Tahoe. And in the middle of the night, I woke up to go to the bathroom and I heard like kind of like not scratching, but like something pushing against the window. And I opened the window and it was just a bear. And I was like, what no, and just put the blinds back down and just like walked away from the room and was like, I don't know what like.
I don't want
This
to
is
be in
not
this
a-
movie. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I was like, this isn't how this goes.
Uh-uh.
And
we kill the
both
moths.
of my parents told me to just go back to bed. I was like, there's a fucking bear outside. Like
Well,
that thing
it's
could
not like
break
you-
glass.
Well, you could do anything at that point. It's like if it gets in, it gets in. You guys have to leave. But you can't,
Bullshit.
like-
I could go in a different room, close the door to that room, seal that door, and lock the bear in.
that bear could bust through a door.
The bear's not gonna bust through the door. He's gonna leave the window and then bust through a different window,
Surprise.
Have you guys?
which is that gives me time to flee. It's all about delaying the bear. It's
Stop
not about
this ad.
stopping the bear.
I
You
remember.
can only delay the bear.
Look, I was like 10 years old. I'm not taking a bear. As an adult, I'll take a
No.
bear. Me and you, 1v1. Let's go.
What
I would
kind
love
of-
to see
what
Keith
kind
fight a
of
bear. Keith, fight a bear.
Any bear.
No.
I can fight any bear. You know why?
I
Because there's
value
one thing
my
bears can't do
limbs.
that humans can always win with. I can pee in its face. I will win.
Would you do that to Paddington?
I think technically the. I mean,
I think that's child abuse.
I can take Paddington.
I can take Paddington.
Little shit's like 3 feet tall.
That's not the right
Keith rolls up his
response.
fucking sleeves, this little bear in his fucking raincoat. You and me, Paddington, in the
That's-
fucking courtyard.
You
You're
and
like,
your
"What?"
stupid raincoat. Fuck you.
The plot of the first movie is basically just like a stand-in for Cruella DeVille. Basically wants to make a jacket out of him or something.
He's
like,
not even big enough to make a jacket out of.
yeah, but that's what's happening. Some lady just wants to kill him, and it's just some lady.
what a-
It's like
what a-
I could
what a
take
terrible
I could take
person.
Paddington. He's like 3 feet tall. He's afraid of violence.
No,
I have the advantage.
You're,
You don't think regular bears are afraid of violence?
Regular bears are a ton.
Look, regular bears don't live their lives like in constant defense. They are always the offender.
A regular
so they don't
bear
live
is
their
like
life
fighting
like.
a car.
Okay, but again, bears don't
Paddington's
constantly.
Paddington's a little shit. I can take him. It's nothing.
Man,
I
this
hope
this
Paddington kicks
animosity
your ass.
towards
What's he gonna do?
Paddington.
Wash my clothes wrong and make them pink? Ooh.
Hey, look, people said that
Wow.
about
That's
George,
That's also the plot
the
of the
monkey.
Paddington movie.
Closer.
No, those movies are really wholesome. We should watch them
I,
sometime.
I would
Well, now I'm
hope
gonna
so.
think about how you
That would
wanna
be
fight
kind of.
Paddington.
They're so pleasant,
I'd be like,
and
oh,
they have Doctor Who in them.
I'm just gonna
They have
remember.
old man Doctor Who.
I'm
The
gonna
one that's
remember
not
this
Doctor Who
moment
anymore.
when Keith says he's gonna beat up Paddington, and as I'm watching it,
What are
I'm
you gonna
think
do?
about
What are you
that.
gonna do? Call my bluff and summon Paddington? It'd be very pleasant. I'd
I'm
love
dying.
That.
This is a bad idea. Why did somebody do this?
Yeah, why? There's a lot of pulls right now. Are we okay?
Well, our healer just can't heal through all this.
Ow.
So, this was an interesting decision.
What happened there? Did they?
They pulled way too much,
Was the tank
and
just
our
like not
healer.
Did the tank just not hold aggro, or did the tank die?
Yeah, the tank died.
Oh, that's not his job at all.
No.
It's exactly not his job. His job is to live. Did anyone tell him? Someone should have told
no.
him to not die.
Whose wolves are those?
I'm sure he'd like it if I reminded him that he wasn't supposed to die.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be very good friends with you.
That's toxic.
It's like our matches where I'm playing as the healer and they keep reminding me to heal. It's like, no, I fucking get it. No, I know what's going on, dude. This is you. You're the unhealable one. People love being reminded to do their basic job that clearly is what they're supposed to be doing.
I mean, look, if he's not doing his job right, Keith, that means you just have job security as a healer.
It's so fucking cursed that Blizzard decided that in Overwatch people needed a dedicated heal me button that they can just fucking spam. It's like it's
Well-
so fucking irritating when you're a healer when people just keep pressing it over and over and over again.
Look, that argument is how I can win a fight with any animal. Lion, pee in its face. What's it gonna do?
I'm so confused by what you think you're saying.
I'm saying that if I was to fight an animal, you strip down. First of all, that's gonna scare them because I bet they don't see a lot of naked humans. That's gonna be scary.
They say you
They don't
have
even know
fur,
what's going
where did your
on.
fur
They're like, he's
go?"
transforming.
Exactly. I just immediately just become even skinnier, and they're like, "What? Whoa! What happened? Where'd all the food go?"
Where'd all the food go?
I mean, that's already
They-
demoralizing.
yeah, they
Then they're
might
like, "Oh."
They might just give up on that level alone. They're like, wow, there's not even a reward for this. Like, loot box open, it's empty.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't think I've never lost a fight with an animal yet.
That's not.
What?
So
How many
pretty
animals
confident.
fights have you been? Is the question.
2 fights.
Were they dogs? Were they your dog?
One of them was a dog.
Or is it your dog?
No, it wasn't my dog. No, all of my dogs are good dogs.
Animal
They're,
fights.
like, well, they bark a lot. That's not great, but they're not like vicious dogs.
I'd hope not.
I don't think I've ever had a dog that. Well, that's not true. I had a dog that. My dogs do bite people if you piss them off, but
So why did you?
It's
have
very
to fight
hard.
The dog, then?
I fought a dog because the dog it was bullying me. I did nothing to it. The dog was literally a serial bullying dog, and
Dog is
I had.
bullying me.
It was. It would follow me to the fucking supermarket and then bite me when I was going home. What did I even do?
It was just an unknown stranger dog.
It
would
was the
just
neighbor's
follow you.
dog. It would literally jump the fence,
It would
follow
you
me to the fucking grocery store, bite me, and then go home. And I was like, what the fuck is you? Why do you do this?
That's his like goal for every day. Like that's his
That's
Yeah,
his
and guess
routine.
what? I had to fight him because I went to go hang out with people, and we were playing a nice game
That's just
of
one of those things he's gotta do to make his day feel complete.
well,
It's
not my
fulfilling.
day. My day was not complete. We were playing that. What's that game where you have to go on dates with a bunch of people in a supermarket? Not a supermarket, in a mall.
Wait, what?
There, what's the? Remember there's the game that you go on dates with people, like the phone. It has the phone, and then you call guys, and they're like, "Hey, you're really cute. Let's go to the mall." You remember that game?
Is this a video
What is that
game
board?
or is this a real
It's
life?
a board game.
Oh
Board
my
game.
God. I thought
Date
it was
boys.
fucking real life.
I thought this was
I
like
was
a
gonna
weird
say-
high school
Mystery
ritual.
date. That's what it was.
I thought this was a
All
weird,
right.
I
So
thought this was a weird fucking ritual, like fucking spin the bottle,
When I go to the
No,
mall,
no,
I try
it's
not
just-
to have to date
where
people.
like you just randomize, get matchmade with people, and get forced to go on a date at the mall for some
have-
kind of game.
When I go to the mall, I have to run through it to go get my shopping done because I'm like, I don't want to be caught by people who want to go on dates.
They're gonna get me,
They're gonna get me,
and then I'll be obligated.
and then I'll have to because that's how the game works apparently.
in any case,
Tag,
we were
you're in,
playing.
We're on a date now.
Oh fuck.
We were playing a
Damn
beautiful
it.
game of mystery date, and this fucking dog had the audacity to show up to the fucking house. We were in the garage. He showed up to the garage, looked me straight in the face, and tried to bite me. And I was like, "You, what the fuck? What is this? This is harassment." And so I slapped the dog in the mouth, and then the dog ran away, and I felt really good about it.
Did ever
And then the next day, he
bother you
fucking
again?
bit me.
Oh.
Wow, you sure taught him.
Well, I taught him that day. All right.
Did you?
One day out of like 100 is good.
But it wasn't a lost fight because I didn't go on the ground.
This was a 51st date situation where you had to
Happens 50 more
remind him
times.
every single day.
The second animal I got in a fight with a deer, and that deer deserved it.
Was it like Nietzsche Jow? Did you have to like fight it?
The
Well,
first
not like
mistake
that,
you made
not
was
that
the
intense,
dog
but it was
Drew Barrymore.
it was eating food, and I was trying to take the food away, and it kind of like, you know, pushed me a little bit, and I was like, what the fuck? You're the lowest on the food chain. How dare you? So I just slapped it a pound in the face. I just slap animals in the face. It kind of just teaches them a lesson. I'm not gonna like kill them. There's no reason to.
Fight is a strong word.
Oh, I also fought geese before,
Well, geese.
but I don't.
Geese are
But
like,
that's different though. That's no geese are.
My brother once charged geese, but they called his bluff, and he ate shit.
What?
We were at the lake, and he charged at some geese, and instead of scattering, they all turned towards him, put out their giant wings, and hissed at him. So he tried to stop and turn back, but he was on mud, so he just fucking fell on his ass and just slid forward through the mud several feet at the geese before running in the opposite direction.
as a person who
It was
knows
great.
him, I like to envision this story.
It wasn't even long ago.
That sounds very Three
I think that's
Stooges like.
adorable.
I think
I
Max
love
was
it.
there. Like, it was not long ago.
The only time I've had
makes it
a
funny.
seriously dangerous encounter with geese was the story I told already of like walking into a crime scene.
Oh, the old podcast.
Yeah,
From
I
the
walked
way-
into like a
from the
goose
before
crime scene.
times, the Dual Sticks
and that was-
podcast about your fucking
that was
geese
scary.
mafia on the lake. On the
Dude,
island.
geese police are no fucking joke, man. They're
Geese
super
police.
brutal. They were honking real loud at me, and I was like, I just got here. I didn't do any of this. And they're like, huh? Huh?
The
I was like,
geese
okay, look.
police, they get inside of your head.
Geese, please,
I don't-
they eat all your bread.
But I've never lost a fight to a goose.
And
There's
then
no
pop.
way. Also, I've never been confronted. I'm like, I always
mean,
go
geese aren't
to.
that strong. They just think they
Well,
are.
no.
They're
And I don't know why
they're-
people
they're
back
s-
down from
they're-
geese.
they're-
They're
they're-
No,
geese.
Yeah, you gotta. See,
Well,
like,
because those people are like those bears that are afraid of fights because they're like, what? They're being attacked. That's not how this works.
Nope. See,
It's like
that's.
you could take
People
a goose.
when a goose thinks it can
Yeah,
take
I
you.
could pee in its face. What's it gonna do?
Why is this
Fly
your
away?
fault?
Good luck.
It's just that when people see a goose think it can take them, they believe it.
Well,
That's the mistake
see,
they make.
geese is the fake it till you make it mentality. Like I have a lot of
Yeah.
respect for that front.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. What type of geese? Any type of geese. Doesn't matter what type of geese it is. All
Nope.
geese are cowards.
Yeah, they don't have talons, and their bones are hollow.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
they're
very
not
light.
ready. They're not ready for a fight. Oh, birds are
Birds
already
have hollow.
birds are already in a bad spot because they have hollow bones for flying. So it's
Yeah.
like they should not be fighting land mammals, but they don't even have talons because they're fucking shitty birds.
No, they have
They're not
webbed
birds.
feet.
They're not birds of prey. Like at least like a fucking peregrine falcon or some shit. It's like okay, like it's a small bird, but like
Okay,
it's
that's
fucking-
fair.
it
Falcons are
has a- it-
scary.
Take your
Falcons.
eyeballs
they,
out.
yeah, like falcons and
eyeballs
shit have
right
like
out.
an attack. Eagles and falcons.
I'll be honest
and
with you,
Red,
I
and
didn't know
hawks,
falcons
like, they
were
have,
big.
They have talons.
Well, not
that
all
come
of them.
for you.
Some of them are small.
But like a geese.
Okay, well,
it's
desert
like,
falcons
that's
are
some-
huge.
That's some
See, like,
false ass confidence.
Peregrine falcon, which is like the fastest animal in the whole world, actually is not very big at all. It's like pretty tiny. So yeah, so
'Cause
that's a
I-
bunch of different ones.
I held one, or like in Dubai they had like a thing where you can hold one of the hawks that they use, and for like scouting the desert back in the before times, and well, you know, we don't need it anymore. We got GPS, but the those things are huge and scary. They put like a blinder on it because they're like, oh, if it's easy, it'll attack you. I was like, what? Well, I didn't even do nothing to it.
I got to hold a bald eagle, which was like an amazing.
Those are even bigger.
experience because they're endangered
They'll
and
get
special.
you.
But in Alaska, they have like a reserve for them because a lot of them get hurt by things, and they're so intimidating close up. They look like they can kick your ass.
I mean, that's why they're our national bird.
Yeah.
It was gonna be the turkey.
I like this. I like this animal. Looks like it's
Well.
glaring all the time.
Remember, it was gonna be the turkey, you guys.
Well, hey, look, turkeys are in Davis. Apparently, they're too deadly for people to deal with. I literally watched. I went to work one day and I watched a gaggle of fucking.
I watched my coworkers run from turkeys before.
Why? They're turkeys.
They're small women.
Okay.
I worked at an office, and there was like women that would like run to their cars because there would be like 10 turkeys in the parking lot
I
that
would
would
think that
chase
would
them.
be
Unless
so
those
fun.
women are less than 2 feet tall, they're turkeys. Kick them. They will leave.
You think
Like, have
Karen
you
can
ever
take
met
a
an
turkey?
I can
What?
beat the
Karen's
turkey.
terrified of the turkey.
I got that turkey down.
I will beat a turkey's ass.
I'll make.
Karen's
there-
not ready for a fight. Karen only does passive aggressive shit. She's not ready for this shit.
Yeah, we'll be
Fucking
passive
turkey
aggressive to a
brigade,
turkey and
it's
see how
terrifying.
fast it gobbles its ass away from you.
But yeah, they know that like in Sacramento and stuff like there's just roaming bands of turkeys throughout the town that just kind of
It
are
baffles
around.
me. I see
They're just
people
there.
sidestep turkeys, and
They're
I'm like, they're
fucking big.
turkeys. They're
They-
fat. They're
they
not
tra-
like
they
buff.
travel in packs like wolves. But
Oh
embarrassing.
wow, wolves that can do nothing.
Yeah, it was really funny the first time I heard them because I was like, oh my god, they sound.
Is that what turkeys sound like?
Every time you hear them, they sound like the stock sound, and it's such
Yeah.
a perfect. It's such a perfect recreation of the exact stock sound. That you're like, wait, is somebody playing a sound near me? They can't be the real turkey. They can't literally make the exact
I
noise,
really
right?
like that sound. I like geese to like the sound that they make too.
It's like if you hear like
It's like a
wolf
sad
howls.
balloon.
Oh, the.
Yeah, but it's like you hear wolf howls, and like sometimes it really is a wolf howl, but other times it's just like an idiot dog screaming. Like there's variations, but the turkey makes the exact perfect fucking stock noise, and it's like that's
Well, they
uncanny.
only had to record a turkey once. And
Yeah,
they're like, we're
because
done.
that's the only way they ever sound.
Yeah, like we got the noise we're gonna use for the next 50 years.
Do you imagine some person was originally studying them? Was like, I wonder
Or
how
like-
versatile their language is. It's like.
It's like there's like, but like
Is that it?
with wolves, there's like
Yes.
there's like the graceful majestic wolf, and then there's a bunch of tone-deaf assholes that are just like, in these videos, and they're so fucking funny to watch. It sounds like these like screaming idiot dogs.
Well, I was thinking that when we talked to the husky who lives here. He
Yeah.
just goes,
He just starts making weirder
Yeah.
and weirder noises.
like, I'm like, you're not intimidating at all. Like,
Yeah.
Shadow will do that if I play with him.
There's these great videos from the Wolf Conservation Center that's like, there'll be like one wolf that's nailing it and he's beautiful, and right next to him is just this screaming idiot, and halfway through his voice will crack, they'll just open his mouth wider and scream louder. And then like the wolf next to him will be startled. It's like, why is this happening? I love those videos so much.
It's kind of like the goats. I love seeing goats, and they're just like, I'm having fun. And then another goat comes over and just like, ah! And you're like, why? Why are you like this?
Goats are assholes from what I heard. I used to like want to keep goats because I've had a million pets.
They are very assholes.
They are assholes, and I guess they like to pee on each other.
My mom has goat
Like
neighbors.
how
What?
Andrew- like-
They pee on
like
each
how
other.
Oh my
Andrew
god,
attacks
they
his
called
enemies.
your bluff. They'll be ready for you,
A
Andrew.
goat would
Oh,
be back
fuck.
to you, Andrew. A goat would be
I've never
back
had to
to you.
fight a goat. Shit, this is dangerous. Oh man, it's gonna be like a McCree battle. Whoever pees first wins.
Your elemental advantage has been extinguished.
Oh, what if I don't have a big enough bladder though? How big are goat bladders?
Probably pretty
Shit.
big.
Yeah.
Probably bigger than yours.
All right, I'll bring a super soaker. Is that unfair? Can I fill a super soaker with pee, and does that still count as peeing on
I
it?
think that's like I think it's like going
That's called-
hunting
I
and
mean,
using
that's
a
what-
gun.
that's
It's like
what-
the same idea.
Yeah, that's what humans are. Is they use tools. So
well,
fucking have at it.
no,
fam.
no,
No,
you-
but tools
you
are
wanna-
unfair. I'm trying to have a
exactly.
fair fight.
A mano match.
Yeah.
Of whizzing.
Survival of the fittest doesn't count if you literally wear like plate armor.
It's
Like,
part
how
of-
are you?
It's part of why we're the fittest.
No, that's the
'Cause
reason.
we cheat. We broke the
Bullshit.
system.
Totally
Because
cheat.
animals kill us all the time.
Yeah, but that's how we ultimately won on a macro scale. Oh god, you're all evil and attacking me. Okay, I'm good.
Just attack one of
I
them.
think I was hallucinating.
Yeah, you're.
Game
Yeah, he did the
hallucinate. Yeah.
hallucinogens.
That wasn't very nice.
Insanity, here it comes.
But no, like humans don't have a lot of advantages. We're not very good in the wild. Our only thing is our whole marathon runner talent that's like unique to us.
I guess that that one girl who's been controversial for eating live things on camera got attacked by the octopus she was eating.
Humans are
What?
persistence hunters, which
Yeah,
is a term I learned.
There's
which is
that
absurd.
girl.
Wait,
that
how did the
was like-
octopus attack her?
Well, it bit her on the face as she was trying to eat it. 'Cause
It bit her?
She eats things alive. That's her whole thing. She eats things
Don't.
alive.
Well,
Ew,
yeah, I
that's-
mean that's
well,
fine,
that's
but like,
cruel.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's fucked up. But it bit her on the face.
well, that's
as she was
nature.
trying to
Everything's
Yeah.
eaten
eat it.
alive.
And there's a video of
Well,
her
it's just
trying
like
to,
octopuses
trying
are
to
pretty
peel
smart.
this octopus off her face
So
as
it's
she
like
cries.
distressing.
It
I
didn't really.
mean,
It
I'm
didn't
gonna
really do
bite it
much.
right in the brain.
But like, it made me happy. I was like, good for you, octopus.
The
Like,
sentience
good for
makes
you.
the cannibalism more enjoyable. Not cannibalism.
Ah, yes, the taste of sentience.
Yeah, my favorite part about eating this octopus is how I know it feels pain. And it
Jesus.
has emotional anguish over the whole thing.
That is.
That's like distressing.
That's you need to go to get some help real quick.
Well, I think she has like a bajillion people who watch her because people are creepy. Like,
Yeah, well,
fetishists
yeah,
who
but
like
they-
to watch
Well,
her eat live
That's
things.
yeah. The internet.
That's just the internet.
A lot of them
That's
want
just
a lot of
the
them
world.
want to watch like zit popping videos and shit.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's like a whole genre
I-
that people make money off of now, and I'm just like, why?
I have to look at a lot of gross things, but that's not one of them.
And then there's like the Spider-Man Elsa pregnancies, which is for some reason a genre.
Oh, those are so.
Those
hot.
are those
so
are wholesome.
great.
Those are
Amazing.
wholesome according to the algorithm. They are.
Yeah.
Those are for kids' entertainment.
Dude, children love seeing pregnancy.
Those like those,
Yeah.
those like flash
It gives them
games
nostalgic feelings.
where you have to like wash her feet and take the splinters off her toes and stuff.
Splinters off her toes.
No,
Girl,
there's a-
buy
there's a-
some slippers, man. What the hell?
I know, but then you can't look at her feet because that's.
Oh,
all
you
How are
mean-
you gonna afford
are you talking about
how
those
are you gonna
weird-
afford to
those
give
weird-
birth if you can't even buy shoes?
You have those weird caretaker flash games like
Yeah.
Minion Pregnancy and shit.
Yeah. Oh god.
Where it's
yeah.
like, why? Why do people
Pregnancy.
make these?
My boss has a husband who is a police officer who really loves Minions, and she buys him Minion things.
Objection.
And I think about him going to work and having Minions on his desk and how his fellow officers must feel.
Shit. Do you know what instance that was called, Andrew?
No.
Oh, we
fuck.
unlocked an achievement on Kahet, the Old Kingdom. That's probably what it's called. Yep,
There
it
you
is.
go.
Click. We just unlocked The Halls of Reflection, Pit of Sargon. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. The Forge of Souls. I don't like that dungeon name.
That's not great.
I don't want to be in Sargon's pit. Oh no.
Sargon's pit, or what some kids call it, the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh god. Who shit in his ball pit?
I mean,
Man, I can't imagine.
probably
how many times that
everybody.
happens. I'm so glad I don't work at a Chuck E.
Are you so
Why?
glad you don't work at a Chuck E. Cheese?
Cheese.
I'm also
People
glad I don't work at
Probably
many
do,
places
like,
I don't work
kids probably
at.
like throw up in the ball pit.
That's why I
pee in
never
the ball pit.
tried to
Oh
work
my
at those
God.
places.
Okay, well, you have to preface. I wouldn't want to be a janitor at Chuck E. Cheese. No, thank you.
I mean,
That would-
if you're just a regular employee, you often have to deal with a lot of shit, just in general.
That's not true. When I worked at the movie theater, there was one thing I didn't
go
do:
up
clean
inside
up vomit.
the fucking like tube climby area and just take a shit. 'Cause that's
Oh
what kids
gosh.
do.
Kids
What?
are-
How?
One time,
And then like the whole place is closed off. 'Cause,
I got-
like, it's a
Hearing
huge-
other
the
children
entire
be
area
children is
like
baffling.
unsanitary now.
I got bullied in one of those tubes up in the Chuck E. Cheese,
The dark
and
times
my
of
Bully.
my parents, or like I was like the only kid in my whole family for a while.
was
I was
quick.
like the first cousin, the first sibling,
The
and so like
culling of
so they like tried to like help me because I think this one kid wouldn't let me through to go down the slide, so I was stuck up in the tube
Damn.
because he wouldn't let me through, and I had to give him what's what, and my family was so proud of me, but they were like, we were gonna climb up there, and I'm like, that would have made it worse. Don't ever do that to a kid. It's embarrassing.
Speaking of the whole theme park thing I was talking about already,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Isn't this a
you're continuing the metaphor.
isn't this a fucking this is the Cavern of Time, isn't it, Andrew? Yeah, that's where we're walking through a cave to get to Stratholme, which is like the destroy
Yeah.
density. This is the entire dungeon network that is seriously an actual theme park.
What theme park
It's-
is that?
It's the Caverns of Time. You just go to various
Yeah.
set pieces from various parts of history in the World of Warcraft
Yeah.
and like walk.
Also,
through
you can't
them.
be other.
I
You can
thought-
only be races that existed in this time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm stuck as a human
Yeah.
because there were
gross.
no
Yeah.
there were no blood
Yeah,
elves
that's.
here.
Yeah,
So
there's no
we're-
blood elves.
Yeah,
so.
we're all humans because we're disguised as people that would have been at the Culling of Stratholme. Like I just walked out of a cave that was an interdimensional time travel cave, and then I just come out here in the middle of this like place that's like a recreation of an old zone.
Yeah, this is
like-
basically a
Yeah.
what's it called? A dark ride.
Yeah, like this is like a fucking Civil War reenactment.
It's
Or
like,
those,
hey guys,
those like old
remember
towns,
back in the day?
like Old Town Sacramento or something.
Yeah, yeah. Like
They
it's
almost
just,
made
like,
a Civil War
like
Disneyland.
This is all a facade. Like we're just
Did they
here to
really?
like re-experience
Yeah.
the before times.
They were gonna make a Disneyland Frontier, which was all about American history, even slavery, which was
Like-
gonna be
Well,
interesting.
Song of the South went over really well, so I'm sure they
So
should've
imagine
done
Disney
that.
doing slavery.
Zippity doo dah, zippity day.
Zippity-day.
I didn't know that was from
My
that for
oh my
decades.
chains look really great.
I just knew that was some song with no context,
My-
and I didn't know
my-
it was from the racist Disney movie.
I know so much about Disney.
had no
It's
idea.
insane. I've seen the entirety of that film, and I saw the
I
entirety of
heard
that
it's
film before I
fucking.
knew it was
I
bad.
heard it's fucking boring.
Yeah, I watched Song of the South as a kid too, and I was
Me
like,
too.
was that bad? It wasn't it just like about cartoon animals? And it was
Well,
like,
'cause
but
that's
there was
all
a
that
black guy in it, and I was like,
that's all that sticks with
yeah,
you.
but didn't he just tell stories? I was like, yeah, but he was a slave. I was
See,
like,
I
he
didn't
was?
catch that.
It
I was
what?
gonna say,
He
as a
was?
kid, I didn't catch that
Yeah,
part.
like,
I just was like,
the system-
Brer Rabbit. Like,
The,
I
the
didn't
societal
think about anything
context
else.
is lost on you as a kid.
Well,
Yeah.
because children don't understand the concepts of slavery. They just see an old man telling stories, and you're like, all right, that guy's telling tales.
I didn't
People are like, yeah, but
I learned
he's
about
a-
that yet.
Yeah.
No, there's
It's
no
like the
reason
idea
to.
when everyone's laughing at a joke and you don't know what the joke is. You're like, well,
Yeah.
something's going past you in this fucking scene.
Well,
this
and as a
context
child,
is
you
lost.
have like no purview to the world.
But yeah, just
Like,
to,
you don't
but just
know.
to highlight the like theme park nature of it all, like these characters are even more NPC than the other NPCs by NPC standards.
Yeah, they only exist
They're
to
just-
emulate this
Yeah.
past memory that we're not even a part of really, but
They're just an echo of the past that just repeats what happened here once upon a time. Because we're basically currently in like the fucking we're in the pensieve from Harry Potter, where Dumbledore puts all of his memories. Like we just went inside the memory bowl
Oh,
and we're experiencing
yeah.
a memory. And we're like, oh man, my dad picked on Snape, and you just watch it over and over again, and like that's what this whole dungeon is. They're trying to like they're trying to expand the lore and show you past events and everything, but it makes it makes everyone in here a way more extreme version of what I was talking about earlier.
Those of you who have the will to save this land.
Every time I've seen anyone play World of Warcraft, I feel like no one pays attention to like what's happening. Do you guys ever pay attention to what's happening?
No. Good luck. No.
No. I've paid attention to the story in other MMOs. I think all of Blizzard's characterization and writing and lore is really boring until I got to Overwatch, where I like these characters and I want them to do stuff. Please give me a story now, Blizzard. Because I like these people. But no, like this, it's so fucking it's a lot of like self-important, long, drawn-out narration and exposition about an overly convoluted fantasy world, and it's so like kind of all the worst possible versions of that version of storytelling.
Take position here, and I will lead
And it's so fucking complicated. So a lot of people are just here to play with their friends, but some people will look at all this shit. Like there's role-playing servers where you're supposed to role-play. You're supposed to stay in character at all times.
I always roleplay.
My best example of this is like Skyrim, because I liked playing Skyrim, but then it was like you find all these books and stuff, and I'm like, I ain't reading all this shit.
Oh yeah.
Whereas like in other games,
I
am that guy. Like I want to play my Morrowind playthrough, I was reading the books.
I was gonna say, like,
Jesus.
I wish I had the time, because some of it I actually think is like vaguely interesting. Like I like all the different religions. I was like very interested in this, but I was like, I literally don't have time to read this. I would be here for so
Everyone
long.
looks ready.
Yeah.
Remember, these people are all
Sometimes you
want to
be.
Hey guys, isn't this the same place where we went to and there were a bunch of zombies?
Why is this called the Fall of Strath?
Let's go.
Because this is when the zombie outbreak happens.
Wait, this is Stratholme?
Yeah, this is Stratholme before
oh, shit. Oh, I just
the
opened
zombie
map.
outbreak.
It does look. It's like a 6. Oh, they should have seen that coming. See, it's already shaped like a 6. It's evil.
Oh no.
But no, as somebody who's played WoW for like 15 years or whatever the fuck, I walked in this front door. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is just Stormwind.
Oh,
that was the bridge of
no.
Stormwind. This is the front gate of Stormwind. You go up here is the auction house, and I turn left, it'll be the bank, and like, you have to go in for a while before I even realize it's not the same fucking place.
I've been waiting for you, young prince.
Just got attacked by a zombie.
Oh no.
They're coming!
As you can see,
Sorry, I shouldn't be that far ahead of the group. It's just that I was just waiting for so long for stuff to happen.
Who's
It's
friends with that bear?
fine. It's a lot of this.
No,
mission has
that bear's
lot
a
of
player.
lore.
He's a
Oh.
he's a druid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, druids are cool. They can just shapeshift.
Oh, he's not
He's
a
a
bear.
good
Is
bear.
What is he? Is he a bear? What is he?
He's a tauren, so when he turns into a bear, he still has horns.
Ah,
'Cause
I
he's
see.
the bull people. When night elves turn into bears, they still have floppy ears. Because they're elves.
Oh yeah.
So he's got like cow ears on his bare head, and he's got tusks, or I mean horns. That's just what happened. Because they try to signify the original race by having you druids still keep old characteristics when they transform. No, I like druids a lot. 'Cause you get to just kind of be a bunch of different things when you're playing. Add some variety to your 500 hours of being one character. That's also why I like being a worgen, is because you can just be like, I'm gonna be a human for a minute. And it's just kind of a novel thing to be able to be both a werewolf and a human. Although also one of the best ideas is just being able to get on all fours and run and be like, I'm on a mount. The mount is me. I just sprint.
Look at all these zambers.
Are we playing? Like, is there anything we have to actually do? Like,
Yeah, the team's just kind of broken up.
what is this fucking dungeon? Meat hook.
Should
Saddle
probably
round
be
the
with the other
Flesh
guys.
Crafter. Chrono Lord
What?
Epic and Mal'Ganis.
The flesh crafter.
The Flesh Crafter. But yeah, he's in bear form because he's tanking.
What else can he turn into?
Yeah, he can turn into a cat and a tree and an owlkin.
That's cool.
So the owlkin is like, or owl bear. When he's an owl, like the big owl bear character, he does spell casting attacks. The cat plays like a rogue, so he can stealth and he can do a lot of rapid fire attacks. The bear tanks, so his role is to get aggro and keep the party alive. And then when he's a tree, is a healer.
Yeah.
So they have a
Druids are
they
cool.
have a forum for all of the different roles, because druids and shamans and paladins are built around being hybrid classes, so they can be all three things: tank, healer, and DPS. And druids are especially versatile because they can be a tank and a healer and a melee DPS and a spellcasting DPS all in one character. You just have to change your specialization. And they did the extra detail of having unique forms where the forms are based on what race you were, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, the individuality of druids based on race is really nice.
Yeah, because a Tauren turns into a Tauren's cat form is a properly colored brown and darker brown lion with a mane. Well, he's like a lion with a mane, but then he has his horns and everything. Whereas a night elf turns into a panther.
That's cool.
And he's black. It's this is the most distinctly different one.
It's based on I believe it's based on the cats in their region.
It might be,
because night elves, there's the
Tauren
panthers.
have the barons, and the night elves have the Teldrassil, R.I.P.
Yep.
Because Teldrassil's dead now. They burned the whole tree.
Well, kind of deserved it.
Damn.
Tyranidy's mad.
It was all inclusive. And
I've done the lore missions as my rogue, where you encounter very angry Tyranidy and very angry Malfurion avenging their burned home. They're like these unstoppable Terminators that show up when you basically have to escape them. So they're like agents of wrath now.
They are mad boys.
I think she made some kind of evil fucking demon connection with a horrible spirit and a time of darkness or whatever, some kind of storyline going on there.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, it's there's too many characters and too much shit. But I always remember Illidan, Malfurion, and Tyrande because I read when I was younger. I used to only read video game books, and so I read a trilogy of Warcraft.
High literature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read a trilogy of Warcraft books, which were about Illidan's fall and how he becomes a demon and everything.
Did you ever do a book report on those?
No.
Really?
My book reports were based on the approved reading lists. You had to pick a book. In my
Were you in
schools,
AP classes or something?
I was in every AP and honors class.
I was an international
that's why.
baccalaureate.
We had approved reading lists, and so when you did reports, you had to actually do them on something worthwhile.
That's gross.
So I did one on Scarlet Letter. I
Oh my
did
goodness. Hester Prynne.
I did The Invisible Man, but not the H.G. Wells one, the one about black people.
Wow.
I always have to explain that one to people because no one seems to know the book
No,
exists.
I was gonna say I've never heard of that.
I haven't either.
This guy's just kicking his way through a horde, and I don't know if I'm supposed to follow him. I'm confused.
Well, the horde is minuscule. They die instantly.
I'm constantly.
But yeah,
confused
we're
about
supposed
what
to
I'm
keep
supposed to be
following.
doing. Shit,
where's
he's
the map
faster.
button?
Now I'm gonna be behind because I went. Two of our characters weren't there because I followed this asshole. Oh no, and he's the healer.
Yep.
That monk was the healer.
He is a healer.
We're so
That's why the tank is dead.
disorganized. We're a mess. I've never seen such a disorganized group.
You're
But it's
part
because
of
This
it.
map is always a disorganization because no one knows how to do it.
Yeah, I can't tell what I'm doing. This map's weird.
There's no actual set
normally
direction,
just
or you're
kinda
supposed to
go
go where the
for-
flags are.
You normally just go forward
So you see on the
and
map-
see where the enemies are, and you're like, oh, I'll shoot those enemies.
Yeah. If you look on the map, there should be a white flag. That's where you're supposed to go. That's
Yeah.
where you fight the next Scourge wave.
The Invisible Man was about it was about the idea being a black man in a big city during specifically the era where it's post-slavery, but not that post-slavery, where it's there's a lot of
What?
I don't want to say that there's a lot of mistreatment, it's a past tense thing that's over or anything, but it's the especially bad case of segregation and everything.
I mean, we cured racism in the 90s.
Yeah, we
With the vaccine.
yeah, I was about
We
to
just
say we got racism vaccinated. And
Yeah,
now
we
it's
just
gone.
stopped talking about it.
And then that's why we call the people that refuse to get the vaccine boomers.
I mean, we also call them
Kind of
racist,
related.
but
We also-
yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty good.
But it talks about the weird.
Yeah, the weird like
integration.
integration of
Well, it's
African Americans into society,
well, it's like during the
but we're into a
segregation
racist
eras,
society.
it's like a mixture of like the advantages and disadvantages of being invisible.
Oh,
It's
like, there are
many
things you can-
situations where you essentially don't count as a person, but also weird times where you're completely interchangeable with all of the other black people because you're
Yeah.
not like recognized as an individual. So he had like a weird power of anonymity at the same time. It was a read. That was like
I mean,
junior
that's-
year though, so I can't remember it very well.
One of my favorite, or one of the best like books I ever did a book report on was Native Son, which was like freshman year, and it was kind of a similar idea.
Where is it going now?
Well, not I mean, not, it was just it
To
was
the
like
next
similar
flag.
time period, but it was about a black man who, on accident, like through like a series of events, kills a white woman on accident, and it basically how there's no way he'll ever get accurate justice for what he did, and how he.
Oh yeah, there's
It's kind of interesting because the white woman and her boyfriend there's like a thing where like they it was like right after like it was like they were trying to be hit, and they were trying to use him as like a token for their group to be like they're trying
Like
they're
how
Yeah.
aggressive we are. or
yeah
something.
yeah so they kept like making him very uncomfortable by trying to integrate him into like social situations where because they were trying to like be the opposite of their parents.
yeah, they're
But-
trying to get clout, but by doing so, putting him in very uncomfortable social situations in a society that is very not happy with him.
Exactly. Yeah, then just through like an accident, he accidentally kills her, and she's like a rich daughter of like a white family. He's like,
Well, clap, clap, to the gallows you go.
peace out. Like, there's no hope for me.
I guess this is the end.
Yeah.
That was there was like a
Honestly,
court
great book.
case
I
about
mean-
that.
Well, I mean that's like
There's probably hundreds of court cases about that.
I
Yeah.
almost said cuckoo's nest, hummingbird, not mockingbird.
Mockingbird.
Mockingbird. There
Mockingbird.
we go.
I read that book as an
starring
adult because-
Abercrombie and Finch.
Atticus Finch.
Just all the birds were there.
Flamingo was there. Parakeet was there. Goose was
Yeah,
there.
specifically Don Flamingo.
Your flesh betrays you.
Don Flamingo.
Don-
Oh no, it was Don Quixote. Dang it. Dang
Don
it, never mind.
Quixote. You never know what.
Wait, but you say Don Flamingo like Don Flamingo.
Don Flamingo.
No, Don Flamingo is the name of a One Piece character. I was thinking of yeah, he is the most like enjoyable to look at character design.
He says his name's
He's
Don
great.
Flamingo.
Don Flamingo, Don Flamingo. Based it,
I'm
yeah.
gonna look that up.
He is just
He's-
just an
he's
icon.
flamingo, not like flamenco or anything.
No, flamingo.
Is
He's
is
wearing a flamingo around him.
Oh, does he know the candle guy? Is he one of those people?
No, he's not a Barak's work agent. But he is a Shibukai.
Because he seems like one of those
Shichibukai.
themed people. Is he the ballet guy?
Follow me.
Yeah, no, he's not the ballet
no, that
guy.
guy.
That's
He's
that's
cool.
Mr. That is.
I have
Yeah.
a jacket just like this,
That guy,
Andrew.
yeah, that guy's got a feather.
Do you
boa
really?
That's like a
Well,
fucking
mine's
country.
furry, but it's like the same length, and it's like this giant furry jacket.
Yes.
I could totally cosplay
Yeah,
it because
flamingo
I have that exact
apparently
jacket.
instead of a feather boa, he has a feather
What
cape.
is this sorcery?
Yeah. I love Don
It's so
Flamingo.
much.
His name is actually Don Quixote Don Flamingo.
Is
Oh, that's great.
it,
Yeah.
he has two dons.
It says Don
Well,
Quixote
it's
do
Don
Flamingo.
Quixote do Flamingo.
Oh,
I have that. I have a jacket just like that. That's the one I wore to Folsom.
What a character design. I love it. I love everything
No,
about
yeah,
it.
he's great. That color is great.
It's just. Those were the old days before everyone had to be sexy.
Mal'Ganis
Well,
appears
I
to
mean,
have
are you saying
inspired
he's not
one of
sexy?
our one of our
'Cause-
DPS is just named and.
And what?
Their name's just and.
Well, it's and Mal'Ganis.
Not wearing a lot of clothes either.
more vile sorcery.
What? Wait,
Ready for
what?
anything.
See, that's
Why did
Lady
he-
One Piece, says Andrew. That person has to be sexy.
She's in cosmetic mode to be like, oh, like I got my combat bra on.
Hey,
I was
that
actually-
stops
I
all
was-
the bullets.
I was genuinely upset because I got really excited to watch the One Piece movie I couldn't watch because reasons. And I started watching it and I was like, oh, well, okay, this isn't too, it's not, it's not like, it's just an anime movie, I guess. It's fine.
Are any
And
of them
like
canon ever?
Let's move on.
Like, how do movies
Yes.
work?
Canons take place in, well, because One Piece is just sailing to island, the movies take place in between that travel.
Ah,
They can go to a
Um,
different island and it gets
And because the movies are self-enclosing,
like
they
the
don't have to
Dragon
talk
Ball
about
stuff.
them. But yeah, kinda. Except Dragon Ball's a little weird because stuff happens in Dragon Ball movies that don't actually happen ever again. Like no one talks about how Broly is just a Super Saiyan 2 who's just really angry and that's why he's so strong.
That's
but,
why I'm
like,
so strong.
Didn't they bring
But
Broly
Vegeta
back
is
in-
literally the
in
saltiest
Super?
fucking guy I've ever met, and
He
he's
is.
somehow
He's
weaker
a
than
sassy
Kakarot, and I'm like,
little-
bull fucking
Sassy
shit.
little
Like,
baby.
It's because
Yeah, like-
is black.
the only thing Vegeta does is sass, and he's
tiny,
somehow
and
weaker than
he's
Goku.
adorable. I love
But
him.
no, I was just like, I was kind of disappointed because the One Piece movie felt super fucking
Very persistent.
like none of it mattered. It was all just like, hey, remember this guy? And I was like, yeah, what about him? He's like, he's just here. Why? Because this guy. I was like, what the
Fan
fuck?
Yeah,
service.
because you remember him. That's why.
Yeah, the whole movie was like that. Like the whole movie was so like just ridiculous. It was the villain literally turned into an island, and I was like, wait, like an actual island? It was like, yeah, the whole island. I was like, what?
Like Omicron?
Were there, yeah, and I was like, are there people on the island? There's like, wait, there's like a village on the island. I was like, are those people part of him? And it's
Where
like,
did they come
we don't
from?
talk about that. I was like, no, you have to talk about that because he's the island now.
Were they like fleas, or like they were like lice that lived on him
It was-
before, and now
It was
they're
just
an
like, oh
island
no,
and
we just
villains?
want to have a really cool looking bad guy. And I was like, One Piece doesn't do this though. One Piece has like actual bad guys, like people committing genocide or people committing racism. Like there's not just bad, there's not just like a,
Racist.
Commit rape.
yeah, like the
You're
Fishman
under
arc is
arrest
literally
for
about,
committing racism.
yeah, like the Fishman arc is literally about how fishmen are treated like second-class citizens on the surface because they're not humans and they're traded like slaves on a market, and it's unacceptable and no one should be like that. And that's the whole moral of the story. Is like the whole moral of the story is that one of the Straw Hat characters is dying from blood loss, and none of the fish will donate blood because they don't want humans to live. And
Jesus
and like they,
Christ.
yeah, and the whole thing is really, it makes sense. They go over the backstory of like they had a queen and the queen was really nice and she was like trying to unify humans and fish, and so they help out this like human noble who got stuck on the Fishman planet and everything was great and it was all good, and then
Is this Frozen
they event
2?
like, huh?
Is this just the plot of Frozen 2?
Probably. I didn't see Frozen 2. But basically what ended up happening is that one of the fishmen didn't like the idea of humans and fishmen mingling, so he killed the queen to start a race war. And it ended up starting one. And so the solution is like, well, now they don't like each other. And and so you have like the main character who doesn't give a fuck about any of this garbage. He just wants to have a fun adventure. He's just like, hey, can we get some blood? Like one of my people are dying. He's like, no. Like, why? It's like, well, fuck humans. Like, that's okay, but can I get some blood?
Why would fish blood work?
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna say. I
I
thought you were
got
gonna say that they
so
weren't
many
donating blood
questions.
because it wouldn't have worked.
Let's move
Not
to
because
the
they should
It
full.
definitely shouldn't
If
work.
the undead don't kill us, the
Yeah,
fires
well,
will
that doesn't. I mean,
Oh no, it's now
They're also-
Stratholm outside. Now I recognize
they're
it.
also fish people, so that doesn't work.
I'm looking at pictures of
Also,
the fish
trust
man
me,
right
it
now.
gets more confusing. Like two different races of fish people, like because there are different types of fish, and so there are different types of
yeah.
fishmen, and the different types of fishmen
And they're
can
also racist.
well, they can also mate, and their spawn aren't necessarily one or the other. They can be just different fish. And I was like, what? Wait, what? So the plot was, or the theory here is that fish children get to choose from their entire genetic history
This
of
just
what
sounds-
type of fish they want to be.
This just kind of sounds like what. This is just Lovecraft.
Well, this sounds
Well,
like
This
if-
is just
like,
Lovecraft,
if a
where
baby
he
was
made
born,
he made all the insolent creatures, which were the fishmen, because he was afraid of inbreeding between like the proper races and the ones he was racist against.
Well, not
one
well.
of
It's
his
not
great-
like that. They don't have a problem with.
Wait, 'Cause
There's no
'cause he-
like
Might as well just
racism in the
say.
breeding.
Yeah, because Lovecraft was afraid of like
Fishmen were
immigrants and
Lovecraft.
interbreeding and stuff like that, like diluting.
Yeah,
like, the
Lovecraft
correct
was. He was a-
races. And so he
Lovecraft
made,
was
like,
a super racist.
he made the stories of like Innsmouth and shit like that with the fish people.
But he made fish people already.
He did.
Yeah, and it was
Just a
like about
moment to clear your
racism,
lungs.
kind of.
We must move again soon.
There are
I think
fish
all of
people.
isn't all of his stuff about racism.
No, yeah.
It's all about like those damn immigrants coming over, not looking like me. I don't like it. Make them go away.
They look different. It scares me.
And then he died, and the
That's
immigrants
enough.
never
We must
left.
Move again.
Yeah,
Ganis awaits.
The end.
that'd be
That's
like
pretty much like the story, I guess, of most racist people. I
Yeah.
hate this other race, and then I died, but the race is still here.
'cause they usually-
Wow. This was a waste of time. Why did I be racist at all? Like,
Why'd you waste all
One
that
way of
time?
presenting that, I guess.
what a
Well, I
shitty
mean,
waste of
they're
your life to be
usually-
anti somebody who won't go away. Trust me.
They're generally in the minority nowadays, so they usually die with those people still being around because they are in the minority
That's definitely-
and disliking them.
Yeah.
Read.
I mean, I'm just looking at it in the way of like, there's better ways to spend your life than hating people that aren't gonna go away, bud. Trust me.
Also,
Like,
just hate people that like actually are bad. Don't hate
if
people
you want to
that
hate something
are
that's
good.
actually gonna go away, hate like a fucking animal, because animals can be extinct. Humans don't go extinct.
I'm looking at my dog right now. I said, you will only last another 8 years, so I can hate you if I want, dog.
Oh.
As I pet her
Aw.
lovingly.
I can say horrible things to you forever, and you'll never tell.
I
She
You'll
knows
never
my deepest,
understand.
darkest secrets.
I don't know why, but I can't bring myself to believe that animals don't understand language, like
Yeah.
dogs and cats, because it just
Well, they might
upsets
understand
me.
intent.
At last,
Well, my dog is very nice considering the things I've said to her. So.
Ganis is supposed to be in Crusader Square.
I mean, I
Just
constantly tell my dog he smells like shit, and and then pet him very lovingly. He's like, yeah.
Because you want him to understand that.
I do. I do want him to understand that, because every time I like, let's take a bath, he runs, and I'm like, you smell like shit. Take a bath. I love you, but you smell bad.
We're going to finish this right
love you, but you smell bad.
This will be a fine
Yeah, you keep wagging your tail.
I'm trying to train my dog to like just get in the shower with me, but yeah.
That sounds like how an accident can happen.
Well, I mean, not like every
Whoa, I'm a
day. I
spooky
just
go-
mean like when she
I'm a
needs to actually take
ghost.
a shower.
Oh, that would be the dream. I wish I could just like,
Like,
all right,
say,
bud, let's take a
yeah.
shower, like in the movies. The dog
Yeah.
just jumps in, is like, okay. I basically want what Scooby and Shaggy have. That's what I want.
But well, but Scooby talks. I don't think I want that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at least Scooby is like, you know, he does human things. He's like, hey, let's sit in a car and be cool about it. My dog's like, I'm having a panic attack. I'm like, it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, there's a trade-off there. Where it's like, one, you have to deal with the morality of like owning a way too sentient creature that is like way too much of just a person you own. But on the other hand, they don't freak out about a bunch of things that you just can't tell them not to freak out about. Because that's one of the roughest things about dogs is just not being able to communicate with them when they're losing their shit about something that's just not
See?
a problem.
My
But
dog
like you
is
just
So
can't
so
tell them.
good. My dog comes to
Children
work
are
with
also
me,
the same way, to be fair.
Yeah, but children age.
and also you can talk
Children.
to them.
Dogs
And then they get
stay
worse.
Dogs stay the same forever, basically. They don't get better
Yeah.
at that shit.
They stay pure and beautiful.
Still never understand.
Kiki is
Not
really
like
good
children that become tainted and disgusting.
and not as cute. Dogs stay cute forever.
That's also true.
But my dog sits
The
in the
culling
passenger
of
seat.
Strafe Home, that sounds bad.
That's,
Well,
that's
the-
the name of the dungeon.
Culling just sounds bad, no matter.
I mean,
like no.
spoilers, we've already seen what it looks like today. It looks like an apocalypse happened about 10 years ago.
I wish we used culling for a lot of other things, though. That'd be great.
Where is the instance turn in?
The people will
We're still waiting for him to
appear
spawn.
shortly. Just wait. Yeah, we
Gotta
have to wait for them to
gotta wait for
walk
the
all
lore.
the way over
Oh, it's
here.
Arthas. That's awkward. Things don't turn out well for him.
Oh, no,
Don't
they
think
don't.
about that. Don't think about that.
Hello, bye, future Lich King. You're looking very
Don't
blonde. You're looking
think
very
about it.
blonde and fleshy right now, and not like a lich. Hey,
I
dragon.
mean, he did just murder a bunch of
It's
a bunch
Chromie,
of
the
civilians.
fucking gnome dragon hybrid.
And that's that.
I think
Right?
Chromie
No
is the
more?
one that's facilitating the entire
Decline.
upcoming expansion thing,
What?
where you make a character, then you like time walk through an entire expansion,
Oh.
like from levels. No, shut up.
Okay.
When you time walk from levels 10 through 50 by playing one of the previous expansions. That's gonna that says like with the help of Chromie. So I guess that was that character. I don't
dragon.
I don't really remember who Chromie is. I guess there must be the dragon that's time oriented, and that's why they're called Chromie, because that's
Yeah, they're a
'cause
chromomancer.
Yeah, it's the time word.
Oh, yeah.
The only
like
dragon I remember the
Chronos.
name of is Calicos, because I used to be on the server Calicos.
Basically,
he's
it's like
the,
being Father
he's-
Time, but not.
Yeah, because Calicos is that blue dragon that shows up as a human
Yes.
with blue hair on the Goblin City. Because they're always turning into humans and meddling with affairs. Because they,
As dragons do.
Dragons cause a scene, so you got to be a human sometimes to walk around in the city a
Dragons be
bit.
dragon.
Yep.
Humans
Dragon,
down into their bad things.
Dragon. We got into that last dungeon so quickly I didn't even finish farming these moths for their objective that's on them.
Yeah, I still need 2 more other things.
Is that moth split in half? That's pretty gnarly. Should rip the wings
No, that's
off?
2 moths.
Oh, I was gonna say, jeez Louise.
That's 2 moths.
I think they're cute. I
Well,
like
they're
them.
dead.
They're still
Aw.
cute, even
They're
if they're dead.
all dead.
They could be dead and cute. It's fine.
Use. Rub this
They
all over
can
your
be
face
dead
while
and
standing near a
cute.
blood mage Larith. This objective is just to rub this thing on my face next to this guy.
Yeah.
Just rub it on your face.
But that sentence.
Oh, I'm tiny. And I'm puking. I'm puking red out and I'm tiny.
Well,
Sounds like a bad trip, my friend.
Yeah.
It does.
Am I Andrew plus milk?
Oh.
Smoke doesn't
Sad
make
'cause
Andrew
it's
tiny.
true.
Yeah, but puking.
I mean, it does make me tiny because I get on my knees and go,
Oh. The only thing I'm allergic to is grass. If I roll around in grass,
Oh
I
my
get.
God, I'm
like,
allergic to grass. I
Yeah,
fucking
I
hate
get- I
wet
get
grass.
bumpy and itchy.
Yeah. And
I remember as a
think
kid-
Dust.
All I have is that. And like,
What kind of dust? There's a lot of
and, like,
dust.
allergies.
I don't know. I
I
just.
have seasonal
Plant dust?
allergies that are getting weaker every year, thankfully.
What? They're getting weaker for you?
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah,
I
Mine have
see,
only been
like-
getting worse.
Yeah, me too.
No, I was miserable in high school, and they're so far diminished from high school now.
I mean,
pretty
I'll
much just-
concede that I've also
I
gotten
just-
rid of
I
all
just-
the things that help with
I just
avoiding
go get
allergies.
24-hour pills, and I take them for like a week
Oh.
or 2, and then I'm done. And then I'm like, oh, it's over.
I was taking allergy medication
the
during
fuck is
allergy
this?
season, and I was like, oh well, I just take it so like that way I don't. Or I was telling the doctor, I was like, I take them and I don't
Oh.
get my allergies. It was like, well, when do you stop taking them? And I was like, well, when allergy season's over. It's like, no, you don't have to take them forever. And I was like, what? Ma'am, are you sure this is how allergies work? Like, I'm pretty sure you take the medication when you have allergies.
Well,
I don't know where this deserter is I was supposed to take to the crossroads. Whoops.
I have really bad chronic dry eye, right? But I'm also allergic to something, my optometrist says. So I can't use allergy medication to get rid of my allergies because it'll make my eyes drier, because apparently it dries out your eyeballs. But then
Can
also
you use like the eye drop stuff?
I can only use like the normal eye drops. You can't use the redness relieving eye drops because they're vasoconstrictors and they make your eyes worse over time. So like
What, really?
yeah, well, because so the whole thing is you get addicted to them. So the vasoconstrictors you makes it to where you need the redness eye drops more often. Because what it's really doing
Oh.
is it's tightening the blood vessels in your eyeballs so that your eyes seem less red. But it's,
Oh,
it's still
man.
constricting blood to your eyes.
With
That's.
they don't even.
I'm
help
glad
you.
I never got into doing
Wait, so
that.
They don't even
when
really
I
help with your
smoke.
symptoms. They just make you look less symptomatic.
Yeah, so anything
Yeah.
that has a vasoconstrictor, if you look at the bottle, it says vasoconstrictor on like the
Oh,
information.
which literally
Don't
means,
use that.
Yeah, that literally means like it constricts your blood vessels. Like that's the
Yeah,
what the word.
vasoconstrictor.
Yeah, that's the etymology of the word. Yeah.
So like so I can use the drops to make my eyes like more wet, but I can't use like anything for the allergies. And I'm like, do I have to do this forever? And she's like, yeah, you just have to do eye drops like several times a day for the rest of your life. And I'm like, well, thanks,
Oh.
lady. And then people always think I'm like, are you high right now? I get that all the time. People think I'm high all the time. Like, no, I just have chronic dry eyes. I usually go, I wish. I wish. I'm at work, sir. I can't be high right now. I'm a professional. I'm a boss lady. I can't
I'm
be
professionally high, ma'am. Please get it right.
I know I'm chill, okay?
I mean, I remember asking that at the dispensary I went to. I was like, are you allowed to be like high when you work? It's like, no, we're doing a job. I was like, I mean,
Well, ask a bartender.
jobs with
'cause
weed.
I've known a lot of bartenders who get bought shots and take shots.
I think
Yeah.
that's like that's because
I think
there's
that's
like
part of a bartender's job though a little bit.
yeah, but well, I don't think it's part of their job. I think they can turn
No,
down
it's
drinks.
not. But if you're like so usually it's like, you like, ha ha ha, I'm a cute girl. And so it's like, well, I'll buy a shot if you take a shot, sweetheart. And it's like, well, I want to sell drinks, so I guess I'll fucking do that. And I used to know a girl at the bar I used to always go to who'd always get plastered because this would happen to her. And then I'd buy the drinks from her when she was plastered because she wouldn't charge me.
Damn, that's a system.
Yeah.
That's not
And
how
you're-
you do a
you're-
good business at all.
That was the cheapest bar I ever frequented.
I
Very
would imagine.
inexpensive to me.
I wish that's what kills me. I wish I could enjoy alcohol. I just don't. I don't like anything about it. It has too
No.
many. It has too many risks involved with it,
Oh god, kill it quickly.
Like,
and I've.
With
Well, no, I
risk of
meant like I meant if
fun.
you mess up, a
you
hangover is
square?
awful. Like I experienced it once
Square, do you?
and never again. I will never do a hangover again.
Square being a word people say still.
They do.
I use square.
Yeah.
And then I make a square with my fingers like in Pulp Fiction.
Oh dang.
You draw it?
Yeah. Don't be such
Oh,
a
I thought you did it with like
square.
I thought you just make it with your thumb and
Don't
your
be
index
such a-
finger.
Royale with cheese.
No,
Oh wait, do you do it with the where you put your hands
That's some bitch.
like straight and then you put it around your face and then do the box?
like that's
Around your
Vogue.
head?
That's doing Vogue, the dance of Vogue.
Botanica.
By fucking. You're thinking of the dance of Vogue.
Yeah, you're square.
Yeah, you're. See, but if I did that, then people would be like, Vogue? And I say, no, a square. Because that dance is too iconic. But I just draw a square. Don't be such a square.
Are we joining this
Loser.
queue or what? Also, I want to get. Man, I'm gonna have to do that on my off time. I don't want to get this stupid thing.
You're not exactly desperate for off time right now.
I wish I had off time. Ugh.
I have to actually do a lot of. I have
What's
to.
yeah.
Hmm?
What's
What's
it
that?
like, Andrew, to be one of the people whose life actually changed in the apocalypse?
Well, it changed for the better because
I'm
now I get to
surrounded
stay at
by-
home and do my
surrounded
job.
by people who are just like
My job's
just
gotten
doing
harder.
the same shit. They're just going to work, but it's worse now.
Yeah, I don't.
That is a vagina.
Where?
Look.
This
Oh,
is that.
yeah.
That's
Where?
Just that map is a uterus
Where?
right there.
Well, if it, I mean,
Look at the map. Like, come on.
you know, it'd be facing the opposite way though.
Yeah, but there's just shit going on there. I'm like, come on, man.
Look at all that complicated vagina stuff. I
Keith,
don't know.
uteruses aren't made of stone.
Well,
Uteruses aren't made of
Uh,
diagram.
I hope not.
my heart's made of stone.
I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. That's inside you, baby.
She's like, thank you for that amazing compliment.
I mean, isn't every it aren't like almost every single one-liner just like a thanks for that compliment?
Wow, very good. You tried.
Oh man, it's like what was my favorite one? It was like oh, I'm mad at Spotify because you're not listed as one of the hot singles this week.
What?
Spotify releases like hot singles every week.
That's like such a very specific. Like you have to hope that. What if you go like I'm too poor for Spotify? Like,
Yeah,
do they
you
just
know,
That one's like.
like do they go like, oh fuck?
that is kind of a. I mean, that one I knew was like a normal like that is a consistent one because I've heard it several times. And it's
Oh,
always, like,
no.
the
I have
same way.
never heard that. Oh my
So
goodness,
it's also
this
an
is.
original.
Yeah, it's not original.
That's the
Oh,
only. That's
no.
like one of the very. There's like a list of 5 things I think that I wish I could experience as a guy that women experience, but I don't want to be a woman because everything else is not great.
You just
I don't
want
like.
the weird
You
experience
just want
of
to hear
guys
the
hitting on you.
one-liners.
Yeah, like I want to be able to
One-liners.
because I no. Well, let me rephrase that. I want to experience hetero guys hitting on me. I've been hit on by multiple homosexual men, but that's
don't-
different.
I
They don't hit on
know.
you the same way.
I mean,
So,
getting hit on is still uncomfortable and weird. It's gonna be the same. It's gonna be like the same thing.
well,
Just with
the guy was
different
kind of pushy. He was like, "Well, have you tried it?" I was like, "No,
Oh, no.
but I'm pretty confident I'm not bi or
Have you
gay."
tried it?
He's like, "Well, you know, you never know." I was like, "I do know. I
He
do
did the
very
whole- He
know."
did the whole thing.
Yeah. He did the whole thing while touching my hand, and I was like, "Okay, look,
Aw.
I'm putting on a good face because I'm here with a friend, but I'm not having a good time right now."
Was he an older man?
He was an older gentleman.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
I was gonna say that's how I could see that going for you.
yeah.
I'm concerned
mean,
by
it's-
this being a pattern.
It's a it's a trope.
Yeah.
And I mean, in his favor, when I was like, "No, trust me, I'm really confident about it," and playing it off casually, he was like, "Okay, well, you know what? If you ever wanna, let me know." And I was like, "Gotcha,
Whoa.
sir. You'll be the first one on my list. The moment I come out, I will bring you up." But
He's waiting
Like,
for
I-
a phone call to
Any
this
day now.
I don't know. It baffles
day
me
now,
when I hear
internet
people
sensation
like concerned
Andrew's
about that
gonna
being a
call
thing. We're
me
like,
up.
I don't want to get hit on by gay guys. It's like, oh please, dude. Like what you do isn't worse.
Well, I was gonna say, like, regardless to I mean, so obviously being pushy and creepy is not what anyone wants, but there is like you can just take it as a compliment and then move on. It's like, well, obviously someone finds me attractive and that's it. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna, like, but if they're rude about it, then fuck them. But if not, if
not gonna-
if they're polite about it, then don't be mean to them. They're genuinely trying to scope out their options, and they considered you,
Yeah.
which is kind of a compliment, you know.
And look, and I will 100%. And the reason I couldn't be upset because I was in a gay bar. So there's no like that's all on me. That's my fault.
Yeah.
Fucking
I
buried the lead there.
Well, okay, but again, I was here for a friend. I was in the
gonna say,
bar
I
because
know.
my friend who was gay was meeting up with a girl that she met. And so she was
I'm
doing
just
it at the
saying-
bar,
I'm just saying.
and I was there
very-
just to
Well,
Very
but
late
gay bars
context.
are very loose. That's
but
very loose.
but that's the
like, a
thing.
lot
It
of
doesn't
straight people go
matter.
to gay bars.
It's
Yeah.
irrelevant. It doesn't matter where I was because that can happen anywhere. It's not like gay people only exist in gay bars.
I'm not safe. Everyone else.
I don't live in a gay
I-
bar.
I just mean like it's
kind
you know
of.
it's kind of like describing the person's colors. Like it's not really relevant to like it doesn't change anything. Like I would
No.
if I could have got hit on in a straight bar by a gay guy. Like it's not like they don't.
As a
It's not like there's some kind of.
I've gotten as a person that's like gotten hit on by women and men. There's definitely a difference to it, but I think that women are usually so nice, and they're always like, "You're so pretty," and I'm like, ah, like, but yeah, guys are usually weird.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely didn't get like a "oh, you're handsome." It was mostly like, "Hey, have you tried it?" And I was like, "What?"
See, sometimes you'll
Like
get
it's Sunny D.
like as
Yeah, basically. I was like, "Are you asking if I've had gay sex before?"
You haven't
Like
had
that's
one
kind
yet?
of that's a very leading question there, sir. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that involve social stuff that I just take in stride. Like I'm not gonna waste my time with being upset or taken aback or bothered. But I also don't experience a lot of it, so I probably don't get frustrated like I feel like most women are with pickup line. And so that's why I feel upset where I'm like, man, I wish I could experience more people doing shitty pickup lines on me so I could be annoyed of it. Like it looks 'Cause I never get to hear all the cool
but You
ones.
and I together. Is there
What?
a mirror in your pants? Because I could see myself in them.
What? I love it. That's a great one. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Myself in that.
I think I would hesitate. I would take a second and be like, I have to say no,
Maybe
but
I
that was
am
really
gay.
good.
Well, for that line, maybe.
Well, I mean, he said he already sees me there. I can't
Andrew
deny
just goes
that.
out in a shirt that says "gay" for puns.
Oh my god, I can already see the guy. Like he has that perfect mustache.
Oh. Actually, yeah, usually. I had a guy buy me,
love
or
it.
try to buy me chicken wings once at a bar, and I was like, I'm a vegetarian, sir. And he's like, bartender, get this lady some chicken wings. And I was like, no, sir. I was like, I don't
Man,
want
he didn't
chicken
follow it
wings.
up with a better line where he's like, oh, well, I think I've got meat you can eat.
No, this guy was high out of his mind. Like, I don't think
He
he
just
knew
wasn't
what he
paying
was
attention.
doing. He was
No-
very
no cle-
sloppily
no
eating the
clever
chicken
jokes.
wings that he was eating.
He's like, I'm kind of lonely here. I'm the only one pigging out. You want to join me? It's like, sorry, I don't.
I actually felt really bad to where, like, before I left, I went over to, like, make sure he was okay. And he was like, where are you going next? Can I come with you? And I'm like, no.
I'm
like,
going
"You should
home
stay
and no."
here." And he was like, which bar are you going to next? And I lied. I told him the bar the opposite way.
Oh.
And so he went to the bar the opposite way, and I went to the one the next street over.
You know what? It's fine. I've met enough drunk people that they have a good time regardless.
There's persistent people. That guy wanted
Oh,
to be
there
my
are
friend
very
so
persistent.
bad.
Who wanted to be your friend?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, Wreck-It Ralph.
He was so fucking drunk and he would not leave me alone.
What does that
It was
even
so
mean?
funny.
Wait a second.
It
What?
was
What's
a
a
Halloween.
Wreck-It
It was
Ralph?
a Halloween party.
Very literal. He literally was
Oh.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, I was
Oh
dressed-
my god!
Yeah,
You got hit on by Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah, I was dressed as a Ravenclaw.
The
and
Wreck-It Ralph?
He was dressed as Wreck-It Ralph.
Was he? Wait, was he
I
buff
was a
though?
golden girl.
No, he had like foam shit.
He had fake muscles.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he
wait
was,
a second.
And he was exhausting. He was so.
Yeah.
There was like 10 people at the party that were sick of him.
Keith and I were at a Halloween party, and this guy like really wanted to be friends with Keith, and,
Yeah.
and was so upset that Keith wouldn't take a shot with him.
He was so mad that I
And
wouldn't drink with him.
I was trying to tell him to leave
Oh,
Keith
He was
alone.
yeah.
so frustrated for some reason and completely
know that.
fixated
He's
on
like,
it.
well,
No,
I-
that is a very reasonable reaction.
I remember your
almost
name. So
Yeah,
you
he
should
kept
take
cycling
a
around
shot
the
with
room
me.
and showing that he could remember everyone's names.
And he could remember
then he
my
would look.
fucking
Then he would
name.
look at us like he deserved a prize.
And I was like, I took a shot with you
Like
already,
he earned
and
something.
you don't know
Like
my
he's
name.
a dog that just did his trick, and now it's time for the treat, which is me drinking with them. I'm like, no. But
Yeah.
I didn't set the stipulation. You did. That doesn't work that way. You can't just like create. You're not fucking Edgeworth. You don't get to like make your own game with its own rules that I have to follow them.
Oh god, man,
Well,
I
your name
I
is
will
Keith,
say
and you live, like I know who your brother is, and like you're a YouTuber, and I remember things about you, so we're friends, and you take a shot with me.
wait. He said
It's
you're
like-
a YouTuber.
Well, because we had all talked about our lives, and he
like-
couldn't remember my name.
And it's like
I was like, "Bitch."
it's like this logic doesn't flow. You can't just attach these things to each other and say that that's the conclusion.
I don't know. I mean, it probably worked a little bit, right?
Wait, so Keith, I know.
No, I just got more sick of him all night until he left.
Keith, I know your
He
name.
had like no other
and
character
I know
traits
you're a
besides wanting me to
YouTuber,
drink.
And I know your brother and where you live. You need to take a shot with me because I know these things about you,
I
Keith.
straight up like never learned more about him. He just kept reinforcing that he was annoyingly wanting me to drink.
I just
and
remember-
like did nothing else.
I remember his wife.
He was just one
His
note.
wife.
He had a
showed up,
wife?
and his wife was dressed like Von Sweets, and I was like,
Yeah.
you can't.
Wait,
be
his
her.
wife was dressed like Penelope. What the fuck was the prize?
Well, isn't that gross? I was like, isn't that gross, you guys? You can't be dressed like Penelope Von Sweets. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, you can't ship those
Why?
characters. That
Because
character's
they
like
Well,
can't
they're-
fuck each other.
That's
No,
like a-
no,
it's
they're
like a
best
6-year-old.
friends.
Yeah,
Isn't
but-
that what your partner should be? Your best friend. What
yeah,
the hell?
But when they go home later, and,
I feel like
and
if you and your spouse dress up as those characters, it's like a sign.
Is
someone
it?
Someone wants a
like
divorce.
friend-zoned.
We should be friends now.
I don't think that. I think that's just a cute couple idea. That's like
No,
That's
I
like
didn't-
Raggedy
I
Ann
didn't
and
think about
Annie.
it
Like
till
they're
just now.
not.
It's fine.
Raggedy Ann and Annie don't fuck.
Are
That's
you
not how that
sure?
works.
How do you know?
How do you know that?
Because they're dolls and they can't fuck.
They wish they could.
Fight,
No,
fight,
they
fight,
don't,
kiss,
because
kiss,
they're
kiss.
dolls. They can't wish anything. They're
not
dead,
alive.
soulless creatures.
Chucky fucks.
Well, Chucky's
That's different.
Possessed
Chucky's a
by a
living,
serial killer.
breathing human
Yeah,
stuck in a doll
fucks.
body.
yeah, he's fucks his girlfriend, who was also in a doll body
Yeah.
for some reason.
That's well,
And they make
I
a
mean-
terrifyingly faced child.
That's gross.
which adds a lot of
Question.
questions
Seed of
to
Chucky.
the Chucky universe. Can
movie.
dolls procreate? And if so,
I think
where?
I think Seed of Chucky was my first Chucky movie.
Wow, that's a lot
That
going
was
in.
like my starting point. And I just like,
Shit. That's like watching Gremlins 2, and you're like, whoa, what's happened?
I think
Like
it's the only one
this
I saw.
guy's.
That's the only one I saw before the reboot. I think.
Wait, Gremlins?
Wait, you've never seen?
I only saw Seed of Chucky and then
Oh,
the
oh,
reboot.
I thought you were talking about
Oh
Gremlins.
God, I thought you meant Gremlins. I was like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
No, the reboot featuring Penelope Found Sweets. But all grown up.
Oh yeah,
all
she
grown
was in
up.
that, huh?
No,
Yeah.
no, that was Sarah Silverman.
Wait,
That
yeah.
was not her.
Wait, but I thought. Oh.
No, Penelope
wait,
Found
wait,
Sweets
wait.
was Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, but who was in?
Aubrey
who was
Plaza.
In, oh, Aubrey Plaza.
Which
Oh yeah,
is she's a treasure.
that was funny because she was some kid's mom.
She's a
and I'm like,
treasure.
She's
Aubrey,
a fucking treasure in
Aubrey
everything.
Plaza, you're not some
she's,
kid's mom.
she's so
Don't
great
lie
in
to me.
Legion and so many other things.
That's
More
the.
Aubrey Plaza things.
I
She's
love
in
her.
Parks and Rec, right? She's the like
Yeah.
the sassy gothy looking one.
Yeah.
There's also that amazing photo of Aubrey Plaza and Michael Cera in like a restaurant booth.
As
Remember
kids.
that picture where it's like there's like a horde of kids all crowding around Michael Cera to take a picture with him, and Aubrey Plaza is just sitting next to him awkwardly.
Oh,
She's so famous
no.
yet.
Because she's like invisible to them.
They're both adorable, and I love them both. Like, they're.
Who would
both
want a picture with
so
Michael
cute.
Cera though?
I love him. I would like. Michael Cera, where are you? I would definitely want to date
There's a
Michael
great
Cera.
there's a great tweet with Michael Cera.
Such a little nerd.
It's got Michael Cera, Elijah Wood, and whoever else is like that I can't think of right now. And it's like, this is my favorite genre of white men.
It
Oh,
was
yeah, I
Michael
saw that
Cera,
Twitter
Elijah
post.
Tweet's
Wood,
really fucking
and
funny.
who else?
Yeah.
Michael Cera, Elijah Wood. Oh, and I think it's is it Harry Potter?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think it
Daniel
might be.
Radcliffe.
And it's like their various bizarre street photos. It's Daniel Radcliffe with like 30
Yeah.
dogs on leashes tied to his waist.
Smoking a cigarette. The man
And
was just
it's
balling
like
down
Michael
the street.
Cera hugging a cactus that he's walking around
That,
with.
that was in his movie.
Yeah, and then
had a movie about
and
that
then
cactus.
there's Elijah Wood is like riding a
He's riding a electric scooter
yeah, he's
down the
riding an electric
street.
scooter.
I
Yeah.
will never forget. Your brother told me I would look like Elijah Wood if I was a man, and I
What?
always thought that was not true. But I always thought about that, and I still think about that.
I don't know about that. That's
Yeah, there it
a
is.
that's a hard stretch.
My favorite
I
genre
know,
of white guy.
No, like, oh, they're so cute. They're like little, little, gangly hipster boys. They're cute.
Man, I can relate to that.
Andrew's like, my people.
My people, come to me.
I need a
I'm so lonely here. Everyone calls me skinny.
No, my ex-boyfriend that I don't care much for was like 6'5". He was like 150 pounds or something, and he was like the
That
biggest
sounds
fucking
impossible.
Nerd. No, he was really he was like a thin, gangly boy.
Wait, that
doesn't-
150 is gangly?
That's not possible. You
Well,
can't.
he was 6'5".
That no.
Oh.
Because
For
Eric.
6'5".
No, my brother's like that height, and he's like 200 pounds almost. He's not 150, and he's skinny as fuck. Like I think
I
if,
mean,
if you're 6'5",
Keith,
and,
I'm-
I know for sure he wasn't.
I think
more,
you could be
he was
6'5" and Andrew skinny, and you
no.
still can't be that light.
Eric's not 200.
He's like 180 or something. Like he's not
Yeah.
150.
Yeah, so
He's
my
6'5".
ex
He's
was
like 6'5".
My ex was like 170. He was skinnier than Eric.
Whoa.
That's distressing. Because
That's a.
Eric's
I
just a
think that's an
bone
eating
man.
disorder.
No, he was just one of those people with a metabolism that was broken.
Yeah, me too.
somebody fix it.
One day. And I've only learned that eating more food doesn't change it.
I remember the day that you learned the word ectomorph, and I was like, "Ha! You watched that video?"
Yeah, I saw you.
instantly
I saw you talk about that in the.
Yeah, I instantly knew that you were
fucking
talking.
Ace
You had
Attorney.
we had both watched the same episode of fucking Plague of
Plague of
Grapes, that
Grapes,
week, and you're
yeah.
like, "This is my word of the week."
Do you watch?
He's talking about like him playing basketball or something. And he's like, "This is the body type I have, so I can't play basketball well." I was like, "What? Okay."
Plague of
Hey, that's
Grapes
me
is
though.
great. So you watch the Ace Attorney series?
Yeah, I was watching the Ace Attorney series.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
No, I mean it's fun. I love because I know all of the plot, so it's really fun seeing your guys' reactions to like the reveals, and you're like, what the
All
fuck?
the
Like,
asinine fucking things that happen. It's so much better than 999 though.
I mean, yes, everything's better than 999.
Like
999 is like
80%
a.
of the stupid things are on
fucking-
purpose, but a few of them.
I saw you were
don't make
arguing that in your Discord, where you're like, or not arguing, but you're like, look, 999 is garbage.
Yeah,
Has no red
999 's
herrings. It just claims to have one on the box.
No, the mummy thing was like the mummy thing was
Fuck it.
fucking terrible story writing.
God, the
They
mummy
had no
thing.
plan. That was such.
Fuck, man,
It's so
and she was
infuriating.
hitchhiking at the end. Fuck off! What a garbage fucking. God, what a fucking tease. I
It's all
hate that
nothing.
so much.
It's all a dead end. It doesn't go anywhere. It's not even a red herring because
The
they
worst part is that
They subvert
I
it so hard that it doesn't even count as
I
a red
remember-
herring because the entire red herring itself isn't even canon anymore. It's like that's how fucking
Do you
up its
remember
own ass that
we
shit
listened
is.
we listened to that girl talk for like an hour about the
About
fucking
stuff that
Titanic
would
having the
never
mummy on it,
matter.
and I was like, what
Stuff
the
that was
fuck is
never
the
going
purpose
to
of the
matter.
mummy?
Wait, what?
Why?
That-
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
three
Well,
different people mentioned Ice 9 stories, and
Which
you're
is just
supposed to.
stolen from Kurt Vonnegut.
Yes, first of all.
From Cat's
Secondly, Ice 9 has zero relevance to the plot at all. There's no relevance of Ice 9, except for one puzzle thing. I think there was like I think the solution was something related to that, or I don't even
I
remember.
don't know. It's all thankfully fading away over time.
It's
One day it'll be
I-
gone. Be forgotten. By
I just
all.
remember the dumbest. I think the two things that hurt me the most was the main villain having face blindness, which was like the most fucking convenient thing ever.
that's a real thing, though.
Yeah, but literally like
The lengths
okay,
it goes
literally
through
this
is
man kidnapped and
levels.
fucking abused children, and he
Spoilers for
couldn't
999,
tell
I
the
guess, guys.
difference between them. What the fuck?
Oh,
Like-
that is pretty bad.
Like, dude, he literally was standing in the same room with two people he fucking kidnapped, and he's like, all right, hey guys, what's going on? It's like, what? Like, what the
It's
fuck?
kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Not
it's,
only that,
it's
he
a
was in the
lot.
same room with
He's in-
somebody that
he's
he
in the
worked
room-
with, and he didn't know it was
Yeah,
that person.
he's in the room full of people that he kidnapped when they were younger, and doesn't know it, and he also kills one of his own employees and doesn't know it.
Well, not. I was,
He does, yeah, he
And it's
kills
just like,
one of his own
alright.
people.
in like the real documentary I watched about face
like-
blindness, there's a part where the guy's working in an office, and then his like secretary walks in, and she's like says hi to him or something. He's like, he like looks at her, and she goes, "It's me, like Karen or whatever," and he's like, "Oh, you put your hair up today," and she's like, "Yeah," because he couldn't remember her. She
Yeah.
had put her hair up different.
The narrative
I
was,
feel like
He
you.
looks at
the
her
narrative
I feel
was
like
frustrating
you
in
figure
part
it out.
because the entire game was full of a completely nonsensical mystery that ultimately only could be done by having such a ridiculous plot point as like the villain literally can't recognize people's faces. That's why the story makes no sense. It was like the story for it all. But also, it was the motivation of the villain was to cure his face blindness. So it's like that one plot point becomes the unifying thing of all of the game, and it's just like, oh.
Also, there's a fucking puzzle that requires you to know how people look, or else you can't finish the puzzle, and you can't do it. He asks you to finish it for him.
Why would that come up?
Because the people he kidnapped put him in a fucking in a recreation of the Titanic in the desert and made him do a fucking puzzle he literally couldn't do because he kidnapped those same children to cure the face blindness he has.
What?
They put him in a not winnable situation
I got a
because he
spite.
couldn't literally fucking do it. And they were like, just, it's fine. This is okay.
That
Everything about that game was
I
terrifying.
don't even know what to say.
We are not in a good shape right now. Is anyone able to
We're not in a good shape,
revive?
but we'll be okay.
I guess you already have a pet. You can just turn it into aggro mode, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right
And
now.
I'll summon my pet the moment the tank dies. I'll summon my tank pet. This is not going good.
If you have face plant in this, can you recognize yourself?
Are we supposed to be able to
In the
defeat
mirror?
every sapling before it reaches him or something? Because
I
think we
don't.
can.
I don't know actually. I'm assuming not, because technically you couldn't tell the difference between yourself and someone else, right?
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
know.
I mean, I guess you would know. Oh no, I think you could tell yourself because you don't change how you look.
Well, but
According to the comments I was getting, which, you know, who knows if you can trust any of them, they were saying that like the version of face blindness presented by the game was like completely cartoonish. And, like,
I was gonna say
exaggerated.
that's his face blindness was literally like, I don't know what people are, and I was like, what the fuck?
We beat him.
We did it. Do not mourn my death. Yeah, he was. Oh, but he was such a cool looking character though.
Yeah,
I was
he
really
your- he
sad that
your
Ace was
favorite
the bad
character
guy.
until he turned out to be
Because-
a jackass.
Because he was like the gruffled old man who's like, I ain't
He
got
was the
time
only-
for this
he
shit.
was the
And I was
only
like,
person
oh.
who behaved like a human in an ocean of lunatics. But then like a switch flipped in his head, and he's like, "Aha! My mask is coming off. I was the villain all along." And it's like,
Oh my god, the fucking ending where he's like, haha, I've trapped you in a room and now you're gonna die unless you could finish the puzzle, which you can't finish because I created a situation where the only way you could finish it is if this fucking multi-diverse, like, dimensional thing exists. And it's like, but it does. And he's like, fuck! Like, and it still doesn't cure his face blindness, by the way. So he still has that.
They had it's one of the things they had to retcon. It was like actually his motivation wasn't. It was less stupid. He was part of a secret organization that's doing.
well, I was just saying, how could that have cured his face blindness in the first place? Like, I don't get how that would
Look, there's
So,
two things you don't do when you
the
play
that-
999. You
It's
don't ask
thing-
questions, and you don't
No.
read
the,
anything.
The franchise was about morphogenetic fields. And so
And
the
that you
idea is that you can communicate, you can send and receive information from other people's brains telepathically, and so
Yeah.
they would create puzzles you could only solve if you were receiving information telepathically from somebody else to ultimately get the information. Was the idea? So the
that
idea
still
is,
doesn't explain how it cures face blindness.
well,
but-
an implementation of this would make it so that he could. Wait, was there not a dungeon? Was there not a quest to turn in here? I
yeah,
teleported back to the
it
beginning.
automatically did it.
Oh, I teleported back to the beginning, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Oh no, did I go back to Orgrimmar? Does my thing teleport me back to Orgrimmar?
Apparently, people
Fuck!
with face
Did I
blindness
not
can't
set my
recognize
Did I not
themselves.
set my fucking Hearthstone
Did
again?
you just fucking no? You probably didn't.
What'd you do, Keith?
Fuck!
Cut. Or do you have to take the fucking?
Yeah,
thing
you gotta take
again?
the fucking blimp. So fucking have fun. I'm gonna go wait for a blimp to show up.
God damn it, Keith.
Son of, I gotta commute now.
Okay, hold on. Let's see here.
So how did I not? What? I came back to do that specifically. Fuck. Whatever. But no, the idea was that if he could master morphogenetic fields, he could recognize faces via other people's brains that don't have face blindness.
Okay.
At least that's the convoluted ass explanation for just a franchise of bad plans and bad stories and utter nonsense. Like there's so many holes that I can't even keep track of them all without just going back and redoing it again. Because like when people were like, what are
yeah.
like nowadays when people ask about the plot holes and things I took issue with the franchise, I just gotta go back and watch the playthrough. I can't fucking keep them all in my brain forever. Like there's like a fucking like 150 episodes of us losing our goddamn minds playing through the first two games. Like fucking experience it alongside us, and you'll see what our complaints were in real time.
Hey, look. All that matters is that it was the birth of Dickington, and Dickington was the only good thing about that entire franchise.
Didn't you draw like a dick with a monocle and a top hat?
Yes. In
And
our
every time-
notes.
every
so
time
that
we
way,
op-
every time we open our
opened the
notes,
page,
Dickington
it showed
appears.
Dickington. He was the dapper dick.
Oh, I love Dickington. What a great. Oh yeah, I think
My Zeppelin's here already.
I think-
That was quick.
I have an emoji of Dickington on Discord.
Dick Dickington, the dickest
Right?
of all.
Don't I have a Dickington? Oh no, wait. Oh yeah, there he is. Dickington. Bam. Oh, he's really
Is he
tiny.
a
though.
Discord emoji or something?
Yeah, I made him as a Discord emoji.
Oh, I should put him on a. I should probably just put him on a.
It's
What's
really
it called?
tiny. You can see the little
You
top
probably
hat.
see it bigger if you open Discord on your phone.
I think
because this is
He's
the
like slouching over.
group server. Yeah.
Well,
Do you
it's a
trace
dick.
him- Do you
He's
trace him or
cute.
something?
Well, he's on an erect dick. He's a little flaccid dick.
He is a classy dick. He
He's
doesn't
a
need to be
classic
erect.
Flaccid dick.
And that's not a gun he's holding, it's a cane.
What are our opinions of Shadowlands? I don't know. It's not out.
Probably going to be good. Like
Uh,
all the WoW expansions are. Every time. Forever.
I don't know. It's gonna be more WoW. Probably really similar in 1,000 different ways.
I have to leave. I forgot that it was that bad.
I
I was trying to look up
I'm always a little confused
how
by people always wanting opinions of things that aren't out yet.
I was trying to look up why Ace wanted to use, or why he thought he could use it to cure his face blindness, and then I stumbled into plots about like weird terrorism, and I was like, oh no, nope, never mind. I forgot how bad this is. I'm leaving.
Did you wander
Forgot
onto
there's
the,
like
onto
a-
the dark web?
Stay the course.
No, there's
he means
the
actual
plot-
of this
The
franchise.
plot has like
Oh.
a terrorist organization that is trying to use morphogenenic
Yeah.
fields to.
See,
I was like, what the fuck is
Ace's
this?
motivation was too stupid in the first game, so they retconned it in the second game to being a part of like a secret organization that's like spanning the globe, doing this or that.
Yeah.
I think they're either causing or preventing the apocalypse or something via.
They were causing
experimenting-
the apocalypse,
experimenting on-
and
experimenting
I
on
never
children.
understand that.
For some reason, like
People always wanna do
a
that.
circus leader was in their group. Like I don't, it was weird.
a circus leader.
Yeah, the character that was basically like Robin's dad from Batman. Like, he was like a fucking like lion tamer boy or something. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't know what are these characters. What's happening?
I remember.
His name was Dio.
Perfect.
Oh my
And he was
god.
a lion
Oh,
tamer. or something.
yeah.
Yeah. It was me,
Oh,
Dio, and then it was him,
fuck.
Dio. I joked, but then
I
it was actually him, Dio.
Dio's a great name.
It was 100% absolutely him that was
I
doing a
forgot
lot
we
of
were
the stuff.
joking about that the whole time, and then it was like, it was me, Dio. We're like, Dio.
we were joking,
No.
but it really was him, Dio.
Dio
That was
just
behind
means
so
devil,
many of the things.
or whatever. So it's like make a villain named Dio. It's kind of on the nose.
Oh yeah, he's the fucking.
I gotta go back. Gotta make sure I actually
He's
set my
the
heartstone at this
fucking-
place this time.
Of the brother of the leader of the terrorist organization that's trying to use morphogenenic fields to destroy Earth, but
And
instead we built
isn't
a
the leader of the
space colony
organization
that
like a
he's
series of clones or some shit.
like. Yeah, and so we
There's
and
like a
so
bunch of
there's
clones, but
hundreds
one of
of
them's
clones that
like-
look all like
but
Dio.
one of them's like the realest one for some reason.
The
But one of them
realest-
is the real Dio. Also, we have a colony on Mars
And one
that,
on the moon.
or and one on the moon, or no, it's a colony on the moon, right? Or no, do we have a colony on both?
I think so.
I think it's just a colony on the moon. I think it's a
And
colony
the
on the
entire
moon.
game takes place on the moon or Mars, I forget, but you couldn't
takes place on the
tell
moon.
because everyone has been inflicted with a drug that makes time feel like it's moving faster, which makes it so that nobody can tell that we're in float physics on the moon.
Oh my god, that's
'Cause
right. They
no one
removed
can-
like fucking.
Yep, no one can tell
Oh
that stuff's
my
falling at the speed of
God.
moon physics because everyone's actually living in fast forward.
I forgot
What?
about
That's
that.
the real part of the story
What?
because Zero Escape's fucking
What?
garbage, and
Everyone had a drug injected in them that gave them like
Like-
Oh my
literal
God.
fucking superpowers
even
for like.
though if you accelerated all of time to match the speed of acceleration to make it look like you're falling like you're on Earth, that would make
Talking
everything
would be
else
faster.
constantly look fucked up.
What is this?
It's fucking Zero Escape. It's a garbage franchise of stupid shit, and for
Oh
some
my
reason,
God.
until we encountered it, seemingly 100% of all of life thought it was great writing. We were we're somehow these lunatic naysayers that are the only people on the planet that don't like it, even though it's the most fucking horrible,
Well, is it
insane
so bad it's
storytelling.
good? Is
Not
it one of
really.
those?
We were fucking reeling every time a plot point came up. We're like, what the actual fuck? Where's the innkeeper, by the way? Jesus.
Oh,
there you
oh
are.
my god.
Now I see why I
Oh,
didn't ever
fuck,
set my
that's
thing
right,
to
there was
this
the,
because it's too much shit.
Watch your back.
Oh god,
There
if
you
it was the you are actually a really old guy, but you are also the robot.
Yep. No, there was. Yep.
Oh,
That
You-
sentence.
I
Yep.
forgot.
You find out that you're actually that character.
You're old Sigma and young and
Yeah, you're actually an old man, but simultaneously you're the guy that's been in the robot suit the entire game. So you were actually two of the characters at the same time. And the
What?
yep.
Now imagine having to internalize all of this live as you're trying to keep the story in your head together so you can continue critiquing it and not get dunked on by
Yep,
all these
and
people who
you've got it.
refuse to accept it.
And all
And-
over Earth is dying of a plague, and you've got to stop the circus tamer from unleashing terrorist bombs on the moon base, destroying the only hope of humanity for reasons.
He wanted to blow up a
circus
moon
man
base.
who is one of 50 clones that are a terrorist organization that want to end reality for some reason.
Wow, this sounds like a gem.
Do you remember?
I don't know how to express.
Do you remember they said we don't actually know what the terrorist guy looks like, but they're like, but Dio's a clone. I was like, then he looks like fucking Dio. Like, what the fuck?
What dungeon,
Why would you
what
say
dungeon
that?
did we just do again?
Oh god, let's find the achievement.
I forgot already.
Shit.
Into the Wobbly Under. That's
Achievements.
Not, no, that's somebody in the writing school near me.
We did defeat Warp
Botanacula.
Splinter. Yeah, Botanacula. Botanacula.
Sepultura. It's not a related word at all.
Wow.
But it reminded me of that. It's a song by the Pixies.
But sepulture is just a word.
No, Sepulture, yeah. But it's
I wanna-
subculture, Pixies
Did you know-
song.
What the fuck is this?
Culture.
Sepulture.
What's it called? Subculture.
Oh my goodness.
Coach.
That's what the song is.
Sepulture.
It's just a yeah.
There is
I was
someone.
dressed in black. She was all dressed up in black.
They
Everything
rematched.
was fine down here. You
How
call
many
it here.
can-
What you doing here? Way down in this subculture. Songs battling.
Did you know
Word
about
count.
the Chien de Andalusa from that Pixie song and not from the actual movie?
Yeah. But nobody fucking
Oh
knows
my-
what that movie is.
I knew what that movie was. I didn't know what.
Of course you did.
Well, I
That's
thought it was
exactly
funny.
your interest. But like, no, most people don't know Unshun and Delu very well.
Well, you made
But-
that reference, and then like days later, I was listening to the Pixies, and then I heard that part. And I
Yeah.
was like, wait a minute. I figured I've cracked the
Yeah,
code.
slicing up
I-
eyeballs. I want you to know.
Yeah, they slice up
Girl,
eyeballs
you're
in
so
the movie.
groovy. I want you to know. Don't
I-
know
I
about
just-
you, but I'm a debaser.
I just stumbled upon a 6,431 word essay about why Dio is the third best character in Zero Escape.
I was hoping you were saying Dio
Burn it.
Dio Brando.
Burn
and third
that-
best
I was-
character in
Burn
Red
that
I was
Dead.
YouTube
like-
channel to the ground.
He said, second on my list is Alice, which is already a fuck you.
Oh
like,
no.
Fuck
oh yeah.
you,
so we should,
sir.
Since we're already spoiling shit, we should just explain this to Stephanie.
Fuck
so
you.
they keep setting up that there's an Ice 9 mummy on this copy of because. First of all, they established there was multiple Titanics, and this was like one of the copies of the Titanic
I'm
back
already
in the
dying.
day, which is what this game's taking place on, supposedly.
Oh,
And
you haven't
on
heard the
it,
best
there's
part.
supposed
Not
to be an Ice
only
9 mummy, which Ice 9 is a special, like, different version of water that is frozen at room temperature. And it's actually it's straight up
Okay.
stolen from like Kurt Vonnegut's Cat's Cradle novel. Is what Ice 9 is from. And this mummy is supposedly perfectly preserved because her blood is Ice 9. And like you see her multiple times in these like visions of like what the supposed mummy would be like, and they keep setting her up over and over again throughout the entire game.
Alice.
Yeah, they keep setting her up the entire game. She never shows up. You beat the entire game. All of the mysteries are resolved, and all the face blindness shit that had nothing to do with the Ice 9 and nothing to do with Alice, who was called All Ice. That's why her name's Alice. It's because she's all ice.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
But then in like the
Yep.
post-credits scene, the mummy, they're driving through the desert, and the mummy is like
Hitchhiking.
What
So
the
it's her.
fuck?
And
Yeah.
then in the next game, she shows up, and and there's a girl, and her name's Alice, and she looks exactly like the mummy from the previous game that they kept foreshadowing, and she's a secret agent apparently, and they keep reinforcing over and over again that actually she's not a mummy and just a weird rumor, and then eventually the developer writer guy even confirmed in the background that, like, yes, that's not her. Alice is not all ice. We just made another character that looks exactly like the mummy character that never was the mummy.
Is it
And so
spelled
which
A-L-L-I-C?
Her name is Alice, but all ice
just
is
regular Alice.
ALL-ICE.
Oh my gosh.
But like they ultimately established that, like the writer ultimately establishes that this weird character whose entire existence is just to be a carbon copy of the supposed all ice that we were going to meet, that was this mummy that they've kept foreshadowing for no reason, ultimately is not that mummy. And then the third game came out and finished the conclusion. So the mummy never came up as far as I'm aware. So they just spent like an hour foreshadowing a thing that was never going to matter. And like it doesn't even work as a red herring because there's no reason to even think that the mummy was going to matter. Like they just explain a mummy for no reason for like an hour of a game.
In Discord, I posted what Alice looks like, or what Alice looks like.
I
Okay.
just looked it up. Yeah.
So what do you think the mummy looks like?
Why I'm looking at both of them. That's ridiculous.
The mummy looks exactly fucking like her.
Why
Yeah.
Same skin tone, same hair, same gold bracelet stuff around her, which is very pharaoh-esque.
Yeah, they really went all Egyptian with this.
And then they had the fucking audacity to say that she is a undercover police officer.
Yeah,
It's not
that's how they dress. That's how undercover police. That's how you can
That's
tell
just-
an undercover police officer is if they're wearing all
Mind
gold.
you, literally not wearing a bra or shirt, only having an open jacket with a gold necklace covering her
Oh,
nipples.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
That's fucking it. That is an undercover police officer on a moon base trying to catch a clone of a terrorist that's trying to blow up the moon base where there's literally no civilians.
well.
On top of that,
But-
you find out at the end of the game why every
Why?
single individual character was selected to be on this narrative and this story.
It's still
And
recharging.
Clover and Alice were basically there for no reason canonically, and their lives were ruined for no reason.
I think
Clover-
They were basically kidnapped
Clover
to fill
being
out
there
they were
is-
kidnapped to fill out a roster.
It's not ready.
Clover was
think I know why they're
baffling to
there.
be
And
there.
And you're
Like-
looking for meaning because Clover was in the previous
What, you think
game,
she-
so like there's got to be a reason she's here now. But no, it's
Don't be
basically just a
shallow.
fucking
They're not there
waste of-
because they have boobs.
basically just a waste
well,
of
I mean,
time.
but why though?
Well, okay, look, because they have boobs, and the other characters that
Yeah.
exist didn't really have boobs, so they needed two booby characters, and these are the two good booby characters.
Yeah.
That's why they
This-
don't wear
This game's
anything.
full
They
of
wear
old men. We gotta have boobs.
That one's an
Yeah.
undercover agent. I think you just tell her anything she wants to know. She's not wearing anything. That's how you get information. I would tell her whatever.
I have nothing to hide, literally.
Crack the
I'm not
code.
wearing anything.
Oh,
Checkmate, officer.
dangerous.
Like,
Here's my bank account information.
there's man, I'm already getting ulcers thinking
there's-
about it. I
there's
don't
so
like I
much
hate this
dumb
fucking
shit.
series so much.
There's so much dumb shit.
I've already found
This stuff is-
cosplay on the internet, and it's interesting. It's fun.
Remember when
Yes, Keith, I remember
remember when
everything.
June was in the coffin for no reason? It didn't make any sense.
They put her in the fucking coffin,
They just
and
like
she
switch-
knocks
they
in the
would-
coffin.
every plot point always had a switcheroo, even if there was no reason for it in universe.
And the only reason she was there because someone just needed to stuff her like her drugged body somewhere, and they figured a coffin was the best place to do it.
There's so much taken.
But it's okay because that. But Keith, remember, June also didn't exist. Remember, because technically she died in her timeline because Sigma didn't tell her the code because he didn't have the. He didn't have fucking access to the multiverse yet. Like, God damn it! Literally, the entire plot of the game hinges on the fact that June dies and is
The entire
unable to complete
franchise
the
is built around a misunderstanding of Schrodinger's cat. What is a Nezing-wearing lackey? Where are they?
Is there a rabbit?
They're
Oh, in the second game, because I think it's because I'm pretty sure it's because it was what's it called was popular in Danganronpa, so they just made their own version of Monokuma. So they just made an irritating
fucking
mascot
rabbit.
character that just is annoying and trying to be cute, but they're just like irritating as shit.
Let me tell you what doesn't
I
get
really
boring.
dislike
Hearing the
anime mascot
fucking
characters.
hearing how to play a game every fucking time. Nothing's not enjoyable about that. Every time you do another route in fucking what was the name of the second game? Virtue's Last Reward?
That was the ultimate that was the ultimate salvation of not having to play the
Virtue's
beginning
last reward.
not having to play the beginning of the story arcs anymore. Was that that he's only in Act 1 of each story arc. So once we finished the beginnings of all the stories, we didn't have to deal with this anymore. This
But we
irritating
had to do
rabbit.
it for like a long fucking time.
Because it's a voice
And-
actor trying to be so wacky and adorable.
Oh right,
And,
they had like
and,
the
they
voice
were
acting
They were
too.
talking all like memey and like a weird shitty
Yeah.
version of the Joker or something sometimes, but they also kept doing voices, and I'm just like,
Yeah, it was
oh,
like,
I hate 'em.
oh, I don't know what you're
hate it so
doing,
much.
but it's not good. It's like, what? What the
It
fuck?
was so
happened?
much.
Also, it was an AI. Also,
Yeah.
it was a sentient AI. But also, it was, like not a real AI, because we didn't do anything with it. It just kind of stayed on the moon. It like only existed to make this game happen, which is a weird reason to create a robot.
We have to escape. We have to
I
escape
mean-
Zero Escape. But there's no escape.
There's no escape from Zero Escape.
Zero escape.
Yeah. The only thing that whoa, wow, a lot of them just spawned.
People keep asking us to play the next one.
It's not. It's just not possible. You can't do that. It's
Andrew
not.
will die.
I will fucking die. I will actually just keel over. It
Your
is.
final Let's Play. Technically, the last one already was your final Let's Play, basically.
Yeah.
You basically just like quit. You
That
uploaded
game
2 episodes of that playthrough, and then just
It wasn't
stopped
even good
uploading
high.
to
I got high and tried to fucking play it, and it still wasn't fucking good.
It
Aw.
wasn't
It's
still
even good
infuriating.
high.
That's pretty scary.
I've realized that we're picking up Nezingwari Lackey's ears because these random caribou are turning out. I think they're turning out to be like druids that we're killing. And we're
You
ripping off their
remember-
blood elf ears.
That's pretty fucked up, Keith.
Do you remember when we got
really
this
funny.
cool substance that could spray on people that tell if they touched a certain like a certain thing?
To see if
They-
it
remember
was to
those-
see if there was blood traces. It was that
Yeah, if there was
stuff that
blood
glows.
right. It was they had the spray and then black light to see if there was blood,
Yeah.
and we just didn't do anything. We could have
Where are
we could have
queued? Oh,
used it
somebody
in so
quit.
many other situations,
don't have
but
a
we didn't
tank.
just take the bottle
Great.
with us for some reason.
No, there was many things.
There's many things.
Many things. Many things. We
It
had
sounds delightful.
Oh yeah, wait, wasn't the second game like
we had a very
they
long,
kidnap people
slow
and then it-
meltdown.
didn't they kidnap people and then time moved forward? Like they put them on ice
they,
or something?
I think
for-
they put them. I think they had been in like a.
Oh right, I have to talk to the dragon.
They might have been in like a. What do you call them?
Like hyperbolic sleep or something.
Hyperbolic time chamber. What's it
or
called?
not
A
VLC.
stasis chamber, or
Less-
whatever.
less
Cryo
reward.
freezed like Disney.
All right, tell me. I could have sworn. Oh god, that rabbit just so ugly. Right.
I've tried to forget a lot of this, so I don't have a great memory of some of these details.
Oh right, the rabbit's name's 03 for some reason.
Why not?
Well,
Why not?
because there's only 2 zeros. The
I mean,
previous
noth-
zero.
Nothing
and
we
this
find
zero.
out is gonna be. None of the things we talk about is ever gonna chop the fucking like time dilation drugs.
Wait. Hold on a second. What the fuck did you just say to me? Did you just...
Nothing's gonna beat the fact like we're on the moon, but you can't tell because coincidentally this disease you have also makes you change the dilation of time at the exact amount that makes you not be able to tell you're on the moon.
There's a fucking anime for this?
So you feel like you're still on Earth, which is a real plot point. Like nothing's gonna beat that. Like the peak. What the fuck is this entire franchise? I'm dying inside. Also, June, the worst character, is behind it all both times. I hate June so much.
Why do you hate June?
We both hated June. She was the worst. We'd be in the
No,
middle of a
she's
puzzle and
perfect.
she would just start talking to us about pseudoscience for half an hour for no reason. Just out of fucking nowhere. She would just be like, wow, you know telekinesis and like homeopathy are real? And I'm like, I hate this woman. Why is she talking to me now?
Do you remember she was trying to talk about pseudoscience in the middle of us stuck in a freezer? I was
Yeah.
like, girl, we're dying. Let's not talk
Yeah,
about
there was a
fucking
part we were
pseudoscience.
literally freezing. We were all locked in a freezer and we were dying, and she was talking about pseudoscience out of nowhere. And the only thing that was worse than her randomly coming out as a pseudoscience believer was the fact that she was right, because that was their attempt to ham-fistedly foreshadow everything, and she was since she's behind it all. She was the one. She's basically just like explaining the actual plot of the game to us, but it's so asinine that we're not even taking it in that way, because she's just trying to like nonchalantly drop these completely insane sci-fi concepts because they're the real plot of what's actually happening.
Yeah.
And it's all gonna turn out to be true later, and it's like
I
hate this game so much.
I remember getting really upset about her just fucking randomly bringing shit up like that. Like we'd be in the middle
Yeah.
of doing something and she'd be like, "Did I ever tell you about homeopathy?" Like, what
Yeah,
the
we're
fuck?
just like,
not
oh,
the
no.
time.
We're just like, oh no, she thinks water has memory.
Oh,
Throw her out the airlock. Just throw her out the airlock.
uh,
It's like, no, this is Zero Escape. In this universe, all pseudoscience is real. Fuck you. It's like, no, that's you did the ultimate crime game.
it's the na-na-na-na game. The na-na-na-na-na game.
Andrew? What's your horoscope? Speaking of
My horoscope
pseudoscience.
is Cancer. Like the thing that game is.
My friend's is too. And I felt bad
Horoscope
about
is
it.
Cancer is
Cancer.
just the saddest fucking horoscope.
What a great sentence.
It's just
My
like, hey,
horoscope
do you
is
like
Cancer.
feeling sad all the time? Also, you can't trust anybody. Also, you wish you could trust people. Also, you're sad. Like, why? What is this horoscope?
Wasn't mine
Is this
the bull?
spite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Aries?
No,
Taurus.
he's a Taurus.
Or Taurus, sorry.
He's supposed to be like a boorish asshole who's pushy and stubborn.
I mean,
Stubborn like a bull.
Cancer's supposed to be
Or
like,
bull-
yeah, it's supposed to be all like internally conflicted and like multi-layered.
so much doki doki, but not
sad.
enough
All I know
explaining.
is we both took the Sorting Hat quiz and we're both Ravenclaws, and that's like
That's,
basically more true than horoscopes.
I haven't taken
I don't know
that
about
yet.
that. That's kind
At
of,
least it's based on things about you in some way.
I feel like that it doesn't seem right though. Like, I shouldn't
It's
have
more
been in that.
diagnostic than what month you were born in.
I mean, that's
It's at least
important.
based
You
on a
chose the month you were
quiz.
born in.
It's a BuzzFeed quiz. It's basically a BuzzFeed quiz, but still, it's better than like I was born this week of April and that's my personality.
All I know.
I mean, I will admit, I do like the one.
Whatever it is, apparently I have the exact same fucking personality as fucking William Shakespeare based on that idea, that concept. Because we have the same
I
birthday.
have the same birthday as Joseph Joestar, and that's
Yeah.
all I care about.
William Shakespeare's
that's
birthday
perfect.
Do you
is
really?
April 23rd.
Yes, because he says it in the show,
That's pretty good.
and I'm like, yeah, it's my tarot card's Hermit. That's why. They gave them all birthdays, and they gave them tarot cards for their birthday. That's my birthday tarot card, is the Hermit. So I have the
I thought you
stupid
say
Hermit
Joe
purple
Joestar. I was like, that's a pretty good tarot card.
Yeah, so horoscopes are real. If that's all it means is that I'm
Is
this
that you get to be
Joestar.
closer to Joestar.
Yeah, that's all I care about.
Hey man, Joestar had a pretty rockin' wife.
Joseph Joestar, Holly.
Yeah.
Holly's hot. Well, yeah, but he fucking
Dude,
cheats
what
on
a
her,
like
so
what a
that's bad.
MVP. She was like, "Yeah, I love you even though like that was the weirdest fucking journey I've ever been on." Like,
Yeah, she's just like, whatever, you know. I'm like just getting sucked alive by like some stand monster I don't know anything about, like. you know.
right?
And then she's like,
They're on like they're literally on a cruise ship and then a vampire appears.
Oh
Like-
yeah, yeah.
Like that has to be that's some relationship testing stuff right there. Like, sorry honey, I have to die so I can stop this vampire half brother of mine.
No, she's a good woman, right?
Then she became like a crazy rich, crazy strong American businesswoman,
Yeah.
which was like, damn, all right, girl, like took it in stride over here. She's like, Dio lose. It's like, oh no.
She got cucked into power.
I was sad that Joseph cheated on her. I was like, what the fuck? I hate that. I hate that that's canon. I'm like so sad about that forever.
Enjoy your
Whatever.
horoscope.
And then he gets like dementia or whatever, and he's just at the end of that whole series. He's just with like that invisible baby.
What the fuck are you saying?
Like, she's.
What the fuck are you saying? Oh,
love
so
that.
what?
God, I love JoJo. JoJo just makes no sense from an outside perspective.
See, it's like Zero Escape, but not.
I mean,
but good and fun.
At the very least, I would say that. Well, I guess that's not true either. I was gonna say I think that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure keeps true to its own logic, but it doesn't. It immediately throws away Hammond, which is like the most important piece of information,
Oh, you clicked
or like the most important tool in that entire show.
Yeah, but stands are cooler though. Like
But
focusing on
stands
that
make
part's
zero
more fun.
sense because you could just get rid of the host. Like if you could kill the
Yeah.
host, then why even bother with a stand? And it's not like
Yeah.
all the fucking Joestar people can do it. I don't know why they just don't do it.
Because it'd be less fun.
It wasn't. That literally JoJo's Bizarre Adventure season 1 was a fucking ride, and that had it there the whole time.
A lot of people don't like the first season. Like
That's sacrilege.
People I show this to, I usually tell them to start with this third season because I know they won't be able to sit
What?
through first and second. Yeah.
The
and they
first
usually
season's
can't.
the best.
Most people don't.
It
think
has
that.
all of the emotion in it.
I think
You don't get like the good
It was
Dio
me,
lines,
Dio.
all of
I
those
kissed
no,
a girl first.
that matters, Keith. It
that matters.
It's-
In
That was
anime,
that
When you,
especially,
when
Oh
you
my
hear
God.
that fucking moment memed for
That was
years,
her
and then you find out the
first kiss.
context is that, you're like, what?
and Dio took it.
That's what Dio was? What
Dio.
the fuck?
And then Donnie.
That
I thought he killed someone.
Donnie.
that Chad
sure he
piece
does,
of shit.
but
Donnie. Right?
that
Is
Chad
his name?
piece of shit.
Donnie. Yeah, Donnie's the
Yeah.
dog. But,
Oh yeah, he kills the dog. Yeah.
Yeah, Donnie. Yeah, Keith, he kills
I
the
was
dog.
like,
That's how you know he's
man,
Get these flames out before they
so
spread to
fucking
the
mad.
rest of the
There's a
Oops,
dog in
did not
the
mean to
incinerator.
attack first.
You fucked
I
up. You fucked
God.
up.
I still can't get over. I cannot imagine people enjoying any other. Like, how do you even get into JoJo
your
without
favorite
experiencing the
one?
ludicrousness of the first season?
Is that your favorite season? The first one?
I think so, because I mean, it was basically a really good hero's tale. It just was like, it started so small, and then it became a world-saving event all of a sudden. It was great. Where it's just like, yeah, this really rich kid has a shitty fucking adopted brother, and nobody likes him. And then it's like, and now that now that adopted brother's trying to destroy the world. What? And then Joestar just becomes even buffer, and it's like, what? Like, wait.
I am always kind of leery of people saying skip X number of seasons of a thing just because.
Well, no, I mean, like, if
Like
I was
that's
gonna...
I always heard people say that about Mass Effect, and I'm like, the first one's like not just my favorite Mass
certain
Effect, it's like my
people
favorite game.
don't have patience. Like, some people don't have patience, and I know which people I have to say that to.
Oh,
It's not
JoJo
every
is a
person.
very slow burn. I will give you that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's certain people I know I have to tell them.
So just recommend those people shittier media since they're not good enough for the good stuff.
Well, 'cause I think
I
even
mean,
they-
that's what I do.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know which season's my favorite, and it's hard to say.
Sometimes you just gotta cut
but-
your losses with the people that only watch trash.
I actually really did like the
Just
last
abandon
season.
them.
Whatever number that was a 6? No, that was like 1, 2. That was 5.
Is it 5?
Yeah, well, the third one was Star Wars Crusaders, and the fourth one was had Josuke. And so the fifth
Okay.
one,
Yeah.
uh,
There's so many.
yeah, but like, I don't know if that's my favorite, but I remember that fight with fucking what was it? Band names. Hold on. With
What is it you wish?
oh,
Hello.
damn it! What band was it?
Thrall.
Let's
The
go.
one with the metal and the blood. It was King Crimson,
They released it before I could turn the
versus-
quest in.
Phantom
assholes.
Blood.
No. It was the fight with the stand who can turn your blood into metal objects.
These fuckers let him go before I could turn the quest in.
It was in the last
you'll-
season.
You'll be able to turn the quest in at the very end.
Yeah, but isn't there a next quest that you're on right now?
Oh.
Aren't you currently on a quest?
Loktar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here. Did you get it? Do you need me to share it with you?
I can't. I didn't turn the quest in. It's a chain. I just don't get to have the quest now. Because people didn't check.
People are not very cooperative. I think there's a point after all of this where you can talk to him and he'll finish the quest. And I think the quest that he gives you is just to do what he wants, like basically just to finish the mission. I can't. I'm trying to remember. I cannot
You'll
remember.
Bad party
It was
members.
Metallica. It was Metallica. The fight with Metallica.
Oh, there you go.
King Crimson was like one of my favorite fights ever in that show. I thought it was so cool that I feel like
Yeah, there are some really good. JoJo does have some pretty good fights.
I was trying to explain to
there-
Keith, there's a Green Day, which is a sand that only grows mold on your enemies when they're going down a hill.
Oh yeah.
Like that's how specific these powers are. It's
there's
absolutely
also like
insane.
logic breaking ones for sure. The one that can like go back in time. I remember he has like his ability is that he can go back in time and prevent things from happening, but like he can also go back in time to prevent someone from dying or his stand user from dying, which kind of defeats the purpose of how stands work.
Was that King Crimson? 'Cause I know like that whole season, everyone like was constantly like trying to figure out what the fuck, like how his stand worked. Like it was,
Yeah,
like,
that's
it was
King
kinda
Crimson,
weird,
yeah.
Where they're like,
Yeah.
how does it work? I don't get what.
Because
it
his
is.
what is it? Let me.
Yeah, 'cause it was like he can go back in time, or he can like change the
So-
last like 3 seconds or something.
It's like a self-aware joke about how complicated the stands are as a concept by having one that confuses the people in universe about what it is.
Well, at the end, like the main stand, Golden Wind or whatever.
So-
I don't know what the fuck he is able to do, but he like ascends to like godliness and is able to like create a million timelines in which the King Crimson dies over and over again.
Oh, Clara Oswald?
Yeah, because so King Crimson is
didn't
technically
really
I can
immune,
also
or
make jokes no one
Did you?
understands.
King
You and
Crimson
your
is
allies
invincible
captured
against any
Blackmore.
stand
I'll just
user
have
that
to
doesn't
time.
manipulate time. So as long as a stand can't change time, it's basically it cannot harm King Crimson.
I want to see the conversation where for the first time a Doctor Who fan talks to a JoJo fan, then finds out all the same plot points happen in both shows.
Well, we
Like it's like
They
one-
don't. They
like
don't.
it's
You
one
and
for
I can
one.
talk, but it's not gonna happen.
It'd be incredible.
Does someone zip open his own heart and like stop it from beating with his own hands in Doctor Who? Does that happen, Keith? I don't
I
think,
think
so.
I like the confidence of like I don't think so, and Keith is like I think so. That sounds pretty Doctor Who.
I have to watch Doctor Who then. That sounds
There it is,
pretty-
time erasure. So he can erase a given time frame lasting up to 10 seconds.
So he just like cuts it out of existence. So you end up at point A to point B without knowing
Yeah.
how you got there because he took out the 10 seconds it took you to get there.
So he can but his stand user is conscious during the erase time
Let's ride.
and knows what happened during it.
Well, he knows what's
It's-
gonna happen, which is why he decides what to erase because he can see
Yeah.
it, and then he like takes certain parts out of it or something.
But then I think like somebody, what is it? Oh yeah, because he has precognition. God, that show.
I just like the part where his stand user doesn't know that he has a stand, so he's like answering the phone, but it's like he's like no, and but he picks up his shoe and he thinks it's a phone, and he talks to it because he's being manipulated by his stand.
No, no.
I like King Crimson the band, so I was really happy that well, I like a lot of these bands, but like King Crimson's like, I love King Crimson, so when he was like the villain of that whole season, I was like so fucking excited. I love King Crimson. As soon as I heard them say King Crimson, even though even though the subtitles said something else, said like Crimson Master.
Eduardo.
Eduardo. And Dio's great. I made Keith let me play a Dio song on Rock Band the other day for his birthday because I wanted to sing Holy Diver, which is one of my fucking favorite songs.
Dio is just a treasure. His voice actor's fantastic.
Are we just running back to the entrance? What's happening right now?
No, we're slowly guiding this orc all the way
Thrall.
over.
Hey,
Yeah,
Thrall, how you doing?
just be careful.
How you
Don't
doing,
look.
Orc Jesus?
He's doing good. He's trying to get some. He's trying to.
Didn't
he's
he
trying
like
to say
retire
hello to some
from
girls.
being war chief? He's like, I'm beyond this.
Yeah, he basically got tired
He
of
like
war,
retired,
and
but he didn't die because all the other war chiefs keep dying. But he just like was like, I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go be Orc Jesus from here on out. See you guys later. Some other asshole can run this shit.
Is he the Messiah of orcs?
Yeah.
kind of, well,
Yeah.
I mean, they see him as that, but he's not like.
Basically, he did all the
It's not like
important
he's-
shit. And he's like the magic chosen one that keeps doing. Like this is us like going back in time to experience the time where he was liberated from a slave camp and then went on to lead the horde. Like
He sounds more like
this
Moses.
is this entire instance exists entirely just to further deify Thrall's history. I think it was
It also
multiple- I think
exists to make
there's-
humans look even worse.
Aren't there multiple Caverns of Time instances that are just about Thrall's backstory? I think that was like half the gimmick of these things.
I think
setting
there was
up how
another
Thrall's like
backstory.
the ultimate orc of all orcs, basically.
Well, he's the ideal orc.
Yeah.
He's not a fucking lunatic.
And then Sourfang
He's the
takes over,
ideal
and he's like an
orc.
asshole.
all the
Well-
lady orcs say he's the ideal orc man.
Sup, bro?
I mean,
Ideal.
yeah.
Now that's a face for loading screens. All right, see you later,
Oh.
Thrall.
Thrall came out. He's like, "What's going on out here?"
They're coming for him. Turns out that farm was not a great hiding spot.
Wasn't the best idea, but you know.
In Doctor Who, there's a woman who is just a flap of skin stretched out. over,
No,
a
not her.
rectangle,
She needs
and
some
she just says,
moisturizer.
moisturize me, moisturize me.
Moisturize me. Moisturize me.
Ooh, interesting. It puts the
There's
lotion
also
on the
a-
skin or else it gets the hose again.
There's also like an immortal head.
Yeah,
So that's
the,
pretty
the
cool.
face of Bo.
Oh yeah. He's
The
fantastic.
face
Love
of
that guy.
Bo. It's just a weird,
What a-
like, tentacled head in a jar.
What a 10 out of
And
10
he's like,
fella.
He's like an oracle, he's like a deity. And then you
But he,
eventually
like,
find
shows
out
up
then you eventually
randomly
find out
and-
one of the other characters is him. And you're like, what?
That's a spoiler.
I didn't say who.
Well, I mean,
We find out
That
who
would be the
young
real
face of
spoiler.
Bo is. Yes, it would.
but it is kind of spoily to say that he's somebody you know. The whole point of it was like, who's this fucking head? He shows up all the fucking time.
It's less spoilery when it fucking goes nowhere.
It
Never
does
ca-
feel kind of
pretty sure-
anticlimactic at the
pretty
end
sure
of
it
his.
never came up again.
No, it basically
Have you
just goes
seen-
like,
have you-
"Oh, that's really sad. I wish we knew ahead of time before he died." And then it's
Yeah.
like, da da da. You're like, okay.
Speaking of that season, did you see that Jack came back? I don't know if you watched any recent Doctor Who.
I haven't been able to bring myself to watch new Doctor Who
So
yet.
they actually brought back that actor again. I'm like, wait.
Wait, as a different character?
No, as him. He's still Jack.
Wait, as him?
Jack is still Jack. He's aged. Doctor Who's been going on for like 15 years now since the reboot.
No, I know, but
So
like,
he was in the first season, and then he was in all of
But-
Torchwood because Torchwood was like a spin-off for him, and
isn't it-
and Martha, I think. But now
but
he's
isn't
in
his
the new
fucking
season.
story over? What the fuck? Let him
just
sleep.
got
What does
shit
he
to
need a job?
Let him sleep.
Probably in real life.
I mean, if
Like,
you're not
I
dead,
thought-
you've always got more you can do.
But he. Hmm.
What a scandalous meeting in this this attic here, with also like an entire party of adventurers circled around them.
Brawl, come outside and face your fate.
Oh man, that's a pretty epic hunter down there.
Who or what was that?
Sound like a dragon.
Yeah, that's
Aretha's life hangs in the balance. Surely you care.
Oh wait, nope.
why your
Yep, it's a
voice-
dragon.
Oh, it is a dragon. I was like, why is his voice so echoey?
Only dragons echo.
Yeah, because they have telepathic speaking.
Even though that's not how telepathy works.
Fuck, he's wordy. Telepathy doesn't work like anything. It's not real.
I feel like a lot of
That's not
telepathy
true.
Echoes. Like,
You don't hear voices in your head?
do yours echo?
Oh no.
I do hear his echo.
Is your head spacious like that?
Oh, empty.
Yeah.
no.
What is it echo? What is it echoing
Cavernous.
My chest is kind of hollow if you bang on it.
in? Which is distressing because it's already really small.
I thought it was like normal, but then the doctor was like, "That's not normal."
Oh
I was
no.
like, "Cool.
No.
Maybe I have hollow bones. Maybe that's why I can't fly."
Are you
Like
a
a
goose?
bird.
Andrew's a goose.
Having hollow bones.
Oh
would-
man, that would explain a lot.
Having hollow bones would explain your weight, and being a goose would explain your, your
Explain
range.
my weight. That's why you're so light, because your bones weigh nothing.
It was astonishing
it would
to realize.
significantly lower your weight, yes.
Yeah. Well, it's just astonishing to realize that Andrew is like almost the same height as me, but he's half my weight. I'm like,
I am-
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm
That's like undoable.
I'm 5'11" and I weigh 100. Well, right now I'm 130 pounds.
Oh, that's more. Weren't you like actually 100 before?
Yeah, I was
Or you
actually 100.
exaggerating?
I crawled back up to 110, which was my usual for the past like 10 years. And then
Yeah.
after quitting smoking, I managed to breach 120.
When you were
And
actually
then I
100, I'm like, wait, that's cheating. That's impossible.
Uh,
That's not
well,
how humans...
my doctor didn't think it was cheating. They thought it was like suicide attempts.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be that low. And I was like, I don't know. I eat food, just not a lot. It's
Eat a
fine.
lot.
Well, that's
Easy
what I
to
do
lie.
now, and that's why I can. But I can't go. So my body decides like it's stuck in a limbo between 125 and 130, where I will never grow past 130. If I do, I feel like terribly sick, and my body vacates everything inside of it. It's like, nope, you broke the line. It's like, what? Okay, sorry. Which was cool. It was apparently very disappointing to doctors because my nutritionist specifically, who was very confident that she had created the perfect plan to fix this.
Was it just
like, these are the
liquid
meals.
lard shakes?
Well, she was like, here's the densest food you can eat, and if you
The
eat them for like
densest
3 months straight, you're gonna gain at least 20 pounds. It's like
your
okay,
nibbler?
yeah, and so then
Densest
I gained
food.
5.
What are the
Yeah, so I
densest
gained
foods?
5 pounds, and she was like, "How the fuck did you didn't eat enough food?" And I was like, "I ate everything you fucking told me to do. Like I ate everything." And she's like, "That's not. You can't. No, you have to gain more weight." I was like, "This isn't how my body works, lady. It's a no weight zone.
It's a brood elf.
It's a blue elf.
Open shirt.
Hey, why can't I be a blue elf then? What is this?"
Because this is like the first blood elf of all time. There's never one again.
Fuck. Yeah, then he releases, or he wipes their memory, and then they never remember they liked each other. Goodbye.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, it's a Romeo and Juliet story.
They
She
call
goes,
you a
"Well,"
monster, but they're the monsters. Wow, King Kong.
Or a lot of
Yeah.
stories.
Maybe man is the real monster.
Yeah, Frankenstein.
wait a second. Is Frankenstein about?
Well, Frankenstein's about man's relationship with God. And the whole point is that Victor Frankenstein is God and that Frankenstein is man. But, like, the whole point is, like, they have no relationship and he questions his existence and he wishes that he could have not been born. But he also can't live without his creator, which is at the end why he kills his creator and then kills himself.
Topical.
Topical, yeah. But it's like who's the real monster in the story?
I don't think I get to turn the quest in, Andrew. He just rode off into the sunset.
Fuck.
Thrall just left. I don't get to turn the quest in because people
That's
just left me behind.
confusing.
Bunch of assholes is what they.
Why would he do that?
Because he's got to go lead the horde. We just had our
Gotta go.
moment of like, and that man was Albert Einstein.
I was that baby.
I was that
I love
baby.
that joke.
Wait, what is this? Oh fuck! I forgot. Oh god,
Wait,
I gotta
what did-
leave. Okay.
What?
I came back, or I was closing some tabs. I forgot I still had the Virtue's Last Award plot synopsis open, and then it showed the picture of like June being a child. Or not June being a child, but remember, like the end of Virtue's Last Award is that June takes off the hood and she's like, "And I was the one who orchestrated
I was that
everything
baby."
again." And we were like, "What the fuck? How are you alive?" She's like, "Ta-da! Now I'm sending you somewhere else." And we're like,
No.
"Uh."
We don't need a third one.
And then we closed the game and I stopped. Forever. And I left the country.
You're like, you know what? Maybe this career
I,
is not
I
for me.
literally just had to leave.
Yeah, you did leave the country.
just was like, nope,
You're like-
that's it.
Zero Escape was a life-changing event for you.
America failed me.
America failed me. Because
They
it
let this game get
imported-
imported. I can't
Yeah,
live
'cause
here
it
anymore.
imported a Japanese game. Haven't you been to Japan since then?
I want to go to Japan.
Yeah, but I make a habit of not being where I don't go to the city where Chunsoft's located at, because that's just not a
You
good
looked
idea.
it up to avoid it. All right.
I mean, yeah,
This is probably it for tonight. It's probably about time to call it.
dangerous. What if I ran into the
Hours and
writer
hours in. Oh no.
Oh no.
and he started talking to me about it, and then I have to like politely not tell him he wrote the shittiest story of all time?
Wow, that's a
'Cause
real
that's-
step up from your previous thoughts of what would happen.
Well, because I realized that if I did anything bad, I wouldn't be able to go back to Japan, and I like Japan. I just don't like Zero Escape.
You're not.
So there's no reason to.
You're not worth losing Japan.
Because if you lose Japan over that, then who really wins?
Exactly, right? Like I'm not gonna give him that satisfaction.
As long as you
Forget
can
it.
As long as you can re-enter Japan, there's zero escape from you.
What brings
Exactly. Wait a second. I'm not bad.
Are
I'm
you
a good
though?
gaijin. Yeah,
Good gaijin.
I'm a good gaijin.
You're one of the good ones. Oh.
I mean, I don't disrespect their fucking entire culture in one visit. Like,
I showed Stephanie that. It's such a
love
brilliant
that
video. I think we already talked about this before actually.
Yeah.
But like I definitely just let her believe it was real for a while
Yeah, I
until like
sat there and watched
until
it.
it finally clicked that like she was watching a fucking fever dream. Because it's just weird enough that it seems like it might just be another culture until there's
yeah,
too many-
it's definitely
too many
just weird enough that you
things.
don't want to be insensitive, but at some point you go like, okay, wait, I'm gonna break. I don't care anymore. This is ridiculous. Like,
This
no one
can't-
does this.
This is impossible.
I like the part where about the illegal meat, where it's like, chef's always right. Like, don't
Yeah.
ask where it came from. And they have like a list of all the meat. But it's like a bunch of like really,
Yeah.
it's like skunk and stuff. It's like chef's always right.
And then the Adrian Brody guy wipes the table. The Adrian Brody looking like sushi chef, like wipes the table, then his face, then the knife with the same knife.
Yeah. He serves them on his shoes. He takes off his sandals and he serves the sushi on it.
What a great
Video's
video.
magic.
I'll pay the bill. No, I'll pay the bill.
What the- Some
All right.
things just
Good night,
can't be
everybody.
Good night, everybody.